right, and we're live, I guess. Hopefully on the right channel. Hopefully I have the right everything. I don't know, I just feel, I got a bad omen feeling. I don't know if it's actually live or what's happening, but yeah, I guess so.
Like a Tamari's teacup breaking bad omen, or Heroes in Space cracking bad omen level?
Yeah, like the Heroes in Face cracking bad omen level. I'm just saying.
Ooh, that's really bad, man. So, like, what do you think is going to happen, then, with that kind of omen? Because we know that omens are canon in Naruto, and they're very powerful. Like, 100% of the time, I think, the bad omen has been really bad.
Well, probably something like... Oh, that's actually, ironically, still a good thing for this. Let's leave the last thumbnail on stream for the screen. Okay. Alright, this is...
What is the thumbnail? Oh.
The thumbnail is the one I was going to use for Chapter 2 review. I'm just using it now because, like, Uzuhiko is, like, the perfect thumbnail.
Yeah, that's what I did for my spoiler video. I just reused my thumbnail because it just works equally as good.
I know. Which is funny because, like, I don't want to say not a lot happened this chapter. By the way, spoiler for Chapter 3. Once again, we read the OP scans version. It's not officially out yet, but, like, we read it, but, like... or at least we read it in Minecraft. Like, we're joking, haha, we read it. It's not officially out yet, so how could we read it, right, guys? But so we're just guessing what happened here. It's all theorizing at the end of the day.
We're very confident in, like, the panels we saw. Like, very detailed degree. I think I know what happened.
I had a lucid dream. So it was very, very vivid.
Yeah, I had a dream last night that Boruto explained how his jutsu worked. He fought Code. Code ran away. Walky Talky, you know, a lot of these things I just really think happened. Definitely haven't even seen the spoilers yet, of course.
So speaking of spoilers, because spoilers. All right, so the like chapter was crazy. Especially the end. Where you, again, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, click off, because you're about to be spoiled on something.
The Toad
you're about to be spoiled on something.
Oh, yes. Kashin.
Okay, so,
like,
alright.
So, like, for me, at least, like, the chapter starts off, I'm kind of, like, not gonna lie, a little bit, not the happiest, but the ending flipped it upside down, and I was like, let's go!
Like, this one wasn't pinned down, this one could just reach up and grab Code. Whereas the old one couldn't.
I think in this one, I think, honestly, that's actually funny. The last one I sent, yeah, we don't see the rods, which is, I think, just an art error. He forgot to draw the rods, but it's kind of funny to imagine Jigen got rid of them. Like, well, go there, that they just appeared again. But that's just an art error, but...
I will say, I don't know if it's an art error or what, but the fact that the rod is in the Tintail's chest as it's laying down, as it's transformed, that is weird to me. I wonder if that is Jigen's rod, or if, like, Code picked up the rod and moved it, or, like, if... he has rods now to pin it down himself?
I don't think that's an art.
It could just be there from Transform.
Like, I think Ikimoto meant to put that there. He may not have thought about it. Or Code could have picked it up, because under the hypothetical that well, I'm assuming there was 10 rods, like one for each tail before.
Another idea is that instead of piercing him like into the ground, it's just sticking out of his chest. Because he, like, transformed and, like, stayed in the same position as it was previously. So it's just, like, hanging there.
I don't know.
But that's dumb. I don't like that.
I don't know if Code picked it up. I think Code could have picked it up, but it's, like, my main issue is, like, okay, how would he have picked it up without the Tintails trying to, like, you know, take a bite out of him?
Well, this thing looks pretty, dead.
Well,
like,
I'm talking
not dead, but it's pretty, like, sleepy at least.
It's the same thing.
Well, it's just like, did he do this like before it started shrinking, or just like when?
No, he would have had to have done that like after he chopped it up a bit, and he just like moved one of the rods. To be honest, I think the rod just kind of is like there from the process of it shrinking. The rod just ended up there, and it's just weird. Ikimoto decided to put it on the chest because it looks cool. That's my honest opinion on the situation, but...
Plus it has claw grimes over its eye.
I think Ikimoto just put it there.
Or,
no, it has a belt over its...
Yeah, it has a belt over its eye.
Yeah. And it's just... I don't know, it's just to me it's like this. How would Code be able to even get near the Tintails without it trying to, you know, kill him? And
well, I mean, again, I guess it could relate to the fact that it's just so drained, but it's also pinned down, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, though, if we're, you know, going with the fact that these rods are ginormous, it would just be pretty funny to imagine Code picking up this gigantic rod and moving it. It's kind of like when Tsunade picked up Gamabunta's sword. but Tsunade is like known for her monster physical heavyweight bodybuilder strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that sends you blood.
no,
That will
you could put
that
it
sends you
wrong,
blood.
but it's not really like his specific thing. His thing is that like weightlifting strong. Could he probably do some shit? Maybe, but yeah.
I mean, he does have a karma seal, so there could be a chance he might be able to lift.
Dude, his
up,
karma
like...
seal didn't do shit in this chapter. Why don't we talk about that?
Well, yeah.
Well, hang on. Before that, working backwards. So outside of Tin Tails, rip my boy Bug, who, by the way, said adjust, not
like,
shrink, but
what?
adjust. And adjusted things aren't shrunken. But we can move on from that.
He's not dead, because Sarda did say the ones who were in the tree were still alive.
Well, that one was, and he was just turned into a tree. As far as we know, Bug's been in there for 2 years. Like 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair point. He could die, like, just from not eating.
And question,
that's fair.
And question, doesn't Woodstyle absorb G2 as well?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sorry, Chakra, yeah.
We know that people
sorry.
being turned into Zetsu, it's probably like a several 1,000-year process.
Yeah, I was wondering if granted though, I don't think that this does do that though, because that was an infinite Tsukuyomi specific thing. So I don't think Bug is turning into a Zetsu. I think they just die.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's sucking out his chakra, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Like, well, I mean, if you look at the Divine Tree in the War Arc, though, it killed people sucking out their chakra, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Zetsu thing is just a unique infinite Tsukuyomi situation.
Well, but let's remember, each generation is stronger than the last, so this is just a testament to how strong Bug is in the Boruto timeline.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Either way, well, I'm not gonna lie. So, like, besides the fact that Bug was just kind of funny, like, I liked seeing him on screen. I genuinely wanted Bug to be like an avenue for some like new information relating to Boruto's cult or the Otsutsuki in just some form or fashion. Like, Bug, maybe, like, you know, because the thing is, Sasuke points out, hey, Boruto's cult did this inhumane experimentation and scientific research and development behind Kara's back. Like, he's making it seem like they did some, like, but it's something important, you know what I mean? So my hope was that, you know, maybe Bug will reveal some of this stuff and Code utilized it is for his plan to get stronger and stuff. But with Bug, I don't know about that one anymore. I think my hopes are kind of just squashed. I don't think Bug actually matters. I think he was just being dragged around for the fun of it. Like, at this point.
Crazy.
Is there such thing as evil chakra?
Yeah.
Evil chakra? Sure.
Or like red evil chakra.
It doesn't have to be red, but yeah, evil chakra, sure. Like,
I don't know. I'm just looking at a
chakra in the 5 Kage Summon arc is like evil, like,
yeah,
at the time.
I don't know. I'm only saying that because I'm looking at a picture of Jigen just absorbing the Ten Tails chakra in the anime. I'm guessing that's mainly just for design and aesthetic.
I mean, I do think I forgot where exactly, but I'm pretty sure like there's some people saying like this chakra feels so evil, like. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but
no,
I
like
thought somebody
this chapter, something like that happened, I think, right?
It's just like I'm looking at the Nine Tails chakra and I'm looking at the Ten Tails chakra, and both of their chakras are like the same color.
Well, I mean, all the Biju chakras were like that, except for the One Tails, which is just saying apparently.
Yeah.
But even though Biju was being extracted, we did see the red cloak.
So what's a
like,
gamma?
That's just Tail Beast chakra is blatantly red. Like, it's discussed with the Tail Beast, the whole red and blue chakra thing. Like, Tail Beast chakra is just red.
And it's kind of funny because chakra can be many different colors, which actually would fit into the mythology of chakra as a whole.
So
because go ahead.
So what's different topic? So go ahead.
Let's go back to the chapter. The Uzuhiko Rasengan.
Okay. So what about the 2 gammas that follow?
Oh, the 2 toads?
What about them?
What about them?
Well, Kashin
Koji, baby.
Yeah, he's back.
Like, the return is imminent, dude. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to show up next chapter. I would like to see it, but like, like the return should be coming soon because beforehand we have no reason to assume he's going to appear in any one given chapter at any point, just at some point. But now it's like, okay, it should probably be soon.
I don't know why people say his return is coming. Like, for me, this was his return this chapter. This was the big reveal.
I mean, it's the Kashin Koji return. It's not literally his return, but it's like, for good. It's his return to me in my heart. But
yeah.
But like, I want to see like the dude, like his hair, his face, his eye. I want to see the actual guy.
There you go.
I do think that should happen.
So this should also be the reason that Boruto knows whatever he knows about the Ten Tails, right?
That's what I said. I'm like,
oh my god.
That's nice. I said, screw Sasuke.
Yeah.
Is the reason because he worked because he's worked with Amado. Like Koji has more intel than Sasuke and Boruto. Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Kashin Koji knowing some stuff, that makes sense to me. That would explain why he knows some stuff.
That also,
I thought it was gonna be Momoshiki.
This might be.
No.
This might also be why we haven't seen Amado.
No, that's what I was saying. Like that also puts into perspective. Amado probably knows this too. That if Koji knows it, I don't see why Amado wouldn't know it.
Also, he should know.
Okay, so here are interesting next points. How long do you think Sasuke's been out of the picture, if at all? Because Kashin Koji is in the frame now.
Like in terms of death, injury?
Well, because we know this chapter that Kawaki said that he's been like an adopted of the Uchiha for the past 3 years, hasn't he? But we don't know if that's the case or not.
Boruto just doesn't comment on it.
Well, no, he doesn't. But he does say that he has a sly tongue or whatever.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was funny that he doesn't. Like, from Kishimoto's perspective, it's like he didn't have Boruto answer because he just refuses to let us know what happened to Sasuke.
Oh, no.
Like that's the part I'm looking at.
But especially with the fact that Kashin Koji's in the picture now, but more so than that, Boruto's goal, it seems like it's entirely shifted and he's almost in a completely different character. He is obsessing over the Ten Tails. It's the only thing that matters. It's almost like he doesn't care about omnipotence or proving what he was trying to prove at the end of chapter 80. Like he doesn't even care about Kawaki.
Like originally, like what does he want to do? What he wants to prove he's Boruto Uzumaki, and otherwise he also wants to
save Kawaki.
Stop the brother killing brother thing with Kawaki. He wants to get stronger so that he can stop Kawaki and so on. But now it's all like his motivation is stop Code and Ten Tails shenanigans. Like that's all he cares about.
Like there was like a very brief moment where he was soft when he saw Himawari. He was like, Hima. But like other than that, he was like, Shikadai, don't get in the way. Like, can you just like let me interrogate this guy?
Kawaki said, "You guys go away," but then he told Kawaki, "Yeah, don't get in the way." But
no, that's a different scene.
And then
that's
he's
later.
just like, "Yeah, you can kill me in the Leaf Village later. I don't care, but right now, don't get in the way."
Yeah, that's both. So it's weird. It's like he doesn't treat his friends like friends. He's not trying to convince them of anything or anything like that. So it's
he was just focused on his mission about the Ten Tails. That's it.
I think someone else said this chapter as well that he's acting somewhat like Sasuke, or like he has Sasuke's face or Sasuke's attitude. Code might have said that. I forget.
No, a person may have said that, but not Code.
Okay.
I don't know. To me, I think it probably could be because, well, the whole Ten Tails being the worst possible future for anyone to imagine. So, what's to say that while he was with Kashin Koji, that Momoshiki may have given him another vision of the future, like another conclusion of the future, and he's trying so hard to focus on trying to prevent that future from becoming a reality.
I'm not saying,
but it's just like
another future to try to make him despair. He's like, all right, well, next one.
It's just like, to me, it's like this. He wants to me, I think it's more so like, it's not the fact that he's ignoring that he wants to prove his innocence, but it's more so like, how is he going to do that if everyone's going to be dead in the future?
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, like,
that's
this is
that's the other interpretation,
like,
which is honestly more likely. Yeah, it's just priorities. Yeah. So he's putting that on the back burner for now, his original goal, because this needs to be taken care of immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Comparing it to Shippuden, I would say it's similar to like Naruto wants to become Hokage, but in the moment he wants to save Sasuke. And he specifies why. How can he become Hokage if he can't even save a single friend? Well, here, how can he prove his innocence or stop Kawaki if he can't even stop the Ten Tails from destroying the universe or whatever?
Yeah, like how could he prove it to his friends if his friends are dead?
Yeah, it's almost like the same thing,
Yeah.
but like more real.
I just
Yeah,
wanted
it's just,
to like
so obvious.
yeah, I just wanted to like kind of put that into perspective because it's not like Boruto's completely ignoring the fact that he wants to prove his innocence. It's more so like, how can he prove his innocence to someone that is dead?
I mean,
I will clarify. I was going to bring it up if you weren't going to. Yeah.
Like another comparison would be like Toad obviously plans to like he still wants to do his Otsutsuki nonsense, but like it seems like he wants to kill Boruto like immediately. It's like he might want to feed him to the Ten Tails, but either way, it's like beat Boruto is like the first thing he wants to do. Before he does anything else, beat up Boruto. It's just Boruto's case. It's the reverse. Save the world before he proves his innocence. But
So Kamui,
it's just like
no. When it comes to Boruto's personality change, like I don't think that's a matter of he just trained with Sasuke and that's all that was to it. Like there needs to be more than that because just training with Sasuke shouldn't change the personality when A, that didn't happen when he trained with Sasuke before, and B, that didn't happen to Naruto Tsunade or Naruto Sakura or Sasuke. They didn't become identical to their masters from training with them. They were already like their masters in certain ways and stayed that way. What would have to happen is, well, something needs to happen to Boruto, probably relating to that meeting with Code and Boruto. I hate the potential idea that they killed Sasuke off screen, but if they did, that would be a good explanation. He trains with Sasuke, he's alone away from his friends, then Sasuke dies, so he learns about this dark future that Code's gonna cause. It's like, okay, that's probably gonna like change his personality a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would make sense.
To
what's
be fair,
crazy is that Kashin...
they're not going to kill Sasuke off screen. Like, do you consider them as having killed Bug off screen? Assuming Bug's dead.
Well, okay, when I say in a flashback,
okay,
versus in present time.
No, I think they can do that. I think there's absolutely nothing stopping them from that. That's completely fine.
Well, they can do it, obviously. Like, if they did do it, they're gonna show it. Like, they're gonna show it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like,
yeah, when I hear off screen, I mean like they aren't gonna show it.
The idea, though, in the case of this, though, I'm not a huge fan of the idea of Sasuke dying over the time skip and they show it in a flashback. I would prefer real time personally. I feel like it packs the punch better. Now, obviously, flashback deaths can be impactful, but in the case of, say, Rin's death, the Uchiha massacre and stuff, well, there is no option for a present time one because the series started after those points, so they have to be in a flashback. In this case, it's like, well, it happened during the course of the series, not before the series started. So they did have a choice.
I think
it's kind of like.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like the thing that we talked about with. Okay, so hypothetically, remember how we said the time skip in chapter 80 with Sun and it skipped over a lot of stuff? If they flash back and show like the Boruto versus Kawaki fight that we wanted, I'm just gonna be honest, it's not as good as if it happened in the present time. If the Sasuke retrieval arc was a flashback, where we already know Naruto failed, and then we get the flashback showing him failing, it's just not the same as how it happened originally in the present. So I would prefer present time for a Sasuke death.
Okay, I do think because it's using so many Dragon Ball references, and I know you haven't seen Dragon Ball, and I know you're not going to know what this means, but I feel like it could be the same exact scenario as future Gohan and his death. So like with the future Trunks story. And that's like one of the most popular things in all of Dragon Ball, in my opinion, especially that death. It's really good death. Okay, so it's like, it's just a flashback death of like the Sasuke character. And it works really well. So I think they can do it perfectly fine, especially if they are using that as inspiration, and it would be fine. It would work just fine.
Well, it would help.
But then something like that, something like that might have to work with Boruto when he's younger.
No, I completely agree.
It could,
and again, that's fine, because Kashin Koji is in the story now. He's back, so.
Kashin Koji is going to be Boruto's new mentor if Sasuke dies, and it's kind of funny because he kind of is now because those toads are on him now.
Yeah, like
it's not even.
They both train Boruto.
It's not a thing of like, Kashin Koji is suddenly coming back now. We can tell based on Boruto's demeanor that like he knew that Toad was there and he knows like who the Toad is and the Toad's talking to him and all that stuff. So clearly he already knows Kashin Koji. Kashin Koji happened in
he
the
either trained
flashback.
With both of them or just Kashin Koji at a certain point. Like he either switched to Koji or it was both. Like there's no way around it.
Whatever happened in the past with Sasuke, Kashin Koji is there either before, during, or after at some point, like definitively, like connected. It's connected.
Yeah.
So
There's no way around it.
here's my theory. I think in the first year he was training with Sasuke, and I believe since Code says he's been chasing Boruto for 2 years straight, but he couldn't find him. Now I don't know if Code can be able.
Well, I just thought of actually a good answer for that. Okay, well let's just say he kills Sasuke. Sasuke gets like he gets a slash in Code's eyes, his dying thing, and then Koji steps in, whatever, and then they just go to the Flaming Mountains or Mount Miyaboko or just somewhere that Code just doesn't know the existence of or the location of.
Exactly.
Yeah, Koji. Nobody found Koji for the last 10 years. It feels like, so I'm sure he knows where to hide. And also, the best at hiding in the series.
Also, the next question would be, okay, why does Koji want to train Boruto now? Why does he want to take him underneath his wing, or take him to Mount Miyaboko to train with him?
Well, at the very least, he knows something about the Ten Tails, and it's a big cataclysm. And either Kawaki or Boruto are going to be the Ten Tails fodder, so they're the ones that need to be trained up. So I don't think it's any more than that for Kashin Koji. I don't think he knows Boruto has the Jogan or anything like that. He's just like, all right, Boruto has Momoshiki, he has the fully compressed karma, he can be fed to the Ten Tails. Let's train him up so he doesn't be fed, because Code is after him.
It could also
anyways.
relate to obviously something he knows with the Ten Tails. It could relate to more stuff he knows about Amado that he knew but didn't care about before, but now is fuck Amado for betraying me, and so on. It's just gonna relate to Code, the Ten Tails, maybe Amado.
Well, just
obviously.
So I think Ishiki didn't just mention the fact that Koji is probably gonna go kill Amado, but that's setting it up, if anything. So whenever they meet next, Koji and Amado, if anything, that could be the scene Koji is reintroduced in, where he meets Amado.
Meeting Amado, yeah, I'd love it.
And imagine if Amado is still alive after all these years. I don't want to assume. Now, I don't think Amado's dead. I don't think Amado is dead, but something tells me that he probably may have went somewhere after the whole after the whole Omnipotence event. We don't know where he went.
Realistically, okay, this is my honest opinion. Okay, the fact that we haven't seen Amado reacting to Code's invasion or literally anything, okay, he's either is locked up or he fled the village in pursuit of Boruto as well, because he needed him for his plan. That assumes he's affected by Omnipotence. If he's affected, he thinks he needs Boruto, and he chases after him. Or he just flees because Shikamaru was on his ass. He's like, all right, time to get out of here. But I think he either fled the village or he was locked up.
I don't think
otherwise I think they would have shown him.
I don't know. They're clearly saving him for something, and so because of that, they could just be saving him for a future scene. It doesn't have to be he's locked up or out of the scene. Yeah, he just not.
He doesn't have to mean that yet. But I just feel like it's also just, I don't know, it's just weird. I mean, it could be anything.
Because we know Kakashi's going to be important, but we haven't seen Kakashi yet.
Kakashi, they said Kakashi is going to be important. But then I'm
also
not
going to be important. That's
at this point, I do think he was important. I think he just taught Boruto the freaking green Rasengan, the compressed Rasengan. I think that was the importance, and we as manga readers took that and ran with it for something else. I think that was the important scene they were talking about because it was around the same time. It was right after that.
No, because it happened at the beginning. I think that the high compression Rasengan happened quite a while later, to be honest.
No, it was later, but I think that is what they're referring to. Either that or the episode where Kakashi fights Koji, or it could have been both. I mean,
don't know, bro.
He was important there, so they could have been referring to when he's without his mask, when he's pretending to be the news reporter guy.
I want Kakashi to also play a very important role in Boruto, but I think the problem I have is okay, if he's going to play a very important role in Boruto, why wasn't he there during the major events that took place? Stuff like this should have gotten his attention.
I've given up on it. When he when he wasn't returned as Hokage, I gave up on it. Because unless Shikamaru was going to die before he gets his stone face, and then Kakashi takes over, that's the only potential hope I guess is left for me. Otherwise, it's not
because in the New Way event arc in the anime, he was pretty much there to help Naruto and everyone else out. At least in the anime. In the anime, they clearly showcase him being there, helping out the village with Nue, during the time
he
when
does
Boruto,
stuff in the anime.
yeah, and even during Kashin Koji's like confrontation between him and Kakashi, he was still doing something behind the scenes. So in the anime, it's like more consistent than it is in the manga.
Well, it's not a consistency issue.
Well, it's
the
not
manga's
like
consistent in not
the
showing
manga.
him.
It is, but it's just like I'm guessing my thing is like okay,
Harsh.
It's just weird.
yeah, it's just weird because like Kakashi's in the manga. I mean, Kakashi's in the anime, but he isn't in the manga yet. Despite the fact that there is an interview that says that Kakashi will play a very important role, but he just
though,
wasn't.
you have to remember,
Yeah,
Kodachi was the writer, and at this point, that could have just been scrapped. The same way the Byakugou seal was being built up to be like this big important thing, and it just hasn't been mentioned since. I'm very skeptical that it will be ever mentioned again. The anime cut it out, for example. There could be a reason for that.
There was a reason for it. Honda, the writer, was going to make it its own thing, like its own arc. Like the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, it was going to be its own arc as well. But that got, it literally just scrapped. But like Honda still plans to do it in the future, so at least that's what he said.
And it's kind of funny.
He verbatim said it about the Byakugou seal too.
Like he specified the reason that Sarada didn't get her 3 Tomoe at the end of the what is it?
No, but the Byakugou seal part. Did he specify that as being its own thing in the anime?
Yeah, he said that he was going to use it later. Like he said, there's a reason they didn't include it yet because they have plans to use it later.
Okay. And it's kind of funny because the Byakugou seal has the same diamond-shaped emblem on just as much as the Karma seal is.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, they compared it to the Karma seal in the manga.
Yeah, they compared it to the Karma seal, but it's like we could have had lore about what the Byakugou seal really was. We know that it's from the Uzumaki clan. That one's like Mito Uzumaki had the Byakugou seal.
I don't know why you say could have. We can.
I mean, no. He says
no.
I said Mito Uzumaki has the Byakugou seal.
Well, she has the mark at least. It could
mark.
be a tattoo coincidence, but
maybe. I don't know. It's just like we never seen her use it, but we know she has it. So, and then it's passed on to Tsunade.
It would make sense for well, the thing is, too, I do feel like Tsunade made it sound like she created it, but she could have learned it from Mito, her grandmother.
It's similar to a dud karma, in my opinion, to where there's no Otsutsuki in it to extract. Like, it's not extracting, but it's just a karma seal that gives him power.
Well, yeah, that is crazy.
The white karma case, the chakra's just there for him. Code doesn't have to do it manually. The chakra's just there, but
instead of
very similar.
Building up the Otsutsuki chakra, it literally builds up their own chakra, so it's like their own karma seal.
Exactly. They put karma on themselves, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Without any of the Otsutsuki data or any of the files within.
I think that's what the white karma seal is. I think it's just the chakra. So let's just say it's Shibai because of Amado or whatever. I think it would be like a chakra only karma seal, just without the data DNA stuff. So it extracts the chakra, but that's it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it can't absorb chakra. That's also a huge negative. But it is an empty flash drive waiting to be filled up with data. So I guess there's promise there.
I just realized.
Yeah.
Is that a way to mulligan the system? So okay, let's just run with that. Okay. People can put karma seals on themselves. So could Ishiki, when he's like cut in half from Kaguya, could he have put the karma seal on himself? But since he's already 100% Ishiki, the karma seal immediately extracts 100%, and then he could just revive or resurrect in his full body.
Now that I think about it, he has been alive for 1,000 years. What's to say that his karma seal isn't at 100%, and Ishiki could have just resurrected at any given point?
Oh yeah, well no, he could have. He did.
He could. He did.
Maybe his half-dead body would have just been too weak of a vessel.
That's what it was. That's why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's why he was trying to find another vessel, but he still had it on Jigen. Like for thousands of years, he could have resurrected. It has been.
But what if Momoshiki just did that to himself instead? Oh, I'm about to die. Karma, boom. Oh, dead. Revive. Like, okay, back.
Yeah. It's kind of, and like going back to the whole Byakugou seal thing, and the fact that it resembles that of a karma seal, like, is there any coincidence in that?
No, like, I mean, going off the manga thing, like, Orochimaru said that it has ties to the Sage of Six Paths. Like they were making a clear connection. Like like it would be a derivative of the karma by accident, basically. Like we just explained. You extract your own chakra, compress it, and put it in your forehead into a mark. That's what the Otsutsuki do. It's just missing the data part. And it's just the chakra on its own.
Yeah, and it's the same thing for creation of all things and omnipotence, where both of them involves taking abstract concepts and just bringing them into reality.
Well, yeah, and creation of all things again is a derivative of Hagoromo's creation of all things. Wait, what? Yeah.
Creation of omnipotence. So it's like
it was the
derivative of omnipotence, just as Izanagi is a derivative of creation of all things. Like it could just be a chain down the chain. The sun and moon seals with Hagoromo. Same idea. It could be a derivative of the karma seal in a way. It's just chakra.
Right, I forgot to ask this last time. Okay, really quick comment because I forgot about this until you just said it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hagoromo gave Naruto and Sasuke the sun and moon seal, right? And like the moon is like a huge big thing. It's like it's in the story. It's for so many symbols, parallels, similar metaphors, etc., etc. Hagoromo made the moon. So like how So assuming Hagoromo didn't make the moon, right? So like, does Tsukuyomi even exist? Does Damon and Eida's eyes exist? Like, what do they call them? Hagoromo's moon seal. Is that like a fan fiction thing, or does he just not give it to one of them anymore?
If
they gave him the moon seal and it's like, here's your moon seal, will they know what that means?
You know that moons exist on other planets, right?
Well, yeah, but we're talking like Earth's moon, like the gravitation. It's weird. The gravitational force within Naruto.
Are there even other moons in Naruto, or is there just the one?
Let's just ignore it.
Because again, like Hagoromo made the moon, so there is no moon natural to this planet. So there might not even be moons in Naruto.
In the case of Eida and Damon, their dojutsu appear to have come from Shippuden one way or another, and other planets probably have moons, so the concept of a moon would exist, and so it could exist in their dojutsu patterns. I don't think there's anything for
would they know
Damon.
that? Would the Naruto characters know that?
Should I know it's called a moon?
Would Naruto know it's called a moon?
If a moon, like a Saturn's moon, if there was no moon on Earth and nobody taught him that, no, Naruto wouldn't know that there's a moon on Saturn, but Shippuden could know it. But
would Hagoromo even know it? Would he be like, here's your sun, here's your sun seal, and here's the other one?
Yeah, like he did make a moon seal before the moon existed on Earth. And I don't know how Hagoromo could have just imagined it. He's like, you know what? A moon? That seems like a cool concept.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally his fan fiction.
This is kind of funny because like this goes back to the.
Yeah, what if that's literally just he used omnipotence to make the moon, not like Ridoku Tensei or whatever?
Yeah, he's like, I like the idea of a moon. Up here.
It's kind of weird because like I said, the Byakugou seal, the karma seal, can't be some sort of coincidence. Like, and then you look at creation of all things and omnipotence, and it's just like, and then I'm sorry, it's just like the Otsutsuki have so much of an influence on humanity, including like just in how they just changed and alter memories and everything. And the fact that, and I don't even know if the Uzumaki clan knows that, of what they were doing when they were creating the Byakugou seal. If they know anything about the karma seal.
They knew what they were doing, but they may not have known about the connection.
The connection between the Otsutsuki.
So hypothetically, Mito Uzumaki probably doesn't know the connection. Whoever first invented it, Ashura's granddaughter, maybe she knew somehow like something about Hagoromo and came up with the idea. But like a certain point down the line, they probably just didn't know what connection they had.
Yeah.
Even then, nobody may have known about it, or Orochimaru may have just observed it and said, hey, it's got ties to back then because he's a smart ass dude and freaking goodness gracious, better get introduced to the manga already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, realistically, it would make sense for Mitsuki to finally, okay, things have calmed down for 3 years. Like, They haven't been looking for Boruto. They haven't been fighting villages or anything. It would make sense for Mitsuki to be like, hey, Orochimaru, mind telling me about that whole karma thing you were talking about, Byakugou seal shit you were talking about? Are they going to do it? Maybe not. But it would make sense for him to ask, hey, remember that thing you told me? You want to, tell me more?
Well, the reason they didn't, they were on their way to do it, but something happened. I think Jigen
we've been
invaded.
Waiting for you to do this shit for us for 10 years. Do you want to help?
Yeah, so why didn't they do it originally? Because they were on their way to do it. I think it's because Jigen invaded, right? That's why they stopped.
Because Jigen showed up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
once Jigen showed up, and then everything happens back to back to back. You know what I mean?
The default assumption should be they are going to go there with it. I'm going to just assume they will pay that off at some point. I'm not just going to assume, they're just never going to talk about it again.
They definitely should.
It's not a hope. It's an assumption. It's an expectation.
Okay, I agree with you, but I'm gonna say, Boruto time skip. I had an expectation. It was not met, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just always gonna reference that until the day I die at this point, because
Listen, just because a bad thing happened doesn't mean bad things are going to continue to happen.
Correct, but it just it increased the possibility is now come to mind. That
the possibility is a future thing, which is just
would assume this would happen, but because it did happen, now I have to question it.
Well, I assumed it was possible to happen. Either way, I assumed it could have happened. I assumed Boruto could have been canceled. I assumed Boruto could have just never existed in the first place.
It never would have been on my mind though.
Okay. I mean, I think it should have been, but that's fine.
Well, I to assume the best. Until I have reason.
Oh my god, whatever. We're moving on. This is stupid.
Anyway,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully though that they do it soon. We've been waiting. I do think granted, it's completely unrelated, but Orochimaru making a return when Kashin Koji makes a return, it's got that signing theme going. So
yeah. And what about Tsunade?
For Tsunade, that's the news. Byakugou seal. She's one of the users of it. So bring her in at the same time. She can be the test subject. I'm talking.
Because if we can learn something about the Byakugou seal and the connection.
No, they were going to ask Tsunade. I think Sarada and Sakura were going to ask Tsunade, while Mitsuki and Boruto were going for Orochimaru, or they were going for Tsunade, one or the other. But so yeah, they just have someone ask Tsunade, someone ask Orochimaru, and then Kashin Koji is with Boruto.
Yeah, because then, but also Amado. But then it's just Amado knows a lot about the karma seal.
Amado, we can use Amado for anything.
It's just we have a wide range of characters, of intelligent characters. Why not have them put together something to figure out some interesting tad bits of lore about the Byakugou seal and its connection to the karma seal, and how the Uzumaki clan, since they specialize in creating sealing jutsus, how would they have this particular knowledge? Whether or not if they were reading ancient texts or scrolls, or just learning from past ancestry and ancestors and stuff, or whether or not
it's entirely possible they just coincidentally came up with a similar concept. As it is, Orochimaru's curse mark is coincidentally a lot like the karma seal.
Yeah.
In Naruto, there's absolutely zero hint that Orochimaru figured this out from Otsutsuki stuff. It's a thing that existed. Hiruzen knew of the existence. It's not something Orochimaru invented the concept of a curse mark. It just existed. Orochimaru just did it, what he did with it. The same with the immortality jutsu.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a jutsu Orochimaru learned. He didn't invent it. The jutsu existed. Hiruzen knew of its existence. He didn't want him to learn it. But so we'd have to retroactively say, oh, well, this is why it existed. It's based off the karma,
Yeah.
But which they can easily do. But it's one of those things where it could just be a coincidence. The same way that ninjutsu, the humans weren't thinking, Shinjutsu's pretty cool. I want to recreate it. It's a coincidence. They just so happened to come up with something similar to Shinjutsu, just weaker. It could be the same thing. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a really solid theory. I was also thinking about chakra. Knowledge is also linked to chakra, isn't it?
Depends on what you mean.
Well, how should I say this? I was thinking like, no, never mind. I was about to say whether or not if someone coincidentally learning something could be linked to chakra of, different people from beforehand. That would also sound very crazy. Like, because I don't think there's any proof of that being the case, but
It's mental and physical energy.
Yeah.
No, but I don't actually agree with Mello or whoever else says that, oh, you learned something. You're physically stronger because you have more chakra now. I don't think being smarter equates to a higher chakra reserve.
To a higher mental energy capacity.
Mental energy.
You have more potential or whatever. Like they also include the stamina factor into it.
I don't think studying for the academy exam gives you more chakra. You know what I mean? Like,
more
I think mental energy in that sense is more so just talking about focus and resolve.
I completely agree.
In that respect. Yeah, because that's what we see. When you focus, you get stronger. You amass chakra when you focus. When your resolve is through the roof, you get more chakra. When it's on the floor, your chakra, you suck. So I think it's resolve and focus.
Ironically, Baryon mode, the strongest chakra form, has 0 mental energy put into it. That's the point.
It says, someone in chat.
No, because it fuses chakra, so there is mental energy put into it, but you're not thinking you're just ridding yourself of superfluous thoughts. I don't know. But
someone in chat says consciousness is linked to chakra.
Yes, 100%.
It is.
Yeah,
but that is it's just. But I think it's more. But going back to what I was saying, I think is someone coincidentally learning something could be linked to.
Wait, I don't think Minato picking up flying Raijin is because he has Toby Rama's chakra in him. I don't think it's a thing like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just kind of hoping for it to be the case, but it's just.
I don't think that you could say something like, Minato having a really good being adept with chakra control. Well, his kid might also be adept with chakra control, and because of that, they can do similar jutsu. But I don't think it's that's more like a real life genetic type of thing. If your dad's good at math, you might also be good at math. You might not, but if your dad's really good at something, you may just naturally you might also naturally be good at that same thing.
Really,
I think it's
good
more of a
at
genetic thing.
Yeah. So, what was thinking about?
I made a poll for anyone listening. There you go.
Just learning things
poll on what?
Chakra reserves.
On the YouTube chat thing.
Just studying?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. On the YouTube
chat.
I mean, to put it this way, if that was the case, I think Shikamaru's chakra reserves would be pretty through the roof.
Yeah.
And
we all know that's
Naruto would probably not just naturally have way more chakra than Shikamaru, given the IQ gap.
If we're
and then Naruto, who knows practically nothing, if he actually studied, I don't think he's becoming literally omnipotent god status from that.
Yeah, chakra
5 times.
He's smarter, and that would be helpful, but not in the sense of he's gonna have so much more chakra because he's smarter.
When he studied to become a Jonin, he wasn't able to run faster because of that.
I'm guessing my thing was does having more knowledge increase mental energy? Sort of.
No.
But nah. If that was the case, then Shikamaru would have been the smartest being in the entire universe.
God,
and he would be he would just be a god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He would be omniscient.
People Madara, Pain, Itachi, they're smart and very strong, of course, but it's not
Einstein.
Not what it's about. It's not because they're Einstein that they have as much chakra as they do. It's just they're really smart, which helps them in battle by being smart, of course. But it's not their chakra reserves increase.
Similarly, physical
for
energy
example,
is the
Sakura,
same thing.
The one kid in the tuning exams who just figured out the answers by being smart and not by cheating in any way, does not have the most chakra in the room.
No.
And then physical
'Cause if that
energy
would
is
She
the
can
same
use her
thing.
smarts to think, hey, let me focus chakra in my feet to make myself faster. That's an intelligence thing to make yourself faster, but it's not in the sense of because she's smart, she has more chakra. It's because she's smart, she applies her chakra in an intelligent way.
More so just like applying knowledge that you already learned and just using it in ways that you can think of.
And
to
like
help be able to help yourself
Raikage
out,
and
yeah.
Tsunade aren't fast and strong because of their physical bodies. It's because of chakra, not because of their physical energy.
Well, I mean, the Raikage definitely is strong from his physical body too. Like, let's be real, like how jacked he is. But
Okay, but like also in like the Blood Prison movie, when Naruto is unable to use chakra, he's like literally human level.
Did you even hear me?
Yeah. What?
Okay, because I couldn't hear you because of Siri.
Okay, well, is Bug dead?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Maybe he could be dead. He's
Okay,
been there for
so
like, what,
going
2-3
back to
years?
Boruto, I guess. Okay, because
Yeah.
okay, I'm talking more on Bug because so not do we think he's dead, but okay, well I guess do you guys think he's dead? Yes or no? That's a simple.
He probably could be
I'm
dead.
not sure.
That man's
I'm
been
not
there for
sure.
like what?
All I
Probably.
know is Code did not care, and I thought it was.
I'm
kinda
gonna
sad,
say
but funny.
yes because Code just walks by him like that's just normal. Like he's used to seeing it, so he's been there in that tree form for a while. I
Yeah,
think.
he's been there for a while.
Exactly,
It's just a
for
matter of
good-
whether it preserves him alive or if it kills him.
So
But
you were saying
2-3
earlier,
years,
Kamui.
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So you were saying earlier that like, Code was just being, that Bug was just being strung along, and he wasn't actually ever that important. So like all the fan theories of he's actually Shibai or something, like we just throw those out. But like more importantly, but Bug was just straight up on his side, and the Claw Grimes wouldn't have just
kind of.
randomly bit him. Like they didn't just randomly bite Code, for instance. I don't think.
Well, we don't
So,
know that.
We don't know that, but
Mm-hmm.
it should be implied that at least Bug would
what I
know
will
not
say-
to go get himself
here's
bit.
what I don't know, obviously.
Like Bug is
but what I
clearly
can't
someone
say
who
is-
would
okay,
try
so
and stay safe and
Bug's
doesn't care about
there
others.
in chapter 77
Self-preservation.
when they're he's making Claw Grimes still, like he's there seeing them. So as long as Code's there, they don't attack him. But the moment Code left, for all we know, they attacked him.
I completely disagree. Okay, that'd be bad writing though. Like okay, what I'm building up is I'm building up the flashback. I'm trying to determine what happened over the time skip before we actually get it. So we have a lot of factors here. We have the fact that okay, Bug is turned into a tree, so clearly the Claw Grimes ate him. I'm assuming it's because they had a disagreement, probably over the Tin Tails. So then Code just considered Bug a traitor and then had the Claw Grimes attack him. So whatever, so
with that in
Bug
mind,
learned
what do you
something.
think-
It could have been because of Kashin Koji. It could have been because of Momoshiki. It could have been because of Sasuke. Similarly, Code could have got his scar over his eye because of Sasuke or Momoshiki in Boruto's body, or because of Kashin Koji. But because Kashin Koji's back now, I also think that Sasuke. The first year Boruto trains with Sasuke to prove his innocence, to overcome Kawaki, for all that, for his goals that we saw. Then Code comes to attack with the Claw Grimes. Bug goes against him for whatever reason. Kashin Koji comes back. He tells Boruto about the actual truth of the Tin Tails. Boruto stops mastering Kenjutsu because he already trained with Sasuke. He already got that from Sasuke. Now he's training Uzuhiko or whatever else he's learned from Kashin Koji. So he has got both trained. That is my theory for what's happened over the time skip and why he's changed.
So the question though is, why does Bug?
Yeah.
Or
Hello? I think he
Just
lagged
do
out.
it. Like,
Okay.
your mic's cutting out.
I feel like he would have already known just from his research with Boro and stuff. Like, I feel like Bug would already know stuff about Ten Tails.
No,
So I feel like-
disagree.
No,
I think he
here's
just
the thing.
like
Code.
Kashin Koji told him, and then he's like, okay, like under this hypothetical, did Bug go with Code to fight Sasuke and Boruto? I doubt that.
But
Like Bug's doing that. I think
well,
he's
I
chilling.
don't know, but Bug is also an
My-
outer, and we know through Ao and Garo that the outers don't have the same knowledge or intel that the inners do. Like they aren't treated the same.
Correct. So I
So-
think like if anything Bug knows is through Boro. Like if Boro tells him stuff, they learn stuff with their scientific research and development. Kara's back. And so I just feel like
There's
because
also no
the thing
telling
is, it's just
that
it seems
all the
weird
inners
to
know.
me at least for Bug to go with Code to kill Boruto, and then like Kashin Koji shows up, tells him, "Hey, this is what's gonna happen with the Ten Tails," and the Bug, like, that's
Kamui, your
time
mic's
against him,
cutting
and
out.
Code brings it back
Yeah.
and feeds him to the clock, right? Just sounds ridiculous to me. So I don't.
It sounds ridiculous to you. Okay. I also don't think it's an only inner thing. I think it could be like Kashin Koji might have ties to Toneri. Like maybe Delta doesn't know. Delta's an airhead, so she probably would have said something. Does Damon and Ishiki know? I doubt it. Or I mean Damon and freaking Eida? I doubt it. Otherwise I would have said something.
No, I think
Amado
Ishiki
probably knows. Koji clearly knows.
I think Ishiki knows. I think
Oh.
Koji learns, like, just knows something from
My,
Amado.
Well, Koji's also mysterious though.
This
Like
is
there's
my-
more to Koji than what we know.
Something.
so my thing is like, okay, if Bug has been sitting in that damn tree for like what, good 2 or 3 years or so, and Code has full control over these claw grimes, how would they be able to go out? How would they be able to develop their own sentience, their own consciousness, and just decide to attack Bug out of nowhere? At that
Well,
given
it's
point,
like-
like beforehand,
To me, I mean, that's why I said maybe like if Code left, he's not in control of those specific claw grime. He's not thinking about it, and they just kind of attack Bug being a human there. That's Code. I don't know.
That just sounds ridiculous.
I mean,
to
it's
me.
just no. It's just to me, it's like this. Like
They're
we
not gonna
only
write it.
know
According
that
to
they're
Boruto
evolving.
and Code, those things are just instinctively biting people. They don't seem to bite Code
Yeah.
for whatever reason, which is probably because he's in control with their, because he has the claw marks on him. But I don't see
Yeah.
why they wouldn't want to attack Bug unless Code makes them not attack Bug. But when he goes after Boruto, he may have just not thought about it.
Sure, but when
No,
he was
but here's
first
the
making
thing.
the claw grimes, they didn't go after Bug. Like, so that's
Yeah,
against
they
their
didn't go-
instinct as well. I don't think they're gonna write it to where Bug just randomly gets bit for no reason.
No, because
Hope
here's the
not.
thing.
Yeah, I
that tree
agree.
looks
Like,
big.
I would prefer
So there could-
that there's like a reason. Yes.
My thing
Of
is
course
like
there's a reason.
my thing is like Code is in control of these claw grimes. So there could have been a chance that, well, like what Oodie said, they could have had a disagreement, and Code may not just have liked whatever Bug had said and just decided to just get rid of him.
The thing, Kamui,
It's
is
also
that
possible that
everything,
Code just backstabbed him for the hell of it.
everything in screenwriting is 100% intentional. It's placed there for a reason, especially in animation, and I'm just gonna extend that to manga, which takes
So,
a month
Let
to
me ask
draw.
you. Okay, let
I'm
me
not
ask
just
you.
randomly gonna do that.
What do you think is the reason for Shikamaru commenting on Nishi being late in like chapter 76 or whatever it was that never got brought up?
Well, I don't know, but there's a
Oh
reason to
shit!
it.
You're talking about like what? What chapter? It's in the
What the
70s.
heck is
I don't know.
Nishi doing? And we just never get an update
Any-
on that.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
answer you,
where
but
is-
Ikimoto could, or Kishimoto, whoever.
No, it has to be in like what, chapter 74, maybe chapter 73.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I think it's chapter 77, but I don't know.
Let me see.
Who cares? If it comes up,
It was
it
either
comes up.
76 or 77. No, I think it was 76.
It's one of those two, I think.
Well, even beyond that, the fact that Code isn't commenting on, he's just walking by, he's not even looking. So he knows,
Like, it
he
obviously
knows
happened.
Bug is a tree. He knows that people can be turned into trees. And depending on how long this tree has been here, the tree doesn't develop beyond this. It doesn't evolve, it doesn't form beyond this. It's just staying there normally as a tree, just stagnant. It's not destroying the realm or anything. It's not growing. It's not absorbing chakra.
Yeah, because he's not an Otsutsuki, so it doesn't keep going. Like,
Yeah. So okay, but so
Yeah.
that's clearly not what Boruto's referring to, whatever that is. It's just something else
Yeah.
that's happening. But Code knows this happens. Code knows the claw grimes eat people and then they turn into trees.
But Boruto says that the claw grimes are changing. They're evolving. They're changing.
yeah, Code's claw marks
It's like
had an effect on them.
I don't
don't
think it's
know
just the
what.
claw marks. I think it could have been his chakra merging with the tin tails.
Well,
Well,
again, but
yeah,
the
maybe-
Tin Tails
the
has
claw marks.
transformed. So who's to say the
Yes.
claw grimes didn't also transformed at the same time? This
Like,
could be a
it's
defense
changing them,
mechanism of
like-
the Tin Tails.
Hmm.
Because the claw
Wait, say that
grimes.
again?
This could be a defense mechanism of the Tin Tails because Code did this.
Why don't
Like, what do you mean?
Tin-
What
the
is this
Tin Tails
defense mechanism that
transformed.
it's doing?
Yeah, so the Tin Tails transformed because Code is using the claw grimes. So then the claw grimes transformed. So the claw grimes could be actually under the Tin Tails' control or changed because of the Tin Tails, not because of Code. Like, yeah, reactively because of Code, but like the Tin Tails is the one that changed them, not Code.
I mean, that's possible.
Because
the
why else would the
impression I
Ten
got-
Tails
either
transform
what's
anyways?
possible here. The impression I got was just like probably because of what's contained in the claw marks, like Code's human DNA or Otsutsuki Chakra or whatever the hell affected the Ten Tails was the vibe I got. But your example could easily be what it is too. Like
Well,
it could
okay.
be either.
Not going back to this discussion, but regardless of the size you think the Ten Tails is, it's clearly not the same shape or whatever. It has transformed.
Yeah, it's like clearly changed.
Yeah, so something happened to make it transform for whatever reason, somehow. Whether it was code, whether it was a Ten Tails, it has transformed.
On a side note, in the spoilers from Abdul, he mentions how it says that he drained all of the chakra of the Ten Tails, but nowhere in the chapter whatsoever did it ever say that. So I'm wondering, like, where did that come from?
It could just be a mistranslation from the OP scans, because there are a few in here, I think. Like, for example...
For sure, probably.
I'll point it out later when we get to it.
Honestly, we might as well get into it. Okay, how Rasengan Uzuhiko works.
Well,
What's your
hang on. Before that, there's a little bit more. We'll go in order. Okay. Here, let me find another scan instead of scrolling through it on stream. I'm gonna put the picture up.
You're on WP scans?
Okay. The final thing in the chapter. What is Boruto going to do? Confirmed. It's Ten Tails. Good. Puts fingers up.
Like, what is he gonna do
the
next?
The Su kanji. Yeah, what's he gonna do next? So, in my opinion, it's undoubtedly he's going to teleport to the Ten Tails realm. He's going to leave Konoha.
He's either going to just observe or more than likely try to follow Code there.
Yeah. So he's putting up the fingers like for the Shushin technique or just the body flicker or like teleportation in general, I think. So, yeah, I think he's
so Boruto.
He can just use karma. Like, because
he does.
Code's there, he might know how to get there, like, because he's seeing where it is. Like, he might be able to find it now.
I'm telling you, he can travel through Code's claw marks. You're gonna be crying next chapter when that's what he does.
Okay,
but I don't know
Oodie,
if he can tell.
Kawaki shrunk them, so how is he going to do that in this context?
The same way that Code did through a claw grime.
But there are no claw grimes around.
What do you mean?
Didn't Walky kill one?
Okay.
Yeah, but the claw mark's still there.
I mean, not only is the claw mark still there, but there's other claw grimes around.
Here's the problem. I don't think
Walky could just shrink those claw marks, though. Is what would be the problem?
He can't shrink those because they're organic matter because they're on the claw grime.
He can just shrink the claw.
Why didn't he shrink it when? Then why didn't he?
Well, I think it's more so it's because it's
I don't think.
Well, actually, no. I would say that it's probably because it's attached to a living body, but we've seen Kawaki be able to shrink claw marks on people that were attached to them.
Yeah,
but it's attached to it. In this case, it's not attached to the claw mark. It's a claw grime.
It's like a part of
it. Yeah, it's like molded into it.
So it's like if he shrinks them, if he shrinks the claw marks, he's gonna be shrinking their body parts. Yeah, essentially.
I won't say for sure, but I think it would just like basically shrink the claw mark. Only you would still see, like, if he shrinks the claw mark on their face would just be exposed, and the claw mark.
But I don't think you understand. Like, we're saying that there is no face where the claw mark is. If he shrinks the claw mark, it's going to make like a donut hole.
I think so, because it depends on what you think happened with the Renegon one. It depends on if you think Code teleported a Renegon there, or if that claw grab just opened an eye.
It absolutely opened an eye. Because it wasn't even on the claw mark side.
If it opened an eye, then there's an eye behind it.
Or was it? I don't remember.
So there's probably a face behind it.
Well, I'm also thinking there's a belt over the Ten Tails eye. What if that was just the Ten Tails' eye?
Well, it could be. I'm saying it depends on whether you think it is like the Ten Tails or Code or whoever's eye teleported to that specific claw grime, or if you think that claw grime
manifested
it on its own.
But I'm saying, like, what if that's the reason there's a belt specifically over the eye? Like, it's specifically on the eye of the Ten Tails.
So that way he can do it. It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not saying it's
like, I'm
not
saying
possible,
Code knows that. Like, Code did do that. He
but then this
Code
goes back
probably
to the
saw that there's a Renegon on the Ten Tails before he split it up.
But then this goes back to the whole thanks to you enhancing them or thanks to you transforming them. One of the claw guys managed to manifest a Renegon. Now, whether or not if it's a purple Renegon, a yellow, or a red one, it's more likely it could be a red one, just similar to the Ten Tails. It probably could be the fact that, you know, the Claw Grinds are able to manifest a Renegon on their own free will and their own accord. Or maybe it could be because of code.
Well, the next question is, do you think that Claw Grind randomly got stronger when it got the Renegon teleported to it? Or was that Claw Grind just a strong Claw Grind already?
Probably
it got stronger because it resonated with Kawaki's karma. Or with his Otsutsuki DNA. It could tell that Kawaki was Otsutsuki.
Yeah, and it attempted to try to eat him because, you know, the lore about Ten Tails and Otsutsuki.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, it still irks me, like, looking back at the chapter and the Claw Grind's able to manifest a Renegon. What did Code really do? It's the real question.
You don't know. Did Code even do it?
Or maybe, or did Code even have anything to do with this at all? Does Code know that they can manifest a Renegon?
Like,
I think he probably does.
He could just not be the one who controls it. Like, they could just do it independent of them. But so obviously the Claw Mark could have played a role. But ignoring that, like, did Code intentionally say, hey, I'm going to open a Renegon Eye and attack Kawaki? Or was it like, they just did it?
And yeah, it's just like, okay. So they're able to manifest a Renegon. One of the things I was kind of hoping is, okay, what does this Renegon... The Renegon does provide a really good stat boost, like an amp to the user. I know that for a fact. But I was kind of hoping to see what abilities can you do with this particular Renegon. Like, not like the old Six Paths Samsaric.
Oh, that's what I want to see.
Yeah. Like, not like the old Six...
I want to see the Claw Grind pull out the mecha arm and the laser.
Yeah. Like, just see them go crazy. Like, just... Oh
it just goes almighty push, dude. That'd be fire. I love it.
Shibaku Tensei.
God.
I mean, it was pretty cool. Like, I don't have any problems with it.
I think it would be a problem for a lot of older Naruto fans because
you know what,
to them just seeing this will be like them, because we know it's very hard to obtain a Renegon.
Hate on Sasuke for not using other Renegon abilities.
I really just like, here's the thing, that is a free Renegon. Right there, that was a free Renegon. If Sasuke was there,
because
Kawaki.
If it's teleported through the Claw Mark, it could just teleport away before he grabs the eye. Very quickly.
Yes. Because knowing the lore about the Renegon, you need the chakra of both Indra and Ashura. When you have the chakra of both Indra and Ashura, that creates Hagoromo's chakra. And I don't know whether or not if this is correct, but the main reason Hagoromo was able to manifest a Renegon was because he had killed Hamura, who was controlled by his mother Kaguya.
I wouldn't use that.
I don't know if that's true. Going back to the filler episode, knowing that it really,
because it doesn't really fit in line with anything we're told outside. Because the thing is, in that one, he awakens his Mangekyo Sharingan and Renegon at the same time, like, and it's not how anyone else that wasn't. It's just kind of like, sure, it's possible.
Oh, he's a like direct descendant of Kaguya. It makes more sense to me.
Like, yeah, it makes more sense that it's just like Kaguya has a Rene Sharingan, and then Hagoromo gets the Rene part, the Renegon. His son gets the Sharingan part of it, the Sharingan. Like, it's kind of just like, and then the two together would make Rene Sharingan.
It's the same way that Indra and Ashura were really strong, just by default, because they're Hagoromo's kid, like direct descendant of Kaguya.
Yeah.
And I think that just Hagoromo got that. And then when it comes to Hagoromo's Renegon, yeah, mixing Indra and Ashura Chakra will help recreate Hagoromo's Renegon. I don't think that really has a whole lot to do with, you know, like, it's not, Momoshiki doesn't have Indra and Ashura's Chakra, like, he just has a Renegon. Like,
I think
it's just,
yeah. I think the point I was trying to make was the Renegon could be a derivative of the Rene Sharingan. But then it was like, okay, if it's the derivative of the Rene Sharingan, then well, actually, yeah, never mind. I was gonna make some crazy claims, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stick with that.
All right, let's hear it.
So Hagoromo has a Rinnegan, and we know Hamura himself has 2 Byakugans. I don't know why Hamura is so insignificant compared to Hagoromo.
He got the Tenseigan.
He got the Tenseigan, but it was just his backstory. They made him seem like he's not as relevant or important as Hagoromo.
Yeah, because he went to the moon instead.
Well, he is. We just don't know why. He's just off-screen important. Like, Toneri's important because of reasons that we don't know either.
Yeah, like, Hamura just went to the moon, so everything with him is moon-related. He's not really important to Earth stuff, he's important to moon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By his own choice. Yeah. Like, he chose to do that.
Yeah. It's just like, okay. The Rinnegan...
Like, from a writing standpoint, Kishimoto created the Sage of Six Paths before he created Hagoromo and Hamura specifically as people and a brother. So, like, Hagoromo was already important. The Sage of Six Paths was already built up, and then Hamura was just kind of like extra. So he wasn't going to use Hamura for the Sage of Six Paths. He chose Hagoromo, and at that point, it's like, okay, well, we'll use Hamura for something else. The moon. Let's go with that. Use it for Naruto the Last kind of thing.
I see you're using 3D Paint, Oodie.
It looks so like, good, doesn't it? I did such a good job.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a creation, I swear.
I was like, huh, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad.
Make this headband blue and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
There we go.
But, okay. Claw Grinds manifesting a Rinnegan, linking that to code, enhancing them or transforming them. And then I was going to also link the fact that they're able to manifest a Rinnegan to the fact that they're developing sentience or becoming more conscious, developing their own free will. Because the moment they saw Kawaki, bam, one of them manifested Rinnegan and was just ready to chomp down this man. And so Kawaki blasted his upper torso out, and that just left like a missed opportunity for a free Rinnegan. I don't think anyone would. But if it was just lying there and there was a Rinnegan, what is to say that if Amado was still in the village, that he would not just go on ahead, take that Rinnegan and just mass reproduce it?
Or Danzo or Orochimaru.
If it just teleports away, I mean, he can try it just teleport away.
Assuming it's dead, and it can't really do that, which I don't think that's likely.
It can, because like the claw marks, I mean, like Code hypothetically could just pull it out if you wanted. Like, it boils down to, but if that was just the claw grind awakening its own Rinnegan eye and it's dead, yeah, then it's probably not going to teleport it away. But it all boils down to how it got there. If the Ten Tails itself was the one doing it, like it's thinking, oh, Rinnegan, poof, pull it away. Like it just boils down to that.
It's absolutely going to teleport away with it. Unless someone steals
I don't
it
think, realistically, I think that's what would happen if anyone tried to do that.
That said, Sarada should get it. It'd be so cool.
Oh, a Rinnegan?
That Rinnegan, yeah. Like, it's literally the meme from my
Rinnegan.
Picture. Yeah.
Let me see her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities first, please.
Yeah, we have not seen any of her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities yet.
You know what? Just put it in her arm like Danzo. So you just have an elbow Rinnegan.
Nah.
Put arm of Rinnegan.
Yeah. Do you guys not know how much chakra the Rinnegan can tax you for just using those abilities? I don't know.
Sarada has the next generation amp, so she's Otsutsuki level based on her chakra reserves.
Next generation amp.
I don't like that.
Specifically the Naruto next generation amp.
It's just like, okay, if she's going to use the Rinnegan, she needs something to constantly keep supplying her chakra with, which is what we were talking about earlier about the Byakugou seal. The problem is,
it depends. It depends on if she awakens her Rinnegan or if she stole someone else's. I don't think at any point Sarada will steal a Rinnegan, so we can just rule that out. If she awakens it herself, she's gonna be okay for the most part. Like, it can be chakra draining to use its powers, but just having it exist is not gonna drain her unless she uses it.
You know what? I should have flipped these fingers around. I'm so dumb.
I think it's more so like she needs to become more proficient, like train with her eye abilities. before she can just go on ahead and just get new powers and abilities.
But yeah, exactly. We need to
Yeah.
we need to get a good amount with her Mangekyo before we even talk about the Rasengan.
Yeah, it's just like it feels like a large skip, like a large jump to just give her a Rinnegan when she hasn't even mastered any of her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we're
she may
sitting,
have mastered them, but we haven't seen them, so.
I don't know if I would like the fact that she just already mastered her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities.
Oh, absolutely. I hate it. But you know.
We got Pain's Rinnegan abilities before
Walky
we
just
got his Mangekyo
mastered
abilities.
His eye.
Well,
So.
Well, yeah, but I think it's more so like his abilities is more so he got his Rinnegan abilities implanted from Madara from like an early age. So he's constantly like just, you know.
No, I'm talking about Kawaki. He just immediately mastered Ishiki's eye for the most part, and then got it more mastered over the time skip. So, I mean, Boruto just awakened a new level of karma just out of nowhere because he was laying down and Ko told him about it. So, like, I'm just saying, there's a precedent for Boruto for them to just get it instantly. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Sarada's just already got a good level of her Mangekyo Sharingan. I would like to see it again. I would like to see it happening in present time, but you know,
it just goes back to what we were saying. It's just it feels contrived.
I'll
For
take
me, it feels
Pain's Mangekyo before I get Sarada's. I'm fine with that.
It's just like I want to really see her train with her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities.
absolutely.
I really would love to see that. And if it's in flashbacks, at this given point, I don't care. At least it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
At least we got something.
But I don't think she knows she has it because Sarada Sasuke didn't follow that route.
Started train for Chidori. We didn't see her train her Sharingan. We didn't see any of it. So
we did get it in the novels, though.
No.
Well, we did see her train Chidori in the anime.
Can't even
but
fully put.
You are lagging, Kamui.
What? Some.
Okay, I guess you can't hear me.
But
well, Immortal Phoenix, how are you?
oh my god, it was freaking.
Good.
No, it's fucking. Oh, why is it doing this? It connected to the Wi-Fi for a second. That was really bad connection. Disconnected.
You're good again.
All right, let me just say that again. In the manga, it wouldn't overly surprise me if they didn't show any of the training and she just has the abilities and that's it. In the anime, I expect to see at least something. In the manga, I want to see a lot, but I wouldn't be 100% surprised if they just skip to the end result.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny. A lot of people said that, you know, Sarada activated her Sharingan when she was fighting all the Claw Grimes, and then she was about to get off guarded by one of them. It's like as an anti-feat. I don't know. I'm looking back at the chapter and I don't see any indication that she activated her Mangekyo Sharingan. I mean, any Sharingan abilities at all.
She may have
I could be wrong.
Chidori,
I could be wrong
even
about
then,
this.
though, it doesn't matter. The Sharingan doesn't give you 360-degree vision. Like, it doesn't matter. You can be off guarded with a Sharingan.
That's what I keep saying. It's not a Byakugan. The Sharingan is nowhere near a Byakugan.
Oh, okay.
The Sharingan literally has nothing to do with preventing being off guarded.
Okay.
It just helps you react to the things you're on guard for.
Yeah.
The things you're looking at.
So this is gonna like sort of jump around a little bit. We'll come back to like a later idea of this. But the Uzuhiko. Okay. So
yeah,
we see what Code sees when he's hit with Uzuhiko, the like vortex in his spiral in like his peripheral vision. What do you think would happen if he hit a Hyuga with that, with their Byakugan on? What do they see? Because they got like 359-degree vision. Is it that 1 degree blind spot has a random spiral circle in it? Or is it just like the whole, like they're trapped like in a sphere, like they're in the middle of a Rasengan, and it's like they're watching a 360-degree YouTube video where they can just change the camera anywhere, but like because they're in the middle of the Rasengan, no matter where they look, it's all spiral in every direction.
I think it depends on what you think is actually happening there, because at least a potential option was that that's just like Code being dizzy, essentially. That's how it's artistically drawn. Like he's seeing spirals like he's dizzy. If that's the case, I think it's just more or less the same. If he's just seeing Boruto create spirals, I don't think those are behind him, so I think the Byakugan would just see it in that spot and not anywhere else. So
No, I don't think
I guess-
Boruto's main. I think
I
he's
think
seeing
they would
it.
just see it there and then see more stuff that's not spirals.
Yeah, I think it's literally showing like a one person perspective of what Code's saying. What's the word? First person perspective.
First person, yeah.
First person perspective, yeah.
At first I
One-person
was
perspective.
at first when I was looking at the chapter, I thought, holy shit, like Boruto is causing more whirlwinds even after using the technique. But then I was like,
Yeah, no, I thought
wait,
it was funny when I read this.
yeah, I was like, huh? Boruto's still able to use the Uzuhiko Rasengan? After
Yeah, so actually, because we were talking on the Cloud podcast last night, when I was on there. So, what do you guys think the effect of Code was? Just generally speaking, do you think
you're
he's
talking about-
dizzy? Is he just in
The way you say
regular
it.
pain and that's all it is? Is he dizzy?
Oh, he's
Is it
not in
something
pain.
else?
Are you talking about that burn effect thing that they were talking about on the podcast?
Yeah, so like Mello basically thought it was more or less he's just in pain, not so much a dizziness thing at all.
He's not in pain at all.
I originally
I don't think
I thought it was like a dizziness thing. What do you think?
I think
no,
he
was
is.
just blown back like Naruto was with the Gale Palm.
No,
Like
like
Boruto
when he's
did.
stumbling, when he gets up and starts stumbling on the
No,
ground.
he's just dizzy.
Well, looking
Okay,
at
that's what I thought dizziness, not just pain.
To me-
Yeah.
It's not pain at all.
looking at-
He's not in any pain.
looking at the panels, he's standing up, he's holding his stomach, and he's just like
He's holding his chest, yeah.
holding his chest, and he's just like
No, I agree.
And then
but
he
he
just
isn't.
sees-
He's surprised, is what it is.
he is surprised.
He's not
and he's
in
seeing
pain.
all the
For
okay,
me, I
s-
think he could be in pain from where he was hit. Like it could have just hurt like a punch there. But
more
I
than
think
a
the
punch.
main effect is
I
that
don't think
he's
it
like
was.
he's dizzy, he's off balance, he's disoriented. That's what I think.
Looking at
And I think that's what
Code's
the
eyes
spirally
in
thing
this
might
panel.
be, just like him being dizzy. And that's just the perspective we got.
I think it's more so like his equilibrium is off
Yeah.
because he's
Here I'm sharing my screen. These are not the eyes of someone who's in pain because he doesn't know what this technique is. He doesn't want to be hit by it. Clearly, that's what like the first like 16 pages or so of this chapter was showing. That he was like testing Boruto out to see what this ability is. So here he's being hit with it. He's not in pain. He's like surprised.
Well, he is in the next page. Like there's a
No, I
clear.
understand. Well,
he's,
also
like,
clearly
screaming in agony.
he's not even really hitting him hard. He's just like putting his palm on him essentially.
All I'm saying is keep
Similar
scrolling.
to the-
We
no,
see
I
his face
understand.
in agony.
I don't want to scroll too much because like the chat. Let me
Oh yeah.
there you go.
We'll just cut to the part that I'm talking about.
Is this here? Okay, well, yeah, we'll cut to the part where you're talking about. I'm probably already showed too much, but this one right here, where he's in surprise.
No, the next one. Yeah, that one.
This one, yeah. No, I don't think
I mean-
this is him being in pain at all. Because I don't
well,
see this
I
as
do.
being in pain at all, at all. It's him
Mhm.
screaming
He's
because
taking
he's being hit by the
damage.
technique.
He's taking a lot of damage.
No, I completely
That's one thing
disagree.
for sure.
I completely
That looks like
disagree.
he's screaming in pain.
100%. Like, think about, like, okay, was Deepa taking damage? No.
Okay, but Deepa was patrolling. He was pretending to be in pain, and
Okay,
he
I
did the same
understand.
face. He
Okay.
was just joking.
Okay,
I
but
don't think
also
Code is
think about, like,
trolling.
the movie villains. When they're wearing armor, they're screaming before their armor's even cracked. And then their armor cracks, then the armor
haven't
breaks,
seen
then
the
they're hit, and then they
movies
Are you
spin,
talking
and
about
then
the
they're hit
reference?
backwards. Like, they're
Are you
screaming because
talking
they're
about,
being
like-
hit with the attack, not because they're in pain. He's surprised here.
I can't get the reference when I haven't seen.
I
whatever movie
understand.
you're
I'm
talking
just
about,
telling
so-
you.
Are you
Maybe
talking
the
about
audience
the
gets it.
original Boruto? Are you talking about the Boruto and Naruto Next Generation?
All of them,
like the 2015 one?
realistically. Like every single movie,
All of them?
practically. Yeah.
Shit. What the fuck?
Even
is
in
it?
canon, I'm pretty sure it happens a few times, but whatever.
But
Bro,
they
my
scream
computer-
for sure, but like I think he's in pain at some point.
I don't think he's in pain here.
Like, does he recover pretty good? Absolutely, but I do think it hurt.
Well, yeah, like he's hit backwards slightly, and he lands on his feet, unfazed.
Yeah, I think
Like,
he's
he's not
fine,
even
but
hit
it
that
does
far.
look like he's. I mean, when I see that image, it does look like he's in pain. Is what I'm.
Yeah, especially like when he lands, he's not even like out of breath. Oh, I put the wrong one on. Jesus Christ. Like, he's just looking at him like, oh, that's it. Like, what happened? And then even like Eida basically comments like, oh, that's it. It's just like a normal Rasengan. Like, it's not even a big deal. Like, what was special about it?
Yeah, like the main effect isn't like that. It's like a powerful, painful Rasengan. Not at all. I was only saying that he could be clutching his chest because it hurt like a punch.
Yeah, like look at his
That's
eyebrow.
all. I think the main
eyebrow
point is that he seems dizzy.
He's not huffing. He's ... It's ...
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. I don't think pain is the main thing. I'm not saying that.
No, I don't think it's the thing at all.
I was just giving credence to his point that maybe he was in some pain. That's all.
But again, like the context of this is
impartial.
he's testing Boruto's ability because he doesn't know what Uzuhiko is. And Boruto's clearly displaying it as something crazy. Started the chapter questioning it. Boruto did all this mysterious stuff. Code's questioning it, trying not to be hit by it because he doesn't know what it is. So he's finally hit by it. Here he's confused because he doesn't know what just happened.
I mean, none of that means that it can't have hurt.
Well, even when Code catches it, and he's like, oh, you're not going to hit me now, and Boruto's like, oh, actually, I'm only halfway done now. And Code, again, he's back on guard. Like, he's just as serious as he was before. And here he's serious because he's just been hit by it, but he doesn't know what the effect is yet. He's surprised because he was expecting it to hurt or whatever, but it didn't at all.
Yeah, I do think that the main thing is not a pain thing. Again, I'm not saying.
I hate the idea of it being the main thing or not the main thing because it's not a factor at all. Do you think like Naruto was in pain from Boruto's Gale
like
palm?
at least 1% pain from being punched.
He was just knocked back. Again, do you think Naruto was in pain from Boruto's Gale palm in the Code arc?
At least like 0.5%.
0.5%?
Yeah.
Sure, okay. So it might have like scratched his tummy slightly, I guess, maybe.
Okay, I'm just saying, dude. Okay, the face of Code on that page does look like a screaming in agony face. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, screaming, not in agony. Does not look like he's in pain.
It looks like he's in agony. I'm just thinking that's what it looks like in that
shot,
panel.
like freaking, like oh my god!
I mean,
ah!
Okay,
that's not in pain.
Uodie,
like he's riding a roller coaster. You aren't in agony when you're
riding
riding a roller coaster.
Uodie, to give you some credit to your movie reference, I think this is hilarious and it could be true. Maybe he was just expecting the hurt, so he starts screaming and it didn't actually hurt.
But he isn't Deepa. He isn't trolling Deepa.
No. He wasn't an
is,
intentional troll. He just genuinely thought it was going to hurt, started screaming, and he's like, "Oh wait, it doesn't hurt."
Well, both of them are essentially trolling because neither of them are going all out. Like they're saying, "Oh, you can't even get girls." Blah blah blah. Oh, Boruto, you make me laugh.
Well, originally when I said that he wasn't going all out, to be fair, I thought he didn't use his white karma seal, but he does. He goes in and out.
I don't think that means.
Yeah,
he
does
I don't think
end
he
up
means that he's
using
going all out. He was just using it to not be hit in that moment. Which to
What
be
do you
fair, he
mean?
wasn't. When he uses his white karma seal.
I don't think that's
Well,
peak
I don't-
code power, sure, but I do think Boruto is definitely way stronger.
Yeah, it may not be his peak power, but it's just seeing his white karma seal activated. I think he's kind of taking this a little bit more seriously than he was before. Because he didn't necessarily know what the Uzuhiko Rasengan was capable of until now. And it's just like seeing Ko going back to Jin's dimension, and he's still in pain for the after effects of the Uzuhiko. Yeah. He's gonna probably learn to take Boruto a lot more seriously now. But it's just.
I mean, I will say though, I still think to be fair, just trying to be impartial on all sides.
Yeah.
You could like hold your chest being really dizzy, not necessarily be in pain. I don't think that's outlandish to how to hold yourself if you're really dizzy. That doesn't seem crazy to do that anyway. So I still think that could easily just be the explanation. He's dizzy, punching his chest because he's dizzy. I don't think it's crazy.
But again, you're saying, oh, he's holding his chest and all this. Well, here, immediately after he lands, he's not, at all. He just lands. His arm's just down.
Yeah, it's only after
he
gets dizzy that he does that.
He's calm.
Okay, again, it's only after he gets dizzy that he does that.
If
so
anything,
my point is, I think the effect is related to dizziness.
It's like he's relaxed. This reminds me of when Boruto arrives on Code's face. With his arm just down like this. It's loose. He's all loosey-goosey.
I can't really tell what you're trying to get at. Are you trying to argue with me? Or what?
No. He's loosey-goosey.
Okay.
He's relaxed. He's calm, collected.
Okay. So you're not arguing with me.
No, he's not.
But you're
Has his
not.
arm on his stomach. He's not in pain.
You really want to aim at this point.
He's not like oof. He's just chilling. He's like Trippy. He's just chilling. When he should be working. He's being lazy.
When
It's
he
like
should be
Code's
working.
being.
Yeah.
He
Code
should be
is-
working
so-
here.
Yeah, Code is not. I don't. Code. I would say Code is in pain, but it's more so he's not. I think it's more so just he's losing his equilibrium because he's kind of like a little bit off sync with the planet. Because since we got information that the Uzuhiko Rasengan takes Chakra from the planet's rotation, and basically he just applied it to Code. Code is like just losing all his footing after that attack. Like he's not able to walk straight or anything. He looks really dizzy.
Yeah, I will say it's not until he starts seeing spirals, which again I think is kind of like the dizziness rotation stuff, that he
Yeah.
actually starts to clutch his chest and stuff. And even then, actually, he also clutches his head too. So yeah, I'm with it. He's just dizzy.
Yeah, he's really
Like
dizzy.
grabbing your head when you're dizzy. Oh, that's 100% a reasonable human thing that people do.
So, going back quite a bit, because I never really got your guys' answer. So, I think at the end of the chapter, when Boruto says good after confirmed, it's the 10 tails, I think he's teleporting to that dimension, but I never got your guys' theories. Because, again, I think it's also weird for him to say this, actually. So, this sort of goes against my idea. He says good, but then he also says, like, Kawaki, you're in the way. So, like, what do you mean you're in the... Like, you're planning on leaving immediately. What do you mean he's in the way? He's not in the way. You're leaving. Like,
I think it's more
teleporting
so in
away.
reference
well,
to...
it's more so that like Kawaki interfered.
But Code's already gone.
With
Like,
his
he should have
plan.
said that when Code was still there. Like that should have been the first thing he said after
Destiny-
Kawaki
hold
tried
on.
to attack him from behind. Yeah.
Well, hold on, because
It's the last thing
Kawaki
he says
attacks
to
him,
Kawaki.
well, the first thing he says is, "Can you stop interfering with us?" So, and he tells him to get away from Code. Then he escapes, and then Kawaki's like, "I got business with you," and he's like, "Bro, you're in the way. Like, go away."
It's
the
literally the
point is
last thing
that
he says to
The,
Kawaki.
the point is Kawaki's trying to fight him. Boruto doesn't want to do that. He can escape, but the point is like, bro, leave me
Well, then
alone.
he's not
We'll
in the
deal with this
way.
later.
When he was.
I mean,
He's
hypothetically,
not.
if
He can
Kawaki
just
stops him-
teleport at any time.
Okay. No, but here's
yeah,
the
but
thing.
we're talking. It's more so like
No, 'cause,
Boruto
like-
needs.
Let's say he teleports with Karma. We've seen people do this before. When Boruto tries to teleport away, Kawaki can either join him or kick him out of the way so he doesn't leave, or absorb it, like Boruto did to Daikoku 10 portal. So Kawaki could like prevent him from leaving.
Sure, but at this point, he's not in the way then.
He's trying to be in the way.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm getting at, though. He should say something like,
Okay.
"Don't get in the way." You're in the way. That's implying
well,
you
maybe that's just
are
OP
in the way.
maybe
R
that's
is
just-
like present.
maybe that's just OP scans.
That could be the case as well.
Yeah.
Completely
Maybe
agree.
they're just saying it weird.
No, I completely agree because there's a few things in OP
Shinkatsu.
scans that don't make sense to me.
And then the Viz trade. That's why
Shinkatsu, I will never forget it.
I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people wait for the Viz media translation because it's a lot more clear than
Nah.
It
and
tends to
I'm-
make more
yeah,
sense.
It's
yeah,
canon to
it's
me.
yeah.
I will say though, with the new OP scans owner, apparently, I do think that this one made more sense than some of the previous ones.
Yeah,
I do think this was a step in the right direction.
I think chapter 79, the first one they did, was like the worst one they did by far. That was like
I thought the Shinkatsu one was the worst one.
no, that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a single
Chinkatsu.
word, but like chapter 79 was
Oh.
inconsistent the whole way through pretty much, especially like during the explanation parts or like when Kawaki's talking to them. Like I didn't even understand what Kawaki and Eida were saying to each other.
Yeah,
I don't
I
remember
broken
it well
English.
enough
I
to
remember the
say.
whole. I remember the whole Shinkutsu thing. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's the
You
one
mean
that stood out to
That's
me.
just a
that
typo.
chapter.
I was like,
Yeah.
But like a typo
That
isn't
was
the
hilarious.
same,
I was like,
in my opinion. Like typo, like
Uh,
broken English is different from a
yeah,
typo. Typo's just a joke.
that kind of, yeah, that screwed with my mind a little bit when I saw that
That does.
translation. I was like,
I
huh?
was dying.
That's
I
not
was
even a
dying laughing. I read
mistranslation
it
thing,
live,
it's
and
a-
I was
just a
I was
typo.
laughing. It was
But
so
like
funny.
that's an honest mistake compared to chapter 79 was just incompetence. It was just bad. It wasn't wrong, it was bad.
I'd have to just go back and read. I have like panels saved because I did OP scans for my review. Not with my laptop right now, but
well, at this point though, you've already got the context, so you would probably be able to easily like decipher. But like when it was first coming out, it was like kind of difficult to know what they were meaning to say.
I don't remember that though. Like, but I don't know.
Well, I think we talked about it on the podcast even when it came out.
I just remember I was dying laughing about a divine technique within a divine technique.
Yeah,
I was dying. That made me laugh. I remember that.
A Shinjutsu of all.
Yeah, but divine technique within a divine technique really had me rolling.
Of all parts, I really hope the Sarada section of this chapter, the single page they gave her, of where absolutely nothing of significance, actually it's 2 pages, where absolutely nothing of significance or importance is said or happens or changes or continues the story or progresses the plot or anything at all. It's the same thing that we know that we already got last chapter, so please let this be a mistranslation or something.
We didn't know, I mean, we didn't know if they died or not. So
worst part of the chapter.
Yeah.
I don't care if they died
here's the
or
thing.
not.
We learned,
well,
we don't care. It doesn't matter. He's a fucking tree.
But he wasn't dead last chapter. Last we saw him, he was still screaming.
Well, here's the thing. I think the whole point of this is to kind of give us more clarity as to what's going on when they do become trees. Are they still alive? Are they dead after that? I think
but
this
we don't need that because we already saw Bug this chapter. We could have just done that there.
Bug.
Well, not yet. We see him later.
No, we see him later, like in this chapter.
That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying we saw him at this point.
And we didn't really know if he was dead or alive.
Okay.
But we
That's why I'm saying
immediately assumed he was dead.
Just put that there. Like instead of just having Code walking by him, use your panels more wisely. Use your time.
Code could say, "Hey, Bug, how's it going?" You're like, it hurts. I prefer that. That's hilarious.
Code, it's been 3 years. I'm in agonizing pain. End me.
Like, it kind of reminded me of Skyrim.
Just like, Code, help me. He was like, I'll get to it later. I'm busy, Bug. Like,
oh God, I'm a tree. Bro. Make it stop. My skin is wood.
Bro, it reminds me of what I constantly kept doing in Skyrim when I was using my conjuration spells to bring people back to life. And I would ask them, "How are you doing?" And they'll be like, "Ugh." Like, oh, okay, have a nice day.
Okay. So
yeah, okay.
Like 2 more things before we move on to the main drain here. All right, so the next thing. So I guess first of all we see like Shikamaru, he's like doing nothing still. That's whatever. Same with freaking Inojin. Who freaking cares about Inojin? My God, freaking. Oh, Code ran away. Okay, I do think Kawaki shrinking the claw marks was kind of cool because when Kawaki first got there, Code recognized that. Like he was already, if you go back, he was like reaching his hand out to put the claw marks there. He hesitated because Kawaki was there and was looking at him. But then like Kawaki looked away, which is when he put the claw marks there. Like a sneaky like Frieza type of maneuver. Shout out Dragon Ball that you haven't seen. But then like Kawaki, maybe Kawaki was just like feigning to not know so that he could see Code do that or something. Or he was just like double on guard or something, just like double tapping just to make sure. And he recognized because he's looking back periodically or something. But either way, I thought it was really cool.
I mean, just Code didn't make the claw marks yet, so he just doesn't shrink them until he makes them.
Because again, those aren't claw marks that were already there. He puts those there after the fact. Because I went back to check.
Yeah, we see him do it.
Yeah. So and he was going to do that until Kawaki showed up. Then he stopped for a moment.
Yeah.
Until Kawaki was stopped looking at him. I thought that was cool. But like also, I'm surprised that they're surprised because this was like how we were introduced to the claw grimes in the first place. That Code would use them to go in between the claw grimes. Like that was the conceptualization, the manifestation of the idea itself.
He came through a claw grime. Now it's just the reverse.
Yeah. Well, it's the reverse, and then how it was intended to be used from the first frame it was ever shown to us in the first place. So. Stupid.
They can go through each other, yeah.
But even then, that's not even how they were shown. Like, they were shown, like, oh, like, Code could just stay in the Ten Tails dimension and just randomly slash or, like, put his eye on one, put his claw mark through one whenever it gets close to someone. And they're not going to be expecting a random, like, sword jutting out of it, like, 5 meters randomly, like, at the speed of light or whatever. Like, that's the way Code should be fighting, from a distance, safely.
No, actually, that's a good point.
Offensively.
So hypothetically, if Code was watching this, when the claw grab is like choking Kawaki, if he just like stuck his claws really quickly through him and like caught him off guard, slashed his neck, that would be effective. Granted, he wants to keep Kawaki alive anyway as a sacrifice, but like that's how he starts off fighting. Actually, like in chapter 56, that's what he does.
Yeah. There's one of these
doing that.
Wait, I have a question. If they really wanted to keep Ko from escaping, why didn't he cut off that? Why didn't he just bisect the ten tails like from its abdomen, where the part? I don't know if this would be effective if Ko could still be able to teleport through like a bisected claw grime.
As long as there's a claw mark, like a normal sized claw mark, he can go through it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the cover where Code's on it, because that's like exactly the same idea.
Chapter 62, I think.
62, thank you.
If you mean the one where the hide and seek one.
It's called Runnin' on this one. Yeah, this one. This is how he should be fighting with the claw grimes. Absolutely.
That's how he starts off fighting. Like I said, go to chapter 56 and watch him fight Boru's guards. That's what Coat does.
Yeah, I agree.
He stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Once he got his limiters removed, maybe it's a cocky thing, he stops fighting that way.
Like, he doesn't even have to be in
I really
Konoha.
like the way he fought.
Yeah.
Huh?
He doesn't even have to be in Konoha.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, he could just stick his eye through a claw grab to see, and then just start poking his claws out at random points when it's convenient. Like...
Well, that's another reason why I don't think people should say Code's an L or, oh, Code's dumb, because it would be easy for him to just do this. Like, it would just be so easy for him to do this, to fight, and then just...
It's fair to call him dumb for not doing it. It's plot, but it's the same as Jigen.
Well, no, but
not just throwing the rods at people's eyes and face.
That's showing that Code's human, that he is a character, though. That he's not just a plot device or whatever. Because logically, he could just do that. It would win, but that's not what he wants.
The same, yeah. Logically,
that's not what he wants to do.
A lot of characters could just do certain things that they just don't do.
Like he wants to do this himself.
Obvious reasons.
Like he wants to fight Boruto himself, and there's probably some other motive that happened over the 3 years that we haven't seen, of why he's going there himself. Like the same reason that Boruto's going there now, the same reason Kashin Koji could be going there.
Code has a vendetta and something to prove to Boruto/Kawaki. So I agree with you. Like, he doesn't want to just sneak attack, slyly kill Boruto in a cheesy way. He wants to, like, beat his ass on his own.
Okay. So, another thing on Code, going to chapter 79, but really this latest chapter. So this later chapter, like, confirmed it without a shadow of a doubt. Code just isn't under Omnipotence, or he knows who Boruto is. Like, 100%.
What do you mean?
In this chapter, he's like, oh, Boruto, he could be using the Vanishing Rasengan, but that's not what this is. So he knows that Boruto uses the Vanishing Rasengan.
Again, though, they fought 2 years ago. Boruto could just do that shit in that fight. Then he would know it.
But, again, that should be weird because, like, you should think he's Kawaki then. Unless you're going to say
matter. Kawaki
that...
could learn the Rasengan too. Once you get used to what they're doing, like, you know it. I get what you're saying, but, like, technically speaking, if Boruto uses all these jutsu except for the Rasengan Uzuhiko against Code when they fought 2 years ago, he's gonna know that Boruto can do it.
It's just weird. It's just weird.
I mean, like I said, in the okay, take the flashback of their 2 years ago fight or whatever. If in that flashback, Code's just like coming to it's the first time they've seen each other since Omnipotence, and he's like, oh, the finish, he's not surprised that he has the Vanishing Rasengan. He is expecting it. That would be weird, 100%. But at this point, if say we get a flashback, he's surprised he has the Vanishing Rasengan, but then he just takes it and rolls with it. That's not weird.
Sure, but it's weird for the audience, especially right now. Like, even in retrospect, it's going to be weird for the audience.
Yes. But it would be weird for him to just not be under Omnipotence anymore, too. So...
But you're just like, Okay, but you're going off of the hypothetical that this future prediction you have is going to be the case. So as of now, what we have
So are
is.
you.
No, but I'm looking at the previous.
We go from chapter 71. Kawaki's taken everything from me. He took Jigen. He took Eida. I'm gonna kill him and wreck everything. To immediately after Omnipotence, for stealing Eida, Jigen, and Ishiki, you will pay for your life, Boruto. It's pretty blatantly obvious to show he's affected. You know what I mean? Like, so I think you're doing the same thing.
But that's in the past. You're assuming this future flashback scene.
Huh?
No, I'm not assuming that they're going to do that. I'm just saying, if that happens, that would not be weird.
Okay, but as of now, it is weird.
I don't disagree that it feels weird, but like knowing that they fought in the past, it's pretty reasonable to assume that Boruto uses his jutsu at some point, which would then explain why he knows about them being in Boruto's possession.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I sincerely doubt he used the Vanishing Rasengan in that fight in the over the time skip.
Why not? He used it against
I just don't
Code
think so.
the last fight.
How often does he use it?
Like, it's also like this. Code isn't surprised that Boruto has Kenjutsu. He's not surprised that he's wielding a sword. Why? He probably uses the sword against Code.
Okay,
It's not like, oh my god, wait, you have a sword?
And were you
like,
surprised when Naruto didn't use a Lava Style Rasen Shuriken against Jigen? Like, he doesn't use it every fight. That's the point. He uses it rarely.
But Boruto does.
No, he doesn't.
What fight did he not use the finishing Rasengan in? Okay, yeah, sure. There's some fights he doesn't use it in, sure. But he uses it in most. And against Code, he's 1-for-1. So,
You know, speaking of the Vanishing Rasengan, since Boruto can now clearly make bigger Rasengans, what's to say that he won't be able to make a normal sized Vanishing Rasengan or bigger size of Vanishing Rasengan? Exactly. Like, do you know how fucking overpowered that would be if he used that on anyone?
Never mind what Momoshiki said, like, oh, it packs a punch if it hits your vitals. Now, dude, this is just obliterating you and you don't know it's coming.
Exactly. Like, you see this big Rasengan coming at you. Next thing you know, disappears. Like, what?
Screw Rasengan Uzuhiko. That's the OP jutsu.
Exactly. Like, that is so damn powerful. I really want to see him do something like that in the future.
But
like,
Code shouldn't
see him.
Code shouldn't know that Kawaki can even use ninjutsu. Because he didn't see Ishiki's death. He doesn't even know that he can make shadow clones. As far as he knows, like, Kawaki's not a ninja in his eyes at all. He has chakra, but he uses chakra-based
he's
attacks.
been in the Leaf Village, so
okay.
the concept that he can make shadow clones.
He also doesn't know that he's a shinobi,
absurd.
as far as I'm aware. Like, does Kawaki wear his headband at all against Code? Or anything like that?
No, Kawaki doesn't wear his headband, like, ever in the manga. He wears that for, like, one panel. It's like, oh, it looks awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, like, they know that he's been in the village. Like, Jigen's like, oh, you think you're a ninja now? Like, so, like, I feel like Code can just assume, like, hey, he may have learned ninja things. It's not, like,
Ishiki didn't.
crazy
That's why
to assume.
Ishiki lost. It's kind of crazy to assume.
Well, yeah,
because at the same time, Kawaki's also seeing himself as an outsider.
Ishiki, like, thinks Kawaki sucks, but, like, the point I'm making is he may not assume Kawaki is, like, a ninja expert, but the idea that Kawaki could have learned ninjutsu isn't, like, absurd. It's not like Ishiki's like, oh my god, I never imagined you could possibly learn ninjutsu. No, he just shot on him like, yeah,
I mean, he could have learned that anywhere at any time. I don't think going to Konoha increases his odds of learning it in Code's mind.
Well, it does, because nobody else was going to teach him. Nobody in Kara was teaching him it.
He could have just learned it on his own like Indra did.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
Plus,
I don't even think...
But again, Naruto's not teaching the civilians. Naruto's not teaching Amado.
I know.
And Kawaki isn't...
Okay.
In the academy, as far as he knows,
Code
he's not a ninja.
Expect Walky necessarily to learn ninjutsu. It's just the fact that, okay, he's been taken under the Hokage's care. The fact that he could have learned ninjutsu from the Hokage isn't absurd.
Okay, Omnipotence removes doubts. What's your explanation for that? This happened 2 years ago.
I don't think we're talking about...
Doubts of what?
I don't...
This happened 2 years ago, so that should have just been removed from his mind.
Okay.
Okay, Oodie, that's a good point.
Before-
Omnipotence removes doubts. So if Code sees Boruto using the Vanishing Rasengan, he might think, huh, that's weird. Then Omnipotence removes the doubt of him doubting it, and he just, like, goes with it, just like everyone else.
That's the opposite of what I would interpret that would happen there.
Why?
He would just forget that he even has it. He'd be like, oh, he didn't, like, if he was told
they don't
2 years
forget
ago
that
they
he
fought,
has it.
he'd be like,
Nobody
no, he
forgot
didn't use that
Kawaki doesn't-
technique,
They
even
don't
if he did.
forget that Kawaki doesn't have Momoshiki. They just accept it and move on.
Okay, it's like, okay, but you could just use that for what Sasuke explained. He was like, oh, when I fought Momoshiki 2 years ago, or whatever he said, I was fighting with Kawaki. With Naruto's son, Kawaki. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees Boruto as the headband, and then as he says, there's several things troubling me, but I can actively feel in my mind each thing bothering me less and less. Because he notices it, but he stops caring about it. Shikamaru
Exactly.
used to hound Kawaki about the fact that he doesn't have Momoshiki anymore, but he stopped caring because of omnipotence. So Code could think it's weird Boruto has Rasengans and then just stop caring.
So here's my question, though.
But I want to hear, what's your explanation for why he would just stop being under omnipotence?
I don't know. I'm not trying to debate you. I'm trying to ask you because I'm telling you what oh my god. I'm not telling you I think this is the case. I'm telling you this
You're
is
telling me
one
you know
possibility.
it's the case. You're right, and I'm asking you why. Like, I'm posing questions and countering it.
When
the
did
same
I
way
say
you're
that?
telling me I'm wrong, I'm telling you you're wrong.
When did I
It's the
say
same.
that? I didn't say you were wrong.
You pretty definitively said that Code is 100%. You've made it seem very obvious. You think
Oh,
Code is
I did
definitely
not.
not under the effects of omnipotence.
No, I
That's why
didn't.
you brought this up.
I brought this up because there's something there clearly, which is to the discussion. We're discussing it.
Okay, but
So
again,
discuss it.
I think
as you
got
mentioned
the
about
quote
omnipotence,
wrong. How about that?
Code would just notice it and move on. As long as, like, realistically, if Boruto uses the Vanishing Rasengan against Code when they first fought, that's all you need. He just moves on.
Okay, but like that's the thing with the pictures. If someone was shown a picture, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, but that's actually just Kawaki." Like when
they
see
wouldn't say
it,
it's
no,
Walky. They would just say, "Huh, that's weird, but I don't care."
no, yeah, when they see it, but then after the fact, they're like, "No, it was actually Boruto." Like they would just think it was. Like when they saw the picture, they would have thought it was after the fact.
Like, yeah, they see the picture, say like, "Oh, that's Boruto there," but then when they leave, they think like,
When they
"Oh,
saw
this
the
photo's
picture,
of
it was
Kawaki."
Yeah.
They might not think like that photo was Kawaki, but they're just like, "Well, this photo's of Kawaki." I don't think. No, I think they just wouldn't care.
No, I disagree.
I don't know. That's a different discussion.
Well, that's
It doesn't
what,
seem like they
that's how I'm
forget.
saying that works, and that's how it would apply here. Like it's like their memories being changed. So like in my opinion, when Sasuke fought with Kawaki 2 years ago, Kawaki never used the Vanishing Rasengan in Sasuke's mind. He just used a Chakra blast or whatever.
No,
That's how I think
no.
that would happen.
I interpret it as Kawaki used the Vanishing Rasengan. He just doesn't have it anymore for some reason, but I don't care. Doesn't matter. He used it in the past. That's basically how it seems to me.
Okay.
They don't try to reason around the fact, like, in his memories, Kawaki had Momoshiki. He doesn't have him anymore. I don't know why, but he definitely had him in the past. That's how it is. That's how I see it.
Okay, so you think Code is still under Omnipotence?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I was just bringing that up because maybe he broke Omnipotence, or maybe there's something there that we don't know, or maybe he's
If
under
he
Omnipotence
did,
because
I don't
he just
think
knows
he'd be
this one
after
thing.
Boruto like this.
Or maybe it's an inconsistency, or maybe he was never under Omnipotence for whatever reason, maybe because he was in the other dimension. So maybe Bug wasn't under Omnipotence, which could have been leading into the discussion of why
then I don't
Code and
think
Bug
he
were
wouldn't
fighting
have
each
been
other.
after Boruto like this, though. That's the thing. He just wouldn't be after Boruto in this way, the way he was after Kawaki before Omnipotence.
That's
like,
crazy.
it's not crazy. He
The
clearly
fact that you think he
talks
just
about
doesn't
Boruto the
care
way he
about
talked
one of
about
them.
Kawaki.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Okay, is Code under? Code is under the omnipotence, right? Shinjutsu.
Well, Udi's saying he thinks he isn't. I'm saying he
I'm
definitely
saying
is.
he might not be
Oh, no,
based on the latest chapter.
No, he
You thought that to begin
definitely
with.
is. He definitely is. Because to be honest with you, he at first before the Omnipotence event, he wasn't even interested in Boruto, but he did revere the fact that he did revere the fact that he had Momoshiki inside of him. He reveres the Otsutsuki, and he saw Boruto as a means to an end, like a living sacrifice that could be viable for the Ten Tails. But because of the Omnipotence event and them switching their lives around, instead of him having a hatred for Kawaki, he now has a hatred for Boruto, who he thinks that for his memories, because his memories are altered, that Boruto's one who took everything away from him. Eida, being a perfect vessel of Ichiki, so forth and so on. And so now he's basically going to the village, trying to lure out everyone that Boruto cares about, because I think he must think that since he's in the village, now he's made new friends, which is Kawaki. So he's going to lure out everybody. Boruto comes back, and, you know, I think it's more so like he still is under the effects of omnipotence. And their roles are still reversed. So now, yeah.
Like, why do you think Code all of a sudden thinks Boruto stole Eida and Jigen and Ishiki from Code when he said those exact words about Kawaki right before Omnipotence? Why did he all of a sudden blame Boruto?
You mean in chapter 79?
Well, he says that in chapter 80, but
80,
he says...
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, I think he was, but I'm saying between then and now, I think something changed.
But his demeanor towards Boruto is identical.
Oh my god. He hates both of them.
He hates both of them, but he hates Kawaki more, which is Boruto.
He literally reveres Momoshiki and Sasuke, but he's using him as a sacrifice. He doesn't hate Momoshiki.
I'm not talking about Momoshiki, I'm talking about Boruto. If anything, he would hate Boruto because
Boruto
Boruto hates
more so
Momoshiki.
as a sacrifice.
Yeah, Boruto hates Momoshiki, and Momoshiki's a god. So Boruto hates his god. And he just doesn't care about Boruto?
I think more than anything else, he saw Boruto as a sacrifice for the god tree, and Kawaki he had the vendetta against. Like the heavy specific vendetta. And now it seems like the other way around. He doesn't really care a ton about Kawaki right now. Kawaki's just a sacrifice. He's something for later, but right now his vendetta is on Boruto because of Omnipotence.
So do you think Gaara hated Naruto in their fight?
What?
Do you think Gaara hated Naruto in their fight?
No. I mean, his
No.
hatred is kind of, to me, it may sound crazy.
He kind of hated everyone, but
yeah, he kind of just hated everyone.
I don't think he had a vendetta against Naruto for any reason. He doesn't have a reason to have it. He wants to prove his point to Naruto, but he doesn't like hate him.
He doesn't. I think it's more so like he kind of just doesn't want to live after the shit that he's been through, and also him.
But it's like he wants to prove his point. Like, this is what makes people strong. Fight only for his. Naruto was acted like very opposite to Gaara. He's fighting to protect his friends. Gaara like essentially wants to what's the official word?
Hate.
What is it?
Like, you want to prove your
right?
not prove your point, but like you have a what's the I don't know. But anyway, he wants to just prove that he was right. Like his way of life was right. He never made a wrong step. It's kind of like Obito testing Naruto. Like although in Obito's case, like he has doubts, but like he wants to like confirm he's not wrong and Naruto isn't right. So he wants to beat Naruto and show him like I never went wrong. Like this is the way to become the strongest. This is the best way of life for me, and blah blah blah.
The best way to bring
Naruto
peace.
just kind of like presenting a possibility that he's wrong, and he wants to prove him wrong, essentially. If that makes sense.
A clash of ideals.
Okay. I don't know why you want a poll, because I didn't bring this up to disagree. You're just disagreeing with me from the get. I brought this up as context to get to the discussion. To the discussion. You're the one who disagreed with me. I can't disagree with you if I'm the one that brought it up.
But you brought it up knowing that I'll disagree.
In what way?
Rewind the stream when you brought it up. Like, you know I disagree with you because we've talked about it before.
Disagree on what?
That Code, whether or not Code is currently under the effects of Omnipotence.
We've never discussed that.
Camp, what do you think?
We've never discussed that.
Camp, say hi, and then tell us what you think. Tell us what your day, and then tell us what you think.
I mean,
if you're
my
listening.
day's been great. I mean, I haven't read the latest chapter, so I don't know. But I had a question. Did we find out like what the fuck happened with like the Tintails? Like, what was our consensus with that? Cause I know,
No.
like, weren't you guys arguing about whatever the fuck about the Tintails?
We still are.
We argued about how big it is. We did not figure out the true horror.
We
of the
did,
Tintails.
and he's just coping. So...
Oh,
Okay, I take it back. I take it. I'm just joking. I'm joking,
Oodie.
Kamui. I'm joking. I'm
Oodie.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh great! I just triggered another thing. Okay.
Welcome.
So is somebody gonna explain it to me? Like, what the fuck happened? Now I need to know.
Well, no, we don't
Now-
spoil
now-
you.
Really
Like, I don't know.
small.
It's
The
not
Tintails is,
smaller.
like,
It's the
really
same
small.
size.
It's
It's not. Don't listen to Oodie.
Okay.
You know what? You can just find
Wait,
out for
wait,
yourself
Kim,
when you
do
read
you
the
want us to
chapter.
explain what happens in the chapter
can
or
tell
just the
us.
size thing?
Next.
The size thing.
Okay, I
It's
have
the
a
same.
perfect. All right, go to rules.
Oh my god. Okay,
And,
careful because it is there, like the full page, not just
I mean,
the
that's
size.
fine. I'm over it.
Okay.
I'm
well,
over it.
Wait, why can't I see rules anymore? Oh, there it is. It's good. Check. Okay,
Sweet.
look at the picture. The top picture, after no being a weirdo, is like the one from this chapter, the current Tintails, way at the top.
Okay. Yeah, it looks small.
Code's looking down.
No, it
It's got a big rod on its chest. Okay, that's the current Tintails. All the other images are the Tintails before Code splits it up with claw marks and stuff.
Okay.
Which do you think the before or after is bigger, or the same, or what?
I mean, it does look very different. I will give it that. Like, what the fuck is
Okay.
that thing? That don't look like no fucking Tintails. I'm just saying.
Well, ignoring okay, does it look bigger,
What the
smaller,
fuck?
or
This is
the
a
same size?
misrepresentation because you aren't reading the actual chapter. You're just getting random screenshots.
Okay. It looks
I
smaller.
took all
No, it
the
doesn't.
ones from similar angles, bro.
The short answer is it looks smaller.
It looks smaller because it's Kamui's
you go.
pictures. You have to actually read the chapter to see.
No, Oodie, it's because it's all pictures
We've
look like
already discussed why. You're like, oh, this just looks. Yeah, based on these pictures, it looks smaller. Is it actually smaller? No. You
that.
just have to read it to
it
find
is
out. You'll
because
just
he
have to read
split it
to see.
apart.
You'll just have to read it to
He
see.
literally pinched
Oodie.
it apart.
Oodie, look at that. Does it look like it
I am
has
looking
the
at it.
same
Look
glob of
at
chakra
it.
that it did beforehand?
You can't see
Look
chakra.
at it. Okay. So what are you trying to say? That if it has the same amount of chakra, so it's not?
No,
small?
it's like it's more so like.
No, Oodie's just arguing it's
don't know what
literally
he's
the
saying.
exact same size.
What he's
Like,
saying is
it's not-
completely
physical
different
size,
from what we're
size.
saying.
height, weight, everything.
It is the same size.
It's
just
not.
molded differently. Is that what you're trying to say? Because I forgot.
No, it just.
We
it's,
think it just
it's weird.
blatantly is not as big of a body right now as it was. It's smaller.
Yeah, it
Oodie
looks-
thinks it's the same size body.
It looks really slimmer.
it
So
on a
it's
diet?
taller.
Yeah.
You know, you'll just have to
It
go
went
back
on
to
a
listen to it
diet.
because we've
It
already
can't be
discussed it, and we
taller.
don't want to
It
go back to
doesn't
this
look
discussion
taller.
It
again.
can't
it lost
be taller.
a few tons, Oodie.
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same.
Okay, well I'll
Uh,
read the chapter and then I'll come back and give
That's good.
my consensus.
Make
but
a
it does
poll,
look
Oodie.
smaller.
Does the Tintails look smaller or not?
Does it look smaller based on those pictures? Yeah. Is it smaller? No.
Okay, make a poll. Is it smaller? or
I
not?
already did, and everyone voted for yes.
And how badly
No.
did we win? Did
My
my
side.
side and
It was my
your side did not win
So what
unless
does
you
the rest of
voted
the
all
Boruto
entirely
community
yourself.
think?
I didn't vote
wonder.
at all.
I just feel like or is this just like just our community is the one only arguing about this,
Oh, absolutely.
or does this matter to anybody else?
Oh,
Where's
absolutely
the
not.
poll? I can't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I took down the poll because I was going to start this other poll because you
Make a
wanted
new
me
one.
to. No, this is the new poll though. Okay, so but before I post this new poll, is code under Omnipotence? We've never discussed this before. We've brought it up during
We
other
literally brought it
discussions.
up in
I
the
feel like
previous
during
stream.
other
I think we have
discussions-
brought this up.
No, we
and
brought it up
some
under the
specifics
discussion
here and
of
there.
does Code hate Kawaki and Boruto?
It's
And that's
Yeah,
the
but we've
context
literally
of which we
discussed
brought it
is
up
he under
under.
Omnipotence before.
We've never discussed that.
Yes, we have. You
You'll
made
have-
your claim that he wasn't under the effects of Omnipotence, and I
You
said
said-
he is based off the hatred of Kawaki versus Boruto.
yeah.
We literally have discussed it.
We haven't, but even if I give you, oh, maybe we did,
Yes,
sure,
we have.
even though we
Watch the
didn't.
previous couple of streams, at least one of them has.
No,
it.
I already told you what we discussed. We discussed the fact that whether they hate him or not.
That's because of the freaking discussion about whether he's under omnipotence. That's why
the omnipotence discussion doesn't have a part in that. It's just for the context of discussing the present or not, because we're past the present.
Oodie, you have to look at the chapter.
Silly Billies.
You gotta look at the chapter. Instead of him, like, okay. So
Him
instead
being
of
under
him
omnipotence
saying,
doesn't matter.
hold on.
Because him being under omnipotence would just switch them. Either way, he hates one or the other. If he hates one, he would just hate the other. So the omnipotence thing doesn't matter. It's about whether they hate him or not. Or he hates them.
No, but he hates Boruto because he hated Kawaki.
He
Or
hates
rather,
both of
he
them.
hates Boruto a crapload, shitload, buttload because he hated Kawaki a crapload, shitload, buttload.
And also, the omnipotence event reversed their roles.
Sure, but that just switches their roles.
Which also
That's not the
alters their
discussion.
memories.
If somebody hated Kawaki because of something Kawaki did, they will hate Boruto for something they think Boruto did.
I completely agree.
Okay. That's why it's Boruto now.
In the context, because omnipotence is altering memories on like a global scale, everyone doesn't think the same way they did of Boruto now that they would think this with Kawaki, if that
agree.
makes any sense.
And again, he hated Boruto before omnipotence, which is why he hates Kawaki now, which is the discussion which Kamui disagreed with. That's the disagreement here.
Code didn't hate.
Let's get the fourth vote. Cam. Do you
The
think
disagreement
Code
was
is affected
never
by
omnipotence.
right now?
We never discussed omnipotence.
Okay, like I said, I haven't read the latest chapter, but of my consensus is that, like, yeah, I mean, duh, isn't everybody?
Okay, 3 against 1.
I mean, but like I said, maybe my mind will change when I read this chapter, when it's officially out, but like...
Yeah,
I like how you say against one, as if I'm actually against you, or that you're just putting me on the other side, when I'm just bringing it up.
You are alone, you are
Dude, you've been arguing that it, like, is the case for a while.
You saying that doesn't make it true. You're just saying something that I'm doing when you're not me, so how can you say what I'm doing?
Oodie, this is not the first time we've discussed this. I'm telling you.
Go pull it up then.
Amado watched the stream and knows we've discussed it.
You can go pull it up and find where we discussed. We've never discussed this.
We don't have timestamps. I'm not going to spend 3 hours looking for it.
Okay, then. When I do the timestamps, you have no excuses.
That's Oodie.
Okay, and I mean, are you going to delete the part just to try and be right?
I mean...
No.
Probably.
I don't think he would. That would take too much time on his part, so...
Oh, he would do it.
Oh my god.
Oodie would do
Okay,
it.
then there's just no winning against you. There's no way you're gonna let me win then, is what you're saying right now.
Absolutely, you're right. I am not just going to let
Yeah,
you beat
so it
me.
doesn't matter whether I'm right or not. You're not gonna let me win.
But you're wrong. That's
Yeah,
why
so
I'm not gonna let you
assuming
win.
I'm
If you
wrong,
were
then I'm
right-
wrong. But you're just
If you
assuming
were
I'm
right,
wrong.
I would let you win because I'd be like, oh yeah, you're right. But because
No, that's
you're
literally
not
the
right,
opposite of what I
will
just
not
said.
let you win.
That's the
Assuming I'm
opposite of what I just said.
Oh my god.
So let's move on to how we think Rasengan Uzuhiko works.
No, hang on. Before that, because this is why I brought this up, because in this latest chapter of what Code says, but also going off of that, also last chapter, based on what you're saying, oh, he used the Rasengan during the time skip flashback. Okay, if he did that, then why did Code say that Boruto's a one-trick pony using the Rasengan? Kawaki hasn't done that. He's not a one-trick pony. That's
Because
just
he
one
used
additional
it
thing in his
the
arsenal thing.
Fight. Like, we know they fought. If Boruto just used a bunch of Rasengan stuff, that would give him reason to think he's a one-trick pony.
Doesn't make him a one-trick pony. He has more. Do you know what a one-trick pony thing is? It's when you have one move.
Okay, but Oodie, Boruto isn't technically a one-trick pony. He has the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He uses Shuriken. Coach is wrong.
Did he
But
use
mostly
that against
uses
Code?
Rasengan. That's his big thing.
Coach just
Huh?
talking shit, you know? He's just talking noise.
Like,
I'm just saying.
Code is technically wrong. Boruto has more tricks to his pony, but the point is he mostly uses Rasengan stuff.
Okay,
That was
that's
so
all I'm
cute.
saying. There's two things that he said in two different chapters indicating this thing. I'm not saying it's the
Got
case.
more tricks to his pony.
Okay, but Oodie, again though, okay, but here's the thing. in his memories, no matter how you slice it, Boruto isn't actually a one-trick pony. So he's wrong no matter what.
Okay, I agree. And I'm pointing it out, saying that it's weird, and want to know what you guys think. You're disagreeing with something before I even make a stance on it.
I mean, like, you know what you're getting at.
What I'm getting at? Again, before I make a stance on it. We're saying the same thing. You're just phrasing it in a way that is negative towards me.
When you start slowly making a point about the pain arc or pain sucking or Madara being right, it's like or sometimes you just know what you're getting at because we've argued something more than once, like this, for example. So I can just tell.
Okay, obviously those are jabs, but we've never discussed this before.
Just me.
Oh my god.
Very last
He did not. It's crazy. Alright, is code under Omnipotence? I'm starting the poll.
Okay?
None of you
Drink
are
some water.
allowed to vote. None of you in the Discord call are allowed to vote.
Do not talk while eating.
Yeah,
You're
drink
not
some
a
water.
child.
My
Nobody's
goodness.
there to
No, I'm
give you
still
a
just sick.
Heimlich.
Make coughing a bunch of gross shit all day.
I didn't even want to make this poll. Kamui
Ew.
made me.
Drink some Pepto-Bismol, or maybe some.
I mean, I don't think he has heartburn. Do you have heartburn?
And
I
just
hope
so
you
you know
don't.
in advance, Kamui, regardless of the outcome of the poll, neither of us won or lost because I'm not making a side. I'm not doing subtle
That's
jabs.
not
I'm
even
not
the
saying,
poll.
oh, it's okay.
You can tell yourself that.
I'm not telling myself that. I'm telling you that, which is why it's being said out loud to you. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be saying it right now, which means I'm talking
You
to
can
you.
cope all you want.
The great
Oh
code
my
is under
God.
Omnipotence event dilemma debate. Yeah.
Stupid. I hate
So
it.
wait, what is the question that you wrote?
Wrote? I didn't. Oh, is code under Omnipotence?
Okay.
No, we kept saying it.
Yes or no?
Well, he said like the great code of omnipotence debate. Like I thought that was the poll question, and it was just yes or no, and I'm like, well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like that's why I asked.
You know what? I should have done that. Just
That would make it very unclear who was the winner of the
for
poll.
that very reason, I should have done that.
Yeah. Well, too late.
I thought you were gonna be like super petty about it and write it in some stupid way, but
So, not to spoil anything, but Code just talks about the vanishing Rasengan in the latest chapter.
okay.
He's like, oh,
Now,
but he's done that.
like I said, I don't care too much.
Okay.
So. Oh no, I don't care about being spoiled. Is what I mean.
No, I know.
Do I just read the chapter real quick?
I mean,
well,
if
it's
it's
not
supposed
out.
to link to it.
Yeah, post link to it in LP scan.
Yeah, just because if you don't care, you might as well just read it real quick and then
Yeah,
you'll just have full
well,
context of
okay,
everything.
but she also doesn't like reading the spoilers. I mean, you can do what you want.
Well, yeah, but she also says she doesn't care right now. So.
Oh my
I
god.
don't care
You know what?
right
Fine. You know what? Do whatever you want.
I'm a
Yeah,
little.
just go ahead and post the
to
link
her.
in the chat.
It's up to
I'm
her,
just
but
a little,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're right, Kamui.
Don't
I'll
care,
just
right?
I'll just let you egg her on. Go ahead, Kamui.
I'm
Peer
just in a
pressure,
good mood,
Colin.
you know. Like I'm vibing, so I'll read it.
See,
See what you did, Kamui. You forced her into it.
force her. It's up to her. I'm just-
If anybody would force me, it'd be you, Oodie.
No, what are you talking about?
I just. fall
I'm
for
the
your
one
trick.
respecting
Okay.
your decision to not read the spoilers.
What do you mean?
I'm
the one respecting what
defending
she
you,
said.
Cam, while Kamui
She
is
said, "I don't care."
offensively attacking you as the plaintiff.
I don't know who to believe anymore.
I mean, all I'm saying is she's literally like, "Oh, tell me what happened here," because she didn't have context, and says, "I don't care about spoilers." So what am I gonna think?
Immortal is the
Maybe
only one I
just
can
read
trust.
the chapter. Then you
Does that
both
mean she wants
have
to read
be
the entire
spoiled.
chapter live as we're discussing
Look,
it?
I can read chapters.
She doesn't
in
have to
5
read it out
minutes. I'm not a
loud.
slow reader. Okay.
So? What does that have to do with what I said?
She
I'm just
also
saying, I
doesn't
can
read
I
it
can
at like
fast,
0.00% speed like we do. She also just reads it at a typical speed.
Ooh, how long did it take you to read it? Probably took me about 1.5 to 2 hours.
I mean, like a Sours and
Probably about
I's podcast for One Piece. Like, we watch an arc, and then I can read the arc like the morning before we do the podcast. So yeah,
That's funny.
because I'm just.
So I have faith.
Okay.
You know.
Um.
So where is it? I don't see it.
Oh, here, I'll link it to you then. And
really
for reference, Viz Media, I'm linking the Wikipedia page for Boruto to Blue Vortex Chapter 3. The fan Wikipedia page, not the spoilers.
Found. The fuck?
See, exactly. The spoilers don't even exist. They're not even found. So I can't link something that's not found. It doesn't make sense. So don't come after me legally.
I don't even have
Cam.
Do I have my
Just see if this works.
Just go to opscans.com. It should be like on the front page.
Cam, I'll just send you a DM.
Okay.
Just see if this works. If it doesn't, I saved every single image of it because I needed to for an editor helping me edit, who it wasn't working for him. So I just took an image of every single image. So you can always use that.
Okay, we'll just go to OPScan's website.
Okay. And you may want to deafen as we discuss it because we're like discussing like the middle of the chapter. It's like you kind of need the full thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's up to her.
So, well, I guess so. But she also said okay, and she hasn't done it yet. So I'm assuming she's going to.
Wait, how do you deafen? What the fuck?
It's the bottom left on Discord. There's like a headphone thing, and then once you click it, you can. Okay, well, there you go.
I feel like the easiest answer is to just like take out the headphones while you read and then put them back in. That's how I'll do it.
Okay. Well, while she's doing that. All right. So Damon. Before you say anything, Kamui, this isn't a subtle jab at a previous discussion.
No. I'm with you, bro. That was insane, dude. He's not even watching the fight. He doesn't know. Like, he doesn't see Boruto use a jutsu then say, oh, I see what he's doing. Nah, bro. He's just chilling in the living room, and he just felt what Boruto was doing. Like, what? That's crazy.
So
Aida's watching the fight and had less of a clue what happened than Damon, who wasn't even looking.
So regardless of Eida, can you agree Damon is above Omnipotence?
Well, he's above Eida.
At the very least, Eida has a Senrigan. He doesn't even have a Senrigan, or at least he doesn't have it activated, and he's still seeing it, or something.
Yeah, not only seeing it. I don't think he's seeing it. I think he's just feeling it, to be honest.
Whether he's seeing, well, he's understanding it better than Eida, who can see it.
Yeah, I know. That's what's crazy.
Okay, I'm glad we're at least on the same page there. To some degree.
Damon's been studying, dude. He knows all about the rotation of the planet and shit. Like he's been reading more books than Eida, apparently. She's reading the romance books. Damon's reading the physics books.
Oh, I will say really quickly, this is a subtle Japanese thing that's really cool. The kanji for ground and planet are like the same thing, or like at least ground and earth. So it's like they're doing a Japanese thing here, which is like a really subtle, cool thing. Like, if you know, you know.
So if ground and planet has the same kanji?
Well, like ground and earth, yeah.
So is he saying rather than the planet, it's the planet?
I guess so, yeah.
Is that how it like literally would be read if you just removed context?
What's interesting, I don't know if planet's rotation is its own individual kanji because it's in quotation marks, but then after that, Eida separately says the planets and then rotation. So I'm thinking it might be, I don't know, it'd be weird.
That's probably a spelling error. It probably could be a spelling error.
Again, like that could be another Viz thing,
yeah.
Sometimes OB scans quote stuff that isn't quoted. Like, they quote Ten Tails, and then the Viz won't quote it, so...
They'll probably say Juby or something else.
I wouldn't put too much stock into the quote aspect, because sometimes they just quote stuff for whatever reason.
Yeah, so when they say universe, it's the kanji is a lot different for it because it means the universe could be representing the world, all that is in it. Yeah. So it's like it's not really the entire whole macrocosm or like of the entire universe. It's just more so like they're talking about the entire world, which could be something else entirely. But yeah.
So I don't think he's like physically feeling it, like the vibrations or rumblings or anything. If anything, you could say he's sensing the chakra, maybe? Is that what you're saying, Kamui? Like, how do you think he's feeling this?
I think Damon's just OP. Like,
it probably could be something unique to Damon.
Well, keep in mind, so keep in mind that Damon hasn't revealed all his secrets.
Like, the average person, like, code probably doesn't feel the shaking at the ground, but maybe Damon can just because he's that dude. Like,
Okay.
Like, you also got to remember, Damon has other unique abilities up his sleeve, and he's also, well, he also possesses Shibui's DNA. He and Eida. And I was a lot of people were quite surprised at the fact that he knows about how this jutsu works more than Eida, which I was kind of surprised when I first saw this. I was like, huh? How does he know more about this than Eida?
Well, that's why I think Damon's feeling it. Like, Ada's seeing it, but she's not seeing the planet shaking or anything. Like, I think Damon, though, rather than seeing it, is feeling it. That's why he can kind of tell what's happening with the planet. That's kind of how, generally speaking, why I think Damon can understand it, but not Eida here. Because this isn't a visual thing. It's more of a sense thing. I mean, literally, it affects your senses, like, rather than your sight. So...
Yeah, because Damon has a good gauge at who he's fighting and, you know, who has potential or who doesn't. Like, we've seen this happen with Himawari. Like, he literally asked why he didn't dodge her.
Sense power and stuff. Yeah,
like a living.
Also, another way to look at it is comparing like Indra Ashra. Ashra had the eyes. Indra had the eyes, while Ashra had the body. In the case of Aiden and Damon, it's kind of similar. Obviously, Damon has a dojutsu, but like Damon's got like he's the brawler. He's super fast, super strong. His ability is a little bit different. It doesn't seem to be like a visual thing. Like it comes from his eye, but like it doesn't seem to, as far as we know at least, let him see more things. Whereas Ada's lets her see things.
He clearly has a special eye, though.
Dojutsu can just see what's happening too. That's also possible.
Well,
but
not only does he have a special eye, but we know that he has been augmented with scientific ninja tech.
Well, I think the ninja tech in this case was just all Shippuden related. I don't think it's like he's got like, Delta.
It's kind of funny.
No, I agree. But no, all the Kara members have been modified by scientific ninja tech.
Yeah, I just think that his is more so just like the ninja tech in his case. It's just like. Yeah, he implanted shit by himself. That's like his quote unquote ninja tech. I don't know.
Tech, but
I'm trying to.
I don't know. It's kind of funny. They haven't like implied that there's other things. So
no, I agree.
Yeah,
it's just looking at both Eida and Damon's eyes. They're both moon relate. They're both in the different stages of the moon.
Yeah.
So it's like, right now I'm trying to figure out like what does each stage of the moon represent. What could it mean? Stuff like that. And it's nothing's pulling out right now.
I will say though, it is implied that he has more though, because Eida told Damon not to reveal all his secrets to Code.
Yeah,
so he does have more.
Like there is more.
So I do think it is relevant to Omnipotence. Like there's some connection between Damon and Eida, obviously. So I'm gonna say their abilities also are linked in some kind of way.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just found a website where it could
tell us. Maybe what if the only person who can kill someone with omnipotence is someone else who wields omnipotence? Like the only way to kill an omnipotent being is if you're an omnipotent being. Type of idea.
No, because Kawaki can kill Eida without being an omnipotent being.
Again, we assume that, but we don't know that. Like Kawaki can attack her, but maybe she can't die.
I think it's stupid to have just had Boro kill Eida when he can't kill her, but like, why would Jigen order Boro to do that? Like he would know.
I don't know, possible. Well, did Boro know that Eida had omnipotence? I mean,
no,
did
probably
Jigen know?
Not at least.
Yeah.
But he definitely knew about the charm. Jigen knew about the charm. There's no way he didn't know about the charm.
Well, did Jigen ever even meet the cyborgs? I don't know if Jigen ever even met them. Like, does he even know what they look like?
Why would he fear them then if he doesn't know about it?
Well, because he was told that they're more powerful than him. I mean, Amado made them. Like, he knows that.
Yeah, but I feel like he witnessed, like, he had to have known about their charm. I feel like I don't feel like Boro would know, but not Jigen. Like, at the very least, Boro would tell him. Or, like, somebody Code knew somewhat, at least. Like, I feel like there's a baseline knowledge that they knew about the charm. I feel like Jigen had to have at least known, like, oh yeah, she can charm people. I feel like maybe he didn't, but I feel like he did.
Okay.
Because also, I don't feel like Amado would be like, oh yeah, by the way, I made you cyborg stronger than you. Like, you cool with that? I feel like it's more like you can witness, like, bro, these are we gotta get rid of these Amado. These are too strong. Like, I feel like he just witnessed their strength or could sense it or something.
I mean, you
just
say
in my
that.
guess, at least.
I did get the first interpretation that you said though. Like, that's just how I interpreted it, based on what they said, how they described
what Amado
it.
just told him, like,
yeah.
oh, by the way, I made cyborg stronger than you, and he's like, no, like,
no,
yeah, that is how I interpreted it. Yeah, just based on how it's described.
That alone should tell you how fucking powerful Shibai is. If you can transplant his abilities into these cyborgs and make them way stronger than your leader, that is just wow.
Yeah. Also, really funny how in these panels, especially this bottom left one, it kind of looks like Damon has Eida's hair. I know it's just the hood or his clothes, but especially with like Eida's hair like in the background.
You know, you're siblings. You know, you kind of look alike. What can you say?
Yeah, they do have similar hair.
Oh yeah, I did finish it, so I thought it was good.
Give from start to end your full recap, review, analysis, thoughts on the chapter. Go ahead, Cam. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Why you gotta put me on the spot?
Because you just read it. You got it. You've been doing this for the past 3 hours. You got it. Catch up on everything we've said.
Okay. I thought. Okay. What was it? The cover photo of Hima. Oh my god, she was so cute. She looks so cute. Okay, we gotta talk about that fit. She looks so cute. I love it. I love the fit. I know a lot of people.
Sadly, she didn't do anything in the chapter though.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, I don't care. Okay,
so
she's a child. Leave her alone. Okay. God.
I just want to see Himawari greatness, and whether just her being nice or strong or whatever. I just want to see Himawari greatness.
Yeah, I want to see her go crazy about Seigon.
And why does Boruto have so much riz? Like, oh my god. Like, get out of here, Boruto.
It's Sasuke. And Kashin Koji.
Yeah, like, he learned from the best. Like, he had a great great elder show him the way of the riz. That's my consensus. wait till you hear about my One Piece chapter review about all these daddy villains. But anyways, that's not the point. Yeah, and I also thought that Damon being like, oh, okay, like he knew exactly what Boruto's move was just by like sensing it. He's like, oh, this is like the planet's rotation, like duh, lol. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I thought that was pretty cool. So like you get more insight into like what Damon's ability is. So I mean that's pretty cool. And I guess Code kind of did look like he was in pain. But to be fair, dizziness can be very painful. So to be fair, I think it's both. It's dizziness and pain. So yeah, but I did like it. And yeah, the Tintails does look smaller. So yeah, I would say that yeah, it does look a little smaller. What that means though, I don't fucking know. So yeah. Oh.
Wait, huh? Oh.
Oh, Kamui.
My headphones died, so I had to switch.
Dude, you there, bud?
He went to go to the bathroom.
Oh, is that why he's making me talk? Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, he said that.
Love that for me. Fuck him. Okay, anyways. And what else did I like about the chapter? Oh, and then that.
Honestly, I missed most of it because my headphones died. Can you recap?
Well, on the plus side, since I was gone, I couldn't hear Cam disagreeing with whatever she disagreed with me on. So we can just, I don't even have to comment on it. Assuming she did. I don't know, probably.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel about Kashin Koji, baby?
Oh, with the little froggy going ribbit.
Yeah, baby.
Ribbit.
Yeah. It was so cute. I love the little frog. But I was like, oh, okay, so we like linked up. I was wondering. I was like, where the fuck is Kashin? Like, I've been waiting for him to show up. And so like, yeah. I mean, we stand the frogs. Like, yeah, it's like a great idea. I mean, you gotta have a backup plan because Kawaki's like a fucking bull in a china shop, at this point. Like, he's always fucking shit up. So you gotta have a backup plan, Gotta have like little details because somebody's gonna fuck shit up. Yeah.
I think it makes sense for him to be back too. Not only was he set up, which needed to be paid off more so than what it was, but also the fact that like me and Kamui had already discussed this, not even like on stream, but like just privately. He's just like thematically like one of the perfect teachers for Boruto, and obviously it's like been a fan theory, but it's been a fan theory for a long time for a reason. Like they're not just saying, oh, Shikamaru should be Boruto's teacher because he's strong. Yeah, like oh, Naruto should be Boruto's teacher because he's the strongest. Well, no. Kashin Koji should, for the obvious thematical reasons. So
yeah, like Destiny as well as like Jiraiya parallels, like be the main two things,
and even scientific ninja tech.
Because like he's, you know, he was like a double agent as well, so he kind of knows the inner workings of like, or he knew the inner workings of like Jigen. So
my biggest complaint with this is, and I'm sure Kamui's going to agree because we've said this a million times, the fact that we got this after the time skip instead of before. Like the fact that they set it up as Sasuke being the teacher over the time skip, and now they're retroactively sort of possibly potentially changing it to Kashin Koji. That's after the time skip, and Sasuke was already like, I hate it. Just bring him back before the time skip.
Like, obviously, in this, ideally, if let's just say hypothetically Sasuke did die, this is the easiest hypothetical to explain these things. I would have preferred that happens at the end of part 1, and then Koji meets up with Boruto and they start training. Now, with the time skip, when it was, the main change in this case I would just make is just have a panel of Kashin Koji before the time skip. Like, he stands up, or like, I'm going to go after Amado, or whatever it is, and we just find out, like, okay, you must have met Boruto on the way, or whatever. I would at least have included a panel of Kashin Koji before the time skip. That's some mystery. Then we see these toasts are like, hey, dude. Obviously, we have the same conclusion we do now, but it's like they're being too reactive, not proactive enough. That bothers me.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. And my thing, like, I do like Kawaki and like Boruto's banter a little bit. But I'm like, like I said, Kawaki is like a bull in a china shop. But I'm like, God, Kawaki, like you can't just like chill for like 5 seconds, bro. Like, and hop on Boruto. Think. Like who's the bigger issue at hand, Code or Boruto?
Well, I think he sees Boruto as the bigger issue because he dominated Code.
yeah, I guess so.
I think that's why.
I don't think he cares about the power. He's going after who he personally thinks is the bigger issue, not in terms of destructive capacity, but just in terms of...
Also because Boruto is there and Code is now not there. So.
Yeah.
Also
and
hurts.
So it's just like, I mean, you just hate like those kind of assholes who kind of like get in the way.
I mean,
like the bigger issue, you know.
He attacked when he first arrived, but like after, so other than him first arriving to attack, he just stood there for like the rest of the entirety time until he was attacked by the Clawgram. Next.
Yeah.
So he did the one attack, which was his literal arrival. After that, he just wasn't doing anything. He was just watching, listening, talking a little bit, but just mainly watching over Code. Like he shrunk the claw marks. He wasn't even focused on Boruto really.
Well, he fought some Clawgram.
No, that's what I'm saying. He fought the Clawgram after the Clawgram came at him. Like if the Clawgram didn't come at him, he wasn't even worrying about the Clawgram. He only attacked it because it came to him.
Yeah, he just said, so you finally arrived, Boruto, and then he's like attacking Clawgram because they started popping up. Like,
I especially love Kawaki being the one to focus on Code more so than anyone else because of their history together.
Yeah.
It's almost like second nature for him to be more wary around him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested in though, Mitsuki, dude. Is he just sitting there thinking, is Kawaki my son or not? I wonder. Like, people being attacked, and he's just like, well, I remember Kawaki doing this. Like, you're just not paying attention.
That's the funniest thing to me, because remember I did say that Boruto's gonna face Inoshikacho before Mitsuki, but just the way that they execute is just the funniest thing. The fact that Inoshikacho did confront him, just walking up to him, instead of Mitsuki going to him, like, especially just following Kawaki at the bare minimum. It's just the most funniest thing.
What is Mitsuki doing?
Like, I know.
Yeah.
Is he fighting Clawgram or not? In character, Mitsuki would stop. He would go straight to Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what's been built up.
Especially like in Sage mode.
I mean, to be fair though, the last time he was after Boruto in Sage Mode, he just never caught up to him. So maybe he's just running in slow motion, and he just on his way still. I just hasn't got there yet.
Also, Momo was helping out.
Oh yeah, Ood. But I was saying that Damon's like that. It's kind of cool that Damon like kind of broke down Boruto's technique just by sensing him. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
So two things.
Like, oh, it's the planet's rotation. Like, duh. Oh well.
Two things on that that's really interesting to me. So okay, first of all, seemingly Eida should just straight up know Kashin Koji still is around and has been helping Boruto. She should be able to see that, and has seen that, and she's seen it. She's seeing it now. Theoretically, she should. I wonder if Damon can sense it or feel it or just already knows, or just knows in general, whether he was told or whatever.
They like talk regularly, you know, like my you know, so I would assume he knows. But
well, apparently Eida hasn't talked to Sarada in like 3 years or something. It seems like.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, bro.
Weren't they supposed to be like besties or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to that?
Yeah, but she's not doing a good job of that.
Look, if you're trying to get close to the enemy, and this enemy is like, I just want girlfriends, you know? I just want to hang with the girls. You gotta hang with the girls.
Yeah, or you can be like Sarada and just like not hang with her for 3 whole years and then just start complaining to her.
Up, hey girl, what's up? Like, I'd be like, yo, sis, like, we're done. Sorry, like, we're not friends. I'm just saying. Like, if my homegirl tried to show up 3 years later, I'd be like, what the fuck you want? Maybe I'm just mean. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trust her either.
There's something.
Yeah. Sarada's not being a good friend.
Oh no, Sour. I hope you didn't hear my discussion about me talking about daddy villains in One Piece.
What was I want to say on Damon? There was something else.
Sour, you have to let me go on a tangent about daddy villains in One Piece, okay? I'm so sorry.
Oh, right. Okay, I think it's hilarious how Shikamaru hasn't asked Eida or Damon to just go help. Like, they're his strongest trump card. Like, the biggest chip in his deck or whatever. The most valuable piece on the board. And he's just letting them chill at their house. And especially the fact that, like, the reason Code hasn't invaded for 3 years is because of Eida can see it and that Damon would be there to stop him. And they're just sitting.
I think
it's
more so I think it's more so they'll probably decline because, well, for whatever reason.
They're a part of Konoha. They should help out, especially if Shikamaru asks them to.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this. Like, Eida and Damon, I don't think, like, to me, it's like this. If they're not attacking them personally, then it's not a problem for them. I think that's how they're viewing it.
But also, Code wants to, like, kill Boruto and Kawaki / feed them to the Tin Tails. So she should want to stop that. Like, that's a threat. As well as Sarada, she was told to not die. So clearly her life is at risk doing this as well. And just the fact that the village that they live in is being destroyed. I don't want my house to be a wreck. Especially Eida, who cares about beauty and all these different standards or whatever.
I guess, I don't know. You do make a point. They kind of are pretty nonchalant about this whole situation.
Yeah. Like, if anything,
so it's like,
chilling.
If anything, Damon likes this kind of stuff. He should want to go fight.
He's like that ain't my business. I ain't worried about it.
I think the problem is if he does end up fighting, Code's gonna get another smackdown.
Obviously, but...
Oh, Sour. This is the toxic codependency shit I was talking about. These two. Yeah, Eida and Damon. Yeah.
Cam, I don't know if, like, the gaslight girl
gaslight gatekeeping girl boss.
I don't know if that's, like, catching on, but I've seen that more and more recently. Like, did you start that?
I did not. I
created a meme.
Where did you hear it?
I do not have a toxic codependency with Ood.
I don't know what that is or what that means. Freaking, I hate the word based.
Usually,
I don't know what woke is. Get out of my face with that.
Gaslight. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. It's been around for at least a couple of years.
What about camp?
camp has been around since like the.
I know,
80s.
dude. My camp has been around for like 25 years or 50 years actually.
Because I heard
so that's
someone
how
else
I
say
think.
that.
Yeah, camp
too.
and like gay culture and like has been around for like since the 80s. So
maybe it's the same with like top notes. Like, I feel like maybe I've just have heard these things. I just didn't know what they were, so I didn't actually hear them.
no, you just don't hang around women is the problem, I think.
No,
And you
but
just
I
don't
heard
hang around gay
non-women
people.
say these things. Like, again, like the word based. Like, I don't even like that word, but like I didn't know that word till Amity.
Dude, it sounds so weird. I always want to read it as biased when I read it.
I hate the word.
Not based.
So dumb.
I don't like it.
My sister.
Freaking Hot Boy says it all
I
the
still
time.
don't get what it means.
Oh, Hot Boy, he timed.
I
Did he time you out?
No, he didn't time me out. He timed Imperial out.
You
Imperial
fucker!
DM'd
Are
me.
you serious? He
Yeah.
did not time you out.
No.
You were in that conversation too, you motherfucker.
But I didn't deserve to be timed out, and he
Pisses me
knew
off.
it.
God, that fucking pisses me off.
Why? No, I was good. I was a
Who?
good boy. He was the one assaulting me. I was in the
Hot
right.
Boy's server, because
Yeah.
we were talking about something
Hot
else.
Boy
We weren't talking
agrees
about
with
me. Where?
Naruto-related
You were actually
topics
added in the
the
conversation, Kamui.
Naruto's
Is it in the
channel.
one that I was added at something and I haven't looked
Well,
yet?
actually, specifically, I don't want you to read that because I don't even want you to get involved in that conversation. Once you start reading,
I'm
you'll
gonna
know
read it.
why.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
I was
read
timed out for an hour.
Wherever
You
I
were?
was added.
Oh,
Me, Imperial, and
And
Draco.
Draco,
And then I
yeah.
came back and I said, you know what? I thought about it and I don't regret anything. Fuck you.
Where was I added?
no. It's, I don't know,
So
you guys
pissed off.
click on it or something. I don't know.
Mentions Kamui.
But I yeah.
Watch out, Kamui. Your S is showing. That's not it. Kamui, congrats.
Well, that's
Congratulated
like
for something.
that's like in the middle of the conversation. You have to like scroll up to where it starts or whatever.
And then
Kamui and
I
the
shared
other
a
guy made
picture
more
of
sense
Blue
than
to,
your
like, push me
arguments.
to
Not gonna lie, but it's just in context though.
When you and Jiro were arguing the Madara stuff with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a really funny conversation to read, and me and Imperial were like joking in DMs about it. So like, it's really funny.
Is that why you didn't want me to read it? Because it's about Madara?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're
I
like, oh, haha,
like-
he agrees with me. You're wrong, dude. Like, I don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah, why was I tagged?
Did I do
out?
it?
don't
don't know.
I didn't scroll up that far though.
I
What was
don't
Spitting
even
bars.
remember.
Like,
I was like,
You just were.
I was like, that's not my bit. I don't know what's happening. I'm just vibing. And then I got timed out.
So wait,
Motherfucker.
what did you guys say? Get timed out for? What did you guys say in there?
'Cause we were
Non-Naruto
talking
things because he's
about,
freaking anal about this stuff. I don't know, he's weird.
we were talking about another lovely lady in the server,
Hmm?
in the Naruto chat, and we're not allowed to talk about unrelated stuff in the Naruto channel. It has
Oh,
to
this
be
was
Naruto
after.
related only
He's stupid about it.
discussions, and so he timed me out and said, he said, think about your bad decisions, and I said, I regret nothing. So pissed off.
In a Discord chat?
Yeah. No,
Ah.
in Hot Boy Spicy's server.
I don't know if telling someone think about their bad decisions is it sounds a little bit weird.
Him. Like, what the fuck? Don't tell me to think about my bad
God,
decisions.
son.
I'm older than you, son.
I'm like, well, what bad decisions did I make? I was just talking about.
Like I'm just talking shit in here. I don't know. What the fuck did I do? And I think I was being nice at the time. I wasn't even being mean. No,
Can't help
okay,
it.
I was being a little snarky, but like, I wasn't being mean. I wasn't
Can't help.
being like,
I wasn't kicked out.
yeah, whatever. Dude, what?
Okay.
What's up, my attitude?
I think we've exhausted everything aside from the main conversation. So, Kamui, do you want to start us off?
Well, there's two main conversations.
There
I
are.
would say. There's
You
the
want to
two
talk
ones-
on
yeah,
the
and-
lesser main
Oh,
one
and
first
Ood,
of
I
Code?
said about the Dizzy.
Well, which one do you think is
insane
lesser?
thing. Did you hear about that?
I think the Code one's lesser. What do you think about the Dizzy?
okay.
That I think that Boruto's technique, it does cause dizziness, but I think it's also pain related as well, because dizziness can cause pain. So, yeah.
Okay.
that's my
Which would you
conclusion.
say is the main thing to you?
I don't know. I think they're both equal.
I think the Code one
Like
is
it's
less.
both.
Well, do
I
you think
Uzuhiko's the
do you
main
think
thing. Well, the chapter
he's
itself is
in pain
titled
because
Uzuhiko.
but do you think he's in pain because he's dizzy, Or is he dizzy because he's in pain?
What?
He's in pain because he's dizzy.
Okay, so the dizziness would be the main thing then.
Cause, yeah. And the pain is a side effect of the dizziness, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why you would ever pick he's dizzy because he's in pain, but just in case, I presented the option.
God, he's in so much pain, it even makes him dizzy. God. This would be unbearable.
Well,
that's Kimimaro levels of pain.
I mean, I've been like when I get migraines, like, oh my god, I get so dizzy, and then and then there's pain, and then so like and dizziness and pain are related.
You know what, Kamui? They
go together like a PB&J sandwich.
This is a good chance to see how many words I wrote down on my Kimimaro script. Let me go ahead.
Ew.
Cut this.
Immediate ew.
So over the course of I think 2 days, it might have been 3. It's gonna take me a minute.
Kimimaro's the goat, dude.
I know. I have so many Kimimaro
but
videos.
Sour, I have taken lots of notes for our podcast, so I have been doing productive things as well. So don't be ugly, rude. Don't be mean. Oodie and Kamui and Immortal are very smart and been saying smart, nice things. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sour. Without context, you would not understand the question. You need the context of the Cloud Ninja podcast last night to fully understand the point of the question. And
Darling.
Preferably also the context of the discussion earlier in the stream. If you just hear that now, you're like, what?
Kamui,
yes,
did you
Sour.
By the way, this is a script I'm putting on the screen. It's pretty long. But
Did I what?
So did you read the Cloud Ninja podcast Discord chat earlier today? Or it might have been yesterday.
No, I don't know what you're referring to, so maybe not.
Somewhat, like 2 people in there were like, oh my god, this Kamui guy just won't shut up. Like, he keeps talking over everyone. Does he not really?
Poor baby.
Oh, dude, it was funny. Free Game said he was dying laughing because I kept, no. He's referencing a thing. I was like, I gotta respond to him. Oh, yeah, I knew exactly why that happened when it happened. Because
baby.
No, Mello. Oh, I could tell Mello's getting pissed, dude. Like,
that's what they were saying too.
I intentionally didn't talk at certain points. But it's funny, dude. Like at one point, Free Game said something. I can't remember what happened, but anyway, I could just tell Mello was pissed, and then he said like "fuck you, Free Game," because Free Game just said something. I don't remember what it was, but the whole time I'm like, oh, I know he's pissed right now. I did read the chat, but I knew like. I'm sorry, bro. Like sometimes I gotta step in. I gotta step in, dude. Like, sorry, no offense, but if you pause for like 5 seconds before continuing your sentence, I don't know you're gonna keep going. Like, if you cut me off right then, like I wouldn't blame you because I stopped for 3 seconds. It's like I can't see your face. I'm out working out on the podcast. You know, it's like I'm sorry, bro.
To be fair, I think it's also a thing of when you're talking, you can't hear other people. Like at this point, it's gotta be that. It has to be that. Like there's no way you can just keep talking uninterrupted as if you just don't realize other people are talking. Like I don't understand. Like it's gotta be the case.
I don't know.
I feel like once you start talking, like you just tune other people out.
Like there's no way to like stop you once you start.
I have a feeling.
Is this your script?
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe it's like a man problem.
Oh, you know what?
Maybe it's just like the masculine energy is kind of like coming out a little too hard, Kamui.
I don't think it's just like
12 pages is my Kimimaro script.
I think it's more so just like if I like sometimes like I'll hold back from jumping in until I think you're done. If I think you're done and I jump in to make my point, like if you weren't actually done, like I might not know. Again, if you pause for like 5 seconds in the middle of your sentence, like I don't know, you're still going. And the other thing, if you start talking while I'm talking, it depends on context, but I'm probably gonna keep talking anyway because I was already started, and I'm just not the type who's just gonna back off. I'll just keep going, and then I will finish. I don't know, like.
Lots of things to say, you know.
I'm a man of many words.
Is that your script?
Yeah, so this 12-page Kimimaro script is just like the highlights. It's gonna be way longer. For example, I just wrote down like, Kimimaro let Lee take his medicine, and that's like all I've written down on that part.
You never fully explained to me what you were going for with the video, like the general concept.
What he means to me, why I like him.
Oh right, yeah, you told me that.
Why he's my favorite character. Yeah.
So wait, hold on. What's this video? This video is about why Kimimaro is your favorite character.
Yeah, and even then, like I don't think you understand, Kamui,
the
how
5 seconds he actually has screen time.
How different our
dude, Kimimaro was the freaking shit when those 5 seconds. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh
hell yeah.
Like this script is so far removed from the series itself. Like it doesn't really list any scenes he's in. Like it lists a couple, but then it just goes so far away from that. It's kind of like the Attack on Titan script, which by the way is 95 pages now.
What the? Oh
man. And I need to update my phone notes. Let me do that really quick while I'm here.
So this is like a big project of yours?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you know what? I can't do that right now. But yeah.
Oh.
You know, I guess I can't. Well, no, I can't do that right now because it's more organized than this. So
yeah, once he gets going, he like doesn't stop typing
ever.
You might as well write an entire book at this given point.
There's enough phone notes to make this 100 pages, right around 100. So it's right. It's right about there.
Oh, but this is the way Uda and I have discussions is like, I have to tell Oodie, I'm like, give me a minute, I'm thinking, and there'll be several seconds of like, sometimes a full minute of like silence, and then I'm like, okay, I have my thoughts together. Okay, I'm ready to talk now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you give him a warning.
I'm like, hold on, I need to think. Give me a second.
No, but it is like straight up a literal minute of complete silence.
Yeah.
Like, but we do this often.
Are you ready yet? I'm like, no, I will tell you.
Well, no, I don't say. What do you mean? I don't ever say that. I let you get your thoughts. I completely respect that.
You said it once. And then sometimes on the podcast with Sour, like it'll give me I need like a 10-second moment to like get my thoughts together, and then I'm like, okay.
I think it's really cool though. I wish more communications did that. Because, like, it's so weird and, like, not taboo, but, like, unexpected, like, non-done in other conversations.
Yeah, I'm always, like, the type for, like, I'm totally okay with, like, silence in conversations. I'm like, you know, you need a minute to think, baby. You just think, you know, and then we will finish this conversation. Like, I'm very patient.
I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I respect you taking the time that you need to form your thoughts. I mean, I wish you formed your thoughts quicker, but, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I wish I formed my thoughts quicker. I wish everyone did. Like, I wish we didn't have to think. I wish we just had perfectly the thoughts that we had.
I mean, look, because, like, my brain's going, like, at a constant speed of, like, light speed. But, like, are they all complete, perfect thoughts? Absolutely not. I'm just all gibberish.
Oh, by the way, I've seen what Sour looks like. Because he has his face cam on his, podcast. It's not looks like what I expected. He kind of looks like you, Kamui.
Wait,
really? What? Now I'm curious.
Okay, don't tell me he doesn't. Don't tell me he doesn't. A little bit. Just a little bit. Like, he has the same features.
I think most white guys kind of look the same.
Oh,
so, you know.
God. Moving on. All right, so Code.
Oh, man.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
Oh man, you know what, Kamui? It's 1:40 and we haven't even got to the main part of this chapter.
I know, I still gotta eat another meal, so as usual, I'm behind my plans anyway.
Oh yeah, but I also show my ugly mug on well, Sour has a perfect, beautiful, handsome mug, but you get to see my ugly mug as well. So yeah.
I'm so glad you refer to it as a mug.
My ugly.
Love it. Love it so much.
No, but the second video I look uglier because I didn't want to turn my camera on, but for consistency I had to turn my camera on because I was so busy cleaning the house, spring cleaning. I didn't have any time to do my makeup, do my hair, but so I was like, for consistency you need to turn your camera on. So I was like, well, fuck it. I guess everybody's gonna see.
Well, for consistency, he didn't have the logo I made for him up there until now, so there you go. Yeah, take that.
Damn.
Calling him out. He's not even here to defend
Yeah, he
himself.
lured you in.
Oh man, he's typing.
Oh, I bet he's
He's gonna
typing
get
something
hurt.
fierce. Like, I bet if I was there, I'd hear his keyboard clacking up a storm.
Just feel free to pull it up and advertise it. Not show it. Advertise it.
Well, fuck you, I didn't have it at the time, and it was added in post.
Oh, God.
I'm struggling to decide whether if I want to go to sleep or just keep staying up.
There you go. It's Shredded Official for anyone that wants to check it out. Oh, you know what? We're gonna dox him live. This is what he looks like.
The Overlord
There you
opening.
go.
Dox
That's
himself.
what he looks like. Oh, it's this one down
No!
here, bottom right.
I'm so embarrassed.
Bottom
The way
right.
you said that is
There you go.
hilarious. We're
Like-
gonna dox him live.
Like hearing what he sounds like, and then seeing what he looks like. To be fair, it's a small screen. Does he ever get bigger?
Hold on, which one is he supposed to be?
The
The
right
one on the
one.
right
The
or
one
left?
on the right.
That does not look like me.
Damn.
Anyway,
Wow.
I don't wear
There's-
glasses. My hairstyle is way different. I don't have facial hair.
Yeah,
What are you
but
seeing?
blonde
Well, you
hair and white
are around the
skin.
same age.
Like,
You
what do
aren't-
you want to say?
I mean, you guys are both 23.
Yeah, I take that. Yeah.
Well,
you
I'm
look
just
exactly
saying,
right.
like, I just, like, it's not necessarily an insult. I'm just saying, I don't see the simple.
Like, it's not that you guys look the same. It's that you have similar
It's
features.
just you guys are both white, so you look kind of
Yeah,
similar.
we're
Okay,
white.
white
and
is a
have
feature,
dirty
so I guess
blonde
so.
hair.
Yeah, there's more than just that, but sure.
I don't think they look similar.
Like, neither of you guys are wearing a hat. You're both wearing shirts. You got two eyes. Like, what do you not see? It's the same thing.
Dumbass.
Lemon says classic anti-white racist. Next thing you know, you'll be calling her.
Oh, I can't. No, I can't say that. Remember? I mean, look what happened to Hassan after he said it. So I can't say it.
I wouldn't know. I don't even keep up with that.
I'm a Mexican. I'm allowed to.
Crazy.
I'm not.
No, but I'm a
mixed, so-
white Mexican. I'm like, that foundation shade that I had on was the lightest color they had.
But it's a bland snack, so it's already a pre-existing word compared to other words that aren't actual words. So it's different.
You know, wait, he said it several times and hasn't gotten banned? No, he did. Didn't he get, like, kicked or something?
I mean, the real
like, a little
question
bit.
I want
is,
somebody to keep
who
track of how many
cares?
times I've coughed on this podcast.
You're disgusting. Like,
Ugh.
maybe you have COVID and should like, get tested or something. Do you have
I
Mucinex?
got something. I got something. That's all I
Did
know.
you take Mucinex? Isn't your mom a nurse?
Yeah, I haven't had a COVID test. But I
Ask
got
your mom
something.
to nurse you, please, before you, like, get super,
Have you
super
got
sick.
the COVID shot immune thing?
Yeah, I got that like a while ago. Like a long
See,
time
I got
ago,
COVID
at this
before
point.
I got it, so I never got it. To be fair, I
You
would have
can
got it.
Well,
I
get
just
I
didn't
got
know
it
like where
from my
or
dad
how.
when he had COVID.
You can just go to Walmart and get one, or CVS or Walgreens.
Okay, I don't go to CVS, so how would I know that?
Pharmacy, and they have vaccines at pharmacies.
Vaccines? Like, do you not go to the doc? Like, doesn't the doctor give it to you? When I got COVID, I got like the doctor to do stuff.
No, they give out vaccines at the pharmacy.
I wouldn't know. I worked
Like,
at the Boys and Girls Club.
They give out shingles vaccines, the flu vaccine,
Doesn't the flu
COVID
one
vaccines.
from Walmart, like, halftime doesn't work is what people say? Halftime it does? I don't know whether it does or doesn't.
Maybe don't go to Walmart
They're
then.
all fucking
Exactly.
lying. Those are all like crazy white people talking.
Okay, but then how am I
Again,
supposed to know if it's half the people, though? Like, I'm not saying whether it is or isn't. I'm just saying I just don't know.
I mean, it's effective. I mean, I've gotten
probably.
the vaccine, like, and haven't gotten COVID. So
It's the
you know,
Facebook moms.
it's the Facebook moms. It's the white Facebook moms. Because a lot of Mexicans have
Right.
gotten it. I'm just saying, us Mexicans, we know better.
By the way, Sour,
We know better.
Sniper Wolf did nothing wrong, and I support her all the way.
I don't know what Sniper Wolf did.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
dox
don't know
somebody?
who that is.
Jax
I don't
Did you
know.
dox
Films,
somebody?
I don't know.
Jax Films needs to get out of here. He's the worst
She
kind of
doxed him.
person.
Brain says Sniper Wolf is bad as fuck. Sniper Wolf dogged someone. Oh,
No, she didn't.
I mean, Oodie just did it.
Jax Films is overly
Yeah.
dramatic. He's a liar.
Yeah, that's
and he's
that's 'cause Uodie
dangerous and
thinks it's
unhinged.
okay for fans to go to your house
Darn
and
right I
bother
do.
you and ask for autographs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
not
I'm
a
like, that is a
bother.
that's a weird.
If you
take,
see it as a
dude.
bother, then you're wrong. There you go.
I'm like,
Oodie,
I
would
don't
you-
want nobody coming to my house. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I
like,
agree.
No.
Good
Oodie,
thing
are
that
you some
criminal
sort of
behavior
stalker?
didn't happen, Sour. Jax Films was deaf wrong, but thank you, W. You know what? Rain,
Rain, get the fuck outta here.
based, is what that is.
Rain,
and
get out.
and Sour can
Snuggles'
just
content
cope
is
because
bad,
he's a
so there's
girl
no reason to
keeping
defend it.
gatekeep boss
Also, Doctor is crying.
from 4chan
Dude,
being praised.
Dude, I know words are hard, but try harder, okay?
No, I'm woke, whereas Sour, who is
Asleep.
a toxic codependency.
A toxic codependency.
Take that, Sour.
No, the reason I say toxic codependency is because, like, usually when siblings are depicted in anime as having a really close relationship, if you kind of get my drift. You know how anime kind of works like that? It's like they depict it that way.
That's how certain ones work.
Yeah,
Not
certain ones.
Not
all
the
of
ones
them,
that,
okay?
like,
Not
us
all of them,
watch,
but-
that us normal people.
But the reason they do it like that is to show that these characters have a toxic codependency. That's why I said it like that.
All I know is right now, Sour's being the gate cop girl boss keeping
Which to be fair, I do think Damon and Eida have a toxic codependency. I do think so. So yeah.
I don't think they have the one that you were hinting at though.
but I'm saying usually when that word is depicted in media, not just in anime, but also like in films. Like, have you read Flowers in the Attic? Probably not, but like,
Nope.
It's
Nope.
usually to depict toxic codependency. You know, it's an underlying theme. So that's why I mentioned toxic codependency.
I have a question. What is toxic codependency?
It's like when you have an over reliance on somebody that can like lead to, like, usually sometimes siblings have it, like, let's say siblings who come from like an abusive household, they usually, since they've had
Just
to
look at
rely on
Kawaki and
only-
Naruto.
Not really.
Nar-
It's kind of like
Kawaki is a toxic dependency on Naruto, just not going both ways.
Yeah, well, like, okay, like, let's use Eida and like Damon as an example. Like, they only have each other. They can only trust each other in this whole entire world. You know, like, everybody's tried to use and abuse them, and they can only rely on each other. Well, due to that, they cannot, like, seems like they have a hard time, like, breaking apart and forming relationships with other people. So that's kind of like what toxic codependency is. It's just an over reliance on another person that hinders your relationships with other people. So, and forming bonds with other people.
Naruto and Sasuke.
I don't think that's the same.
Well,
I think
the
it's
thing for Eida is, I don't think her relationship with Damon hinders
toxic
how she
codependency-
reacts with other people. I think it's just her, you know, her being her has her problems, but like her love charm, that stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with Damon though. That's making her struggle to reach it. Now for Damon, Damon just only thinks about Eida and protecting her, so that's a little bit different. But for Eida,
is a side effect of the abuse she has gone through, right? Because she didn't ask for it. It was.
Well, she desired it.
I think it's more so like Kawaki and Eida.
I mean, that too. That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be toxic codependency as well.
I don't think Kawaki's depending on it. I mean, in a way he is, I guess, with the role reversal, but not emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say Damon and I mean they're just like a minor example of toxic codependency. But yeah. It's usually mostly, or like boy moms. I don't know if you've heard the term like boy moms. Especially like lately. Probably not.
No.
Mama's boy, I've heard.
Oh my god, like, oh, I feel like I'm just introducing you guys to like so many new terms. This is weird.
I mean,
okay,
I will say, if it's related to current events, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
General rule.
It's related to news or politics.
General
not
rule,
over
it
there.
usually applies.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this hopefully this isn't your mom's, because I'd be like looking at you kind of sideways. It's probably not your mom's, but it's usually like sometimes like a mother and her son can have like kind of a weird relationship where like they okay, no, but like where like a mom will kind of emotionally like trauma dump onto her son because that's the only man in her life she can like rely on. So she'll like talk to her son about relationship problems or like money struggles, and it creates this like weird relationship dynamic within like the family.
I mean, I have an aunt that did that like 24/7. Not a mom, like, but an aunt. She does that to everyone.
Like something you're something like your wife would normally talk to your husband about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because usually it happens with like single moms and like who yes, single moms who've had to raise like their sons by themselves for the majority of their life and whose father's like not in the picture at all. So that's a form of toxic codependency as well. And like usually whenever that son gets like married, they see like the wife or like the daughter-in-law as like competition. Like they almost get like a form of like jealousy because like now the son's not paying attention to the mom. He's like paying attention to his wife. So it's like weird. Toxic codependency. So yeah, it's depicted a lot in media, especially in anime. Sense. So like yeah, if you have that relationship with your mother out there, go to therapy.
Tell her to stop.
Tell her to stop.
Drop and roll.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, Mom, stop.
Yeah. And like, but yeah, it's only you only really see it with like sons and with their moms. I don't think it really happens like that type of toxic codependency doesn't really happen with daughters and their moms. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with the gender thing, but yeah. So yeah, interesting. So reevaluate your relationships with your mothers. So
back to Boruto.
That has to do with toxic codependency. Okay, I'm just saying. So when you take a look, I would like. Okay, now since we're talking about Boruto, I would like to see the further relationship of Eida and Damon, and see if we will get more into their backstory, and see if we can get into more of their trauma.
I mean, I want that independent of toxic codependency.
Yes, I want to see more toxic codependency. Like, is there really a toxic codependency problem in
there never was
dynamic? I think
there
there's
could be.
Some there. I think
there could be, but there isn't.
I think there is a little bit. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Getting a vibe. I've watched a lot of anime in my day. I'm just saying.
Well, we watch a lot of different anime in your day.
I'll link my anime list in the chat.
I used to binge watch some anime on Netflix before, for just sticking to manga completely.
Yeah, I usually keep up with seasonal anime, but like, mostly recently. But
I watch ones I'm interested in, and that's that.
Yeah, I've watched pretty much like. Oh, I'm watching Black Lagoon, and oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Let's go.
One of the animes that I really wanted to see a season 2 for, or finish completely, was Deadman Wonderland.
Yeah. Dude, Black Lagoon is like in my top 10 or top 20, I should say. Deadman Wonderland,
the dub
like top 70, top 50.
The dub, for Deadman Wonderland, like Ganta is. I don't know. Ganta was pretty much a bitch for the majority of season 1 until he started to actually man up.
I mean, really? I disagree. He's just in a crazy scenario.
Like, I think it's more. Yeah,
he's more brave than most people would have been.
Yeah, but it's more so like he was thrusted into a situation that he really wasn't supposed to be in.
Yeah.
But because of what I think it was Shiro, I believe.
Yeah.
The girl in white hair and everything. So, dressed up as his favorite superhero. What was it? I forgot the name of a superhero, but she comes to the school, ruins his life. Also, they kind of fucked up with the videos and everything, making it seem like that he's the one who really got everyone killed, blah blah blah. He was accused of a crime he didn't even commit, and from that point on, he has superpowers and he's just fighting other people with blood related powers like he does. But it's just like at the beginning, yeah, but then he starts to actually start developing more, becomes more brave throughout the entirety of the season.
I completely agree. Especially like during the fight, the like first like 1v1 match fight where he had to use his blood. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think his dead man power, I believe.
I don't know what it's called.
Branch of Sin. A Branch of Sin. Yeah, that's what it was called. What else?
Did you see the OVA? There's a OVA as well. For
Dead Man Wonderland?
Yeah. It follows like the biker dude.
Damn.
The cool biker dude guy. Really cool. Really good OVA.
Haven't seen that
It's
yet.
like a side story, though, but it's good.
Have any of you guys seen Gurren Lagann?
Nah.
Oh, what?
Oh, I linked my anime
I don't
list.
like weird,
It's not up to
sexy,
date with
frickin'
last season's anime,
isekai.
though. Unfortunately.
No, Gurren Lagann is actually a really good anime.
Yeah, it doesn't have guys like being
haven't
weird and stuff.
it.
Like it's pretty gross.
Hold on.
I've not seen
Is it
Jujutsu
season?
Kaisen season 2. Yeah, I don't like this because it's not the Google Doc.
My
Like,
anime
make it
list.
Watch
simple.
too many anime to make a Google Doc.
That's the
A Google
opposite.
Doc.
You've seen too little anime to make the Google Doc. If anything, you should
Okay,
watch more.
look.
You've watched a lot of freaking episodes.
It's not
Jujutsu Kaisen.
updated with
Oh,
last
that's-
season and this season that I'm currently watching, so it's not exactly.
Okay, I'm
up
gonna
to
say
date.
27.
I'm actually trying to get into JJK.
Times. Let's just
I
say
actually
I've been
do want to do
catching
some
up.
JJK.
His
I'm
JJK still fucking good.
54,000 minutes worth of anime or 900
Oh, Rain,
hours.
I got so much fan art of
37 and a
Gojo
half
that I was
days.
gonna share with you. You know,
Man,
got some good fan art. I'm just saying.
Nanami.
Oh, Nanami.
Oh, Nanami.
Damn. That is daddy. Woo.
Oh, I guess
Mame's
that's right
mommy.
Nanami looks so fucking good, bro. Oh, them thighs.
Mame's
Damn.
bae.
Ooh, Mei is pretty hot too.
Yeah, she is.
But she has that
But
she has toxic codependency with her brother.
It's
that-
it's this weird.
Yeah, toxic codependency. Toxic codependency. I'm telling you, it's in
Mm.
every anime. Now that you know the word, you can spot it anywhere in every anime. You'll find it.
In every isekai I watch, I'm just playing.
I mean, not in the anime I'ma watch, but
Oh yeah, I forgot to put Mushoku.
Oh, I forgot to get vanilla extract at the store. Shit, again, bro.
no, I got a
But I
big thing of
forgot
it.
like so many weeks in a row, dude.
But
What are
there's
some-
so many. There's so many
Maybe
hot
next
guys
time.
in JJK right now. Like, ugh, man, the girlies are eating good. Just saying, eating good this season.
To be fair, Sour, I wasn't planning on talking about obscure anime anyways, and I do need to go back to Boruto anyways.
I know we kind of just diverged so far from the topic we were about to discuss.
Sorry.
So anyway, the two main topics was
Yeah,
primarily code
That's
and
my
the
fault.
Uzuhiko
Sorry,
stuff.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm kind of high right now, so it's my fault.
Code and the Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Code and the Uzuhiko. All right, so Code first.
Uzuhiko style.
Up to you guys. I don't care. I will talk about both.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, by the way, this is
how
interesting.
does
6 votes only, but the poll is 50-50 for his code under Omnipotence. I'll just end that.
50-50?
I'm surprised.
50.
How
Of
many
course
did you
you
vote?
are.
What, from your alt account? I don't trust this poll.
I didn't vote a single one.
6 votes. So
Babe,
people really.
don't be lying.
I'm not.
Baby girl,
Yeah,
don't
they're
be lying.
trolling. There's
I'm
no
sharing
way.
Yeah,
my
there's
screen?
no way. Can people really not tell code is
They're
underneath
trolling.
the
Baby
Omnipotence?
girl.
Can people not
Baby
tell?
girl.
Jesus Christ.
I
Be tripping.
refuse to believe that Oodie's not just trolling hard. So I mean,
Exactly.
I
Okay,
think
then you know what? We can just move on. Since you know what, you're under Omnipotence. You're under Omnipotence is what it is. So there you go.
He
All right.
swerved so quick.
Freaking.
Look at that Riz. God damn, Boruto. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Riz. Jesus Christ. So
Boruto's a cold.
Wait, Oodie,
badass.
real quick.
Yeah.
Oodie, real quick. Perfect timing. Speaking of code, just go to 1330 of that video, and
Oh, okay.
everyone,
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
just tell me, specifically the vampire. Do you see it or not?
One of the most controversial characters in Boruto is
13:30. Oh my god, that's loud.
1330, I
Freaking
believe.
Vampire.
Whatever. This works.
Oh.
Alright.
Jigen,
My
menacing
arms.
glare and alien-like horn,
Alright,
and so on. We're all just way more menacing than Code's long eyelashes and colonial.
So is this whole entire
founding
video
father
just you slam dunking?
No, actually, no, it's not.
Okay, this one
first
has
half
the
is-
same pose. This isn't even the same art style, but like clothing, I
No,
guess they got the same
I
buttons.
told you, Kamui.
But
I
this looks
told
pretty
you what
similar.
it was. It is a straight man's take on camp. I
Okay.
already told you, Kamui.
Okay,
You
Kamui,
failed.
I completely see the
failed.
vampire. I
Why did-
completely
That's
see
what
it.
I'm saying. The
did they
vampire
draw
was
Code
Like,
that
the
way?
buttons, the
That's
cape,
I said the
the
vampire
collar,
one. There's no way you can't see it.
the like
Wait a second.
inner part.
Because he has terrible fashion sense.
No,
the blackness with the white. Okay,
looking
I
at this,
completely
I don't
see
think.
the vampire. The gloves. This is
Okay,
vampire.
The colonial
No.
and founding
Do a
father one
Levi
are
with the little
mostly
puppy
just
thing.
meme. Like
Like-
it's really just the bib
Yeah.
that's like the meme joke. But the vampire one, bro, that is identical.
Because Levi rocked the bib, okay? I mean, Levi looked hot as fuck with the bib. But Code,
Levi's
get
the
the fuck
dude.
out of here.
I think the middle one
Code,
looks
get
the
the
least
fuck
like it. Like, and this guy over here is mostly in
agree.
the same pose. Other than that, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily the
There's
same.
also like the jacket on the inside
He
bears
looks like
somewhat
a-
similarity.
Yeah.
The founding father
As
is
well
the
as the
least
pants.
like it. I only included it because it's funny.
If anything, I think the pants are the most like this guy.
It looks
on
like
Code.
a cosplay.
yeah.
It looks like a cosplay.
That's funny.
I mean, the vampire one though, like, come on.
It's
Every
definitely
aspect.
the
pose though.
It's a straight man's
Like
camp.
even
I already
the
told you.
only difference, the like this part is still like there's still something here. Like it's just
Yeah.
different, but it still exists.
I mean, he even tried with the headdress. Like, it was a fail. I fucking hate that outfit. How come they didn't change his outfit?
I liked Code's Chakra cloak, and honestly, my favorite Code is really just when he has the Chakra cloak and before his limiters were removed. I prefer his old
When he
design.
doesn't exist. Yeah, prefer that.
No, I prefer his old design. I don't
yeah.
I
Okay.
prefer the red hair, the hair down, and his Chakra cloak. So, and I don't like the long eyelashes. It's fine.
What's crazy is that
You don't like the Gojo eyelashes?
It's just not menacing for a villain. Like the long eyelashes is just not
It's
menacing.
also a little
it's
feminine.
fine. Yeah. It's just there's nothing
No,
wrong with
I
that,
don't
but it's
know.
not.
It doesn't
menacing.
work
Gojo
with
looks like
Code's
it's not-
with them long
attitude and his
eyelashes,
behavior.
I'm just saying.
Code really doesn't feel like a villain. Like not as menacing as Jigen was when we first saw him go into his karma stage. Now that
Well,
was
yeah,
like
so
holy
Yeah.
shit! Like,
That was-
It's like a
Absolutely.
boy
Like,
cosplaying as a
Freaking
villain.
mark of
And
death
that's the thing. That's the
vegan.
point about this segment of the video. Is I
Like a
started
little
off talking about where he shined as an antagonist at first, but then I'm talking about where I think he falls short as a villain. He's not menacing like whatsoever. He's like the least menacing villain. Like
Thing is gonna be
I think
really
that's where
good,
a lot of
If you
people
were to-
dislike Code.
if
I
you were
think that's
to
his
look at
main drawback.
bro, Ishiki was more menacing than Code, and that was bro. I thought I was looking at a straight up, bro. That man was a straight up demon.
Well, yeah,
You
like
look-
Jigen is weaker
He
than
looks
Code,
hot.
but he's more
He's a hot
menacing
man.
anyway.
Yeah,
Zabuza felt more menacing, even though he's 10 million times weaker than Code. Like, it's just a
And
vibe.
he was half dressed too.
Well, to be fair, when you look at a character, you don't look at their power. You look at their power in comparison to our heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but even
Code-
like, and that's part of it too. But
I think the problem.
I'm
is
just saying, there's a lot of factors. The power's a big one. I mentioned design. It's just another point. It's not the main point. Which is a point.
Yeah.
It is less scary looking.
Yeah, Code feels underwhelming as a villain at this given point because
At this point,
yeah.
I don't look at Code as a villain so much as I do as a character. Like he is a villain because he's a bad guy, but he's just going to create problems, but he's not the scary, menacing threat. At this point, I don't think it will ever happen. I
Yeah.
think the Ten Tails will take prominence before Code ever. At no point is Boruto or Kawaki going to fear Code again. They're only going to fear what he's doing with the Ten Tails at this point. I had hope to see that Code would be a threat on his own. Not going to happen at this point. I don't
Did they
think
ever
so.
fear him? I don't think they needed to fear
Yes,
him. Like,
in the
they're
Code arc.
ninja,
Unless
but they're like
Kawaki-
resolved.
Kawaki
I
had
don't think
nightmares
so.
about
Well, yeah, they have.
Kawaki
I
had
don't think that
nightmares.
necessarily counts though.
No, he
like,
was
that's
afraid
more like a
of Code, and
flashback
is
too.
one of
Like he
because
feared
beforehand,
what could have
we-
happened. He didn't fear him.
he feared that Code would
the
kill
point of
Naruto.
fear is because he loved Boruto, not because he's afraid of Code.
he loves his new family.
Loved Naruto.
No, it was
yeah,
Naruto,
loved
not
Naruto.
Boruto,
I meant
but-
to say Naruto, not Boruto.
No, but like he was afraid that Code would kill Naruto. Like he feared
Yeah.
Code for a
Well,
reason.
and he feared that
I don't
because of
see that
Amado.
anymore.
Because Amado said.
It's kind of
No,
funny
he
because
already did.
No, he already did,
He
but
already-
Amado reaffirmed it, which is why the nightmare started there, specifically.
Well, the nightmare happened before he reaffirmed it.
Did it?
It's-
No, it happened at the beginning of the arc.
to-
I have the volume.
No, Amado, he speaks to Amado after the nightmare. He wakes up from the nightmare, then talks to Amado about it.
You mean like when he gets his karma back? Well, not actually, but like when
No.
when he actually like
in
in
chapter
universe.
59,
but we don't
chapter
know it yet.
59 starts off with a nightmare about Code. Then later in the chapter, he talks about
Right.
Amado
Oh,
says,
you're
"I
right, because that's
suspect
when he's
Dark-"
getting the karma put back on him, right? When Amado's putting the karma
No,
on him.
but it's when he talks about it. It's when he tells him about it.
No, is it?
He already had it. Chapter 56 or 7, I think 56 is when he got the karma back.
Yeah, I'll just have to trust you because I don't know.
It's when his arm was rebuilt, which is in chapter 56, I think. And Amado doesn't tell him about the idea until chapter 59, which is after the nightmare.
Fair enough. Did you want me to like see more of whatever is in this video, or like did you want just to see this part?
No, that was the part you want to react to live.
Okay, just making sure.
From that, just watch the video for the video, like on your own.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, just wanted to make sure there wasn't something at like
No, he's
14
never gonna
minutes
watch it
of
now.
like,
'cause
oh, I
he
wanted to see
doesn't want
this.
to support you.
Wow.
Well, I talk good and bad about. I don't. It's not a hate video on Code. It is very neutral.
Yeah, it was pretty neutral. I watched it.
Look at these people.
Like I'm just.
hate.
It's just an honest, unbiased
Hey.
opinion on a lot of things.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if you did slam dunk on Code in a future video.
I'm not going to because my expectations are what they are now. Like
Yeah.
I had hope he would tank Rasengan Uzuhiko and be like okay, kind of like Sasuke's Kirin versus Itachi, and then the fight continues. That's not what happened at all.
Well, he
obviously.
kind of is though.
And
If
at
he
this
do-
point,
If he
at
does
this point,
die,
it's kind of. Well, like I honestly, I think Code's death is just gonna be like Ten Tails related, like he's just taken over or whatever.
It's like Shikamaru said. He didn't just run away with his tail in between his legs. He can come back at any moment. In fact, it feels really similar, reminiscent to when Tsunade did something to Kabuto to change his motor functions, and he adapted very quickly. And that's just Kabuto. Like I'm sure Code can and already is doing that because look at how he can't even stand up at the middle of the chapter. But when you scroll down to the end of the chapter, he's like casually walking over to the Ten Tails. Like he's
Like
already
casually, but-
Kind of hunched over. Like,
not casually, but like
I would
he's
say-
doing it. Like he's not struggling really. He's just straight up doing it.
Well, he's also holding onto the wall, so I'd say he's
not
struggling,
here.
But
I think he's in pain
Like he holds onto the wall when
from
he
being
gets there.
dizzy.
Yeah,
and then he,
but he's just like casual. Like here, he's just walking normally.
so anyway,
That's so
um,
funny.
Like he's pretty much.
he's not
adapting.
necessarily going to be outed right now. That's not what I'm saying. My point is just, they're not going to fear Code for. I think it's just the Ten Tails. Like, at the end of the day, I think Code will be kind of like Madara. The Ten Tails will be like Kaguya / Black Zetsu. Like, he's going to get overrun, run out for the Ten Tails threat related thing, Otsutsuki, whatever. But he's not going to have his Madara dick stomp on the 5 Kage moment at this point. Like, I think we've already passed that point. I think he's just going to get outed. He might be like a threat. He might, let's see, becomes Ten Tails Jinchuriki and is a threat that can actually contend with Boruto now. But Boruto's not going to be scared of him. I don't think that's going to happen. That's just my vibe, at least. It's possible, for sure. It's just not the vibe I get.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Let's talk Code.
Huh?
Let's talk Code. So who do you guys think is stronger, like in terms of actual power? Like if they were to go in a full-on actual fight, 1v1 to the death, both completely serious right now, like chapter 4. Okay, like take away the Uzuhiko effect, he just adapts to it. Let's say that. Who is stronger, Code or Boruto?
if I had to guess, I still pick Boruto because he still was keeping up with Code in base while Code had white karma. So,
I disagree. That was only for like a panel or two, and that's after he's.
No, but even then, though, you also have to remember, Oodie. Not only does he have Karma 1, he also might be able to do the horn in Control 2. So he has 2 stages to go, potentially, anyway. Whereas Code only has the one he already did.
Well, there's a possibility that Code's learned something new, but that's just a possibility.
I don't think so, personally.
Okay. Well,
Would hope he
he could learn something new. I don't think he has a horn stage.
Well, I mean, I don't see why he couldn't have a horn. Because if he can go into Karma Stage 1,
would have already come
Karma
out.
Stage 2 is
if
like
it was going to be the case,
if it
was going to be the case, I think when his limiters came off is when he would have unlocked it.
Okay.
And I think that he would have used it against Damon.
Again, like it could be a thing that he's learned over time as well. Like, we don't know what's exactly
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I don't think it, but it's possible.
No, I agree. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of speed and power and all this other stuff, Code does have the advantage. He was like not off guarded, but like in the latest chapter, he was like more so reactive to Boruto because Boruto is using his technique and he was trying to like test it out to figure out what's happening. Now that he knows, now that he has knowledge on it, he's not going to have to worry about it as much.
I do think part of this would, like, assuming Boruto cannot do like a Borushiki horn stage, I think it's a gray area. If he can, I definitely give him the edge. But if he can't, I think it could go either way.
I think Boruto's 100% more knowledgeable and more skilled because he's a shinobi, and Ko doesn't have any ninja practice training, any of that at all.
Yeah, he's fighting worse than he used to, apparently.
He can't do ninjutsu. He just has either shinjutsu or chakra-based techniques or scientific ninja tool, like a lot of other enemies in Naruto. And because of that, I do definitely give him the edge in terms of just raw power. Just in terms of just in general strength, he has like a higher power level if we're going Dragon Ball style.
See, here's the thing. I mean, again, this gets into gray area because Boruto activates his jutsu quickly, but like when he's grabbing Boruto's arm, it does seem like he has a slight edge, but he's not like completely like wrecking, slamming Boruto when he does it. Like, so it seems like Boruto is comparable.
No, I agree. They're both definitely relative. They're close in power. I see it kind of like Naruto versus Sasuke, or even Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, to where Jigen had a lot more power. Naruto and Sasuke had more skill, so they were able to like do more with what they had.
I don't think they had more skill than Jigen. They had more skill than Momoshiki.
Sure.
But Jigen was pretty skilled.
Okay, the Naruto versus Sasuke example is a lot better, especially in part 1, because like
I
Sasuke had less chakra, but he had better chakra control. He was able to do more with the chakra that he had than Naruto could with the chakra he had.
I agree, and I get the same vibe here when we're referring to the panel you're looking at, but my point is, give Boruto stage 2 of the karma with the horn. That's a big amp from what we've seen. I'm not so sure that, if they're already relative as it is, I'm not so sure that they're going to stay that. Like, I think Boruto's at least getting the edge at that point.
Well, we haven't seen Boruto fight while conscious with the horn, right? That's just.
I know, I'm not saying he can. I'm saying if he can, I'm definitely giving him the edge. If he can't, I'm not fully sure, but I still might give him the edge.
That's fair enough. I would agree with that. Yeah, I completely agree. Just as of right now, it would be Momoshiki conscious and fighting, so we just don't know at all how strong, because take away the horn or the karma in general, you put Momoshiki in Boruto's body, we don't know where that scales. Just like base Boruto controlled by Momoshiki. Like, it's like if Kurama
switched with Naruto, Momoshiki just fights worse than Boruto now, because Boruto's skill's so good.
Yeah. Like, do you remember when Kurama switched with Naruto in the war arc? But like that was just like his consciousness. Like, he's still in base. He just does it to like throw Kakashi in or whatever.
Yeah, he starts like, talking and everything.
Yeah, but like, what if that was just like, what if Kurama just stayed in that? Like, how? Okay, you take base Naruto versus base Kurama controlled Naruto. Who's winning that fight?
Would Kurama just be better?
Exactly.
Like, was Kurama nerfing himself by not staying in control?
Exactly. Like, it's kind of like the same thing here as well with that. Like, Naruto has more
Kurama's just being lazy,
skill.
Bro.
Like Kurama's not a ninja, but Kurama has more raw power or whatever. Like, Ishiki, the reason his body was dying was because of raw power.
Yeah.
So, like, the same idea there. So I think Code is more powerful, but I don't know if that means he's going to win in a fight. Because a more powerful person doesn't
he's clearly not, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
Okay. And
a lot of it depends on what Boruto's max capacity is.
And where does he activate his karma? It's a little after here, right? Right about here when he blocks.
I don't know which panel he starts doing karma.
Yeah, but like you can tell based on Code's expression, his eyes, where he's looking, and all these little marks, he is testing Boruto to see what he's going to do. He's purposely watching. Yeah, he's seeing how Boruto reacts.
He's also just trying to stop the jutsu by grabbing his arm because he thinks that's like a normal Rasengan in that he has to hit him with his hand kind of thing.
Again, he's purposely avoiding his hand at all costs. That's like his #1 priority right now. Specifically the hand with the...
Yeah. Because he doesn't know what it's going to do, obviously.
Okay. Where does he activate karma? Here? Okay. So so I don't think he's not activating it to do something that he couldn't have otherwise done in base.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any white karma abilities. It's just a little bit. He's just power. That's literally what it's explained as. So.
Like it was just flaring his chakra essentially, just to flex, just to like get away from the Uzuhiko, just for like a moment. Like here, he doesn't have it activated.
Yeah, he kind of goes in and out.
Yeah, or maybe he does. Is this his karma? Is it activated here?
I think it kind of goes in and out, if I remember right.
In and out. Okay, it's definitely activated here. Okay. But at this point, we'll get to this with the Uzuhiko discussion. But yeah, he definitely has it activated here. Boruto's just...
You can't tell because of that side of the face. It's on there.
No, it's definitely still activated. Like this whole sequence here. Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think
I was told that he went in and out, so that could just be wrong.
Yeah. I don't think... Code's karma obviously makes him way stronger, but I don't think it makes him as significantly stronger compared to other power-ups we see. Like, especially like Boruto's karma or whatever.
Yeah, it's literally not noticeable.
Literally, yeah. But
I
obviously,
literally can't tell that it didn't.
Like, Code in base, I think, is still his strongest of all the karma members, and then with the white karma, he's still significantly stronger. But, like, can you tell
like, it doesn't feel like it did anything at all at any point.
Okay, so yes, he does deactivate it there, though. Okay. When Uzuhiko strikes, specifically. Does he have it activated when he's screaming, that panel? That's gonna be funny. He does.
I think so,
He does. It's extra funny. That'd be kind of funny, because, like, when Boruto activates his karma, he has, like, the Jogan. What if, like, that's the thing? You just need a broken eye and with the karma going over it. That's how you get the Jogan. Obviously not, because the other times that we've seen Boruto use the Jogan.
He also had the Jogan before he got karma.
Yeah, but, like, what if he just opened his eye and he just had Jogan, and he didn't even realize it himself, right? He just does it. Okay. And... there's that for people wondering, and okay, that's all you get.
You just get a slash in your eye, and you just get the Jogan.
That's why Kakashi's important.
Yeah.
He's the one that trained Boruto.
If Kakashi hadn't taken the Sharingan, it would have turned into a Jogan. He nerfed himself by taking the Sharingan.
Kashin Koji is what Kakashi looks like without the mask. And that other news reporter is an actual genuine news reporter who was just looking like Kakashi.
Yeah. He's pretending to be Kakashi in disguise.
Okay.
Is there any other code things you want to talk about? Because, like, for the main thing, that was pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, I think that is, like, there's less to discuss because I think we all just agree. He's not the most menacing. It's more so, like, we gotta just look at his character and stop. Like, I would drop the expectation of a menacing villain at this point. If it happens, cool. But I wouldn't expect it, because otherwise I think we're just setting yourself up for failure.
What's more annoying for me with, not Code, but like this Code Boruto interaction, is the fact that Boruto is still saying, oh, you got one more chance. I'm not going to tell you
what's going to happen. 900. It's so obvious, dude. It's such a fake bluff, dude. It
reminds me of like a parent telling, like a parent telling a child, okay, you got one more chance. Okay, you got one more chance.
But he says one more chance like 5 times. He says it all last chapter. It's like, bro,
last warning.
If I was Code, I'd be like,
Uodie, you know what
sounds like I have a lot of chances.
Working with kids, you tell the same kid like 5 times, you got one more chance.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
God.
Like you know what I mean by that.
And just refusing to tell him what's like the point. Because like he's like, oh my god, you're like you're not telling, like, this is a bluff. Like, this is laughable. Like, stop making me laugh. Like, you're crazy. Like, you think I'm gonna believe this stuff? Like, you're not even telling me what's happening. Like, what do you expect me? Like, Code's being reasonable here.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's like, you're not telling me why I should even listen.
Like, he doesn't even have incentive. Like, if he brings Boruto to the Ten Tails, he just loses. Like, why would he do that? Like, he's not just gonna do it for no reason.
Exactly. He also spelled it out in the last chapter. Like, my plan literally is, like, to destroy the planet.
Oh, so, my God. You know what? Because of the time skip...
My plan is the worst outcome. I don't care.
What if there actually isn't anything extra to this? Because, like, the time skip was so bad. What if it's just, like, Boruto is just talking about, like, Code, if you do this, you'll be fed the chakra fruit and then everyone on the planet will die? Like, what if it's exactly Code's plan that we already know and he's just describing it like this?
Yeah, he's like, this is gonna be the worst possible future. Like, it's like, that's my plan. Like, Code, if you do this, they're going to win. It is bad.
Oh, God.
I would definitely be laughing really hard at how funny that is.
It's not only the one more chance thing, it's the fact that he's like, it'd be so easy to kill you, and that they're just continually fighting. Like, killing you would be easy.
Just like dragging it on. It's just like a waste of space. It's a waste of
I know.
And then he's like combining the two, like, one more chance or I'm going to kill you. Like, bring me the Ten Tails or you're gonna die.
So,
and he hits him with Uzuhiko.
End of chapter 2. Okay, then he said, I'll give you one more. Hold on, let me count how many times he said, I'll give you one more chance. And then
and
afterwards...
you know those annoying ass teachers that will say it over and over again. I'm like, just fucking do it.
Like,
put him in timeout already.
It's so clear that he's threatening Code's life. Like, all right, take me to Ten Tails now, or I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you're not gonna take me to Ten Tails? All right, well, I'm gonna kill you. And then he hits him with Uzuhiko, and like, all right, this is your consequence. Now, and now you're gonna forever be spinning, and you better think about what you've done, and you better bring me to the Ten Tails, or I'm gonna kill. Like, you've already told. Shut up.
Okay. So here, first one, beginning of chapter 2, which are your monsters, blah blah blah. Do it now, and I'll let you live. That's number 1. Oops. Why is okay? Hold on, my thing's being weird. Okay, well, try again. Okay, that's 1. Okay, and then you obviously heard me, so hurry up and do it, or else you'll lose more than you left time this time. I'm counting that as 2. Okay, tell Sarah to stay alive, then fighting Claw Grind. We cut back to Boruto eventually. He slashes down the Claw Grind. So we're at 2 so far. Okay, if you insist on pressing on, you'll lose every one of them. Do you count that as 3, or is that separate?
You know what? Might as well go for the highest number possible.
Okay, 3. Okay, you don't understand true horror of Ten Tails. We're at 3. I know plenty. That might not be blah blah blah. Okay, it ain't okay. Okay, it ain't too late yet. You need to scrap them while you still have your power, or else we'll end up in the worst possible future for everyone. Do you count that as 4? Just saying.
Yes.
Like,
that's 4.
Okay, 4. I'll say this one more time, Code 5. I'll let you live if you got me to the Ten Tails. Okay, then I'll be honest with you, killing you is easy. Okay. So why not do one good act for the world? Okay, we're counting as 6. And then here's the part that annoyed me. I guess there's no cure for idiocy. It's like he's given up. Okay, I'm gonna kill him now. So then we go to OP scans. We've had kind of 6 remarks anyway. Starts off. They're fighting. I told you it's easy to kill you. 7.
Oh no.
I'll say it one more. Okay, verbatim. I'll say it one more time. This is the last warning. Okay, so it's been like 5 minutes tops since he said I'll say it one more time. That's 8. Take me to where the Ten Tails is. If you can't, then die here. 9. Then they fight. Tells him how he's gonna die. Does that count again? The fact that he's going to die from this jutsu. 10. Oh, by the way, either you wait for death in silence, or you hand over the Ten Tails to survive. 11.
God. god. Boruto. I know Sasuke taught you better than this. Sasuke would have killed him already. If this was like Shippuden Sasuke, dead.
Dude,
Fucking
Boruto
annoying me. You're
Sasuke,
pissing me
dude,
off
he literally
today.
was about ready to kill Kawaki. Like,
To be fair, Sasuke
like, bro.
turned into a tree 2 years ago, and Kashin Koji's been teaching this ever since. And Kawaki's just
honestly,
wrong.
at this point, I'm starting to think this theory might be true.
Sasuke's a tree. I've been saying it since day one. I'm a day one
Yeah.
tree stan.
He
I don't
turned
know
into a
why
tree
that's
just like
funnier now.
Madara.
Saying it again.
What do you
Sasuke's
mean?
a tree.
Remember,
Sasuke,
last pod when we
tree.
convinced Draco that Sasuke means tree.
Okay, you missed
At this
that. That was
point,
so
it
funny.
does.
Okay. So,
Alright.
it was what, 9? 9
Well,
times?
depends on
Are
how
we still
dramatic
counting?
you're being. Up to 11 tops.
to
Max to
11.
be 11.
Okay, so like 7 to 11. Well, no, it was past 7. How many is it minimum to maximum?
I didn't count minimum.
Okay, fair
Minimum
enough.
depends on how granular you want to get. He says, I'll say it one more time, twice, but he gives them another warning after that. He gives them the threat, like, take me to 10 tails or I'll kill you, like, 5 or 6 times.
Okay. So, dumb. So the
And
same
he
thing that
also-
happened with Sarada this
He
chapter.
also
He's
goes
saying the
back
same
on his
thing.
word. He is not, his ninja way is clearly not like Naruto's, because he goes back on his word. He canonically did. He said, I'll say it one more time, and he said it 2 more times, so.
Okay. One more thing I want to point out with Code before talking Uzuhiko.
Mhm.
Code's eye. It has 2 rings around it.
Yeah, do you think it's like an eye power or not?
Is this something?
Well, have rings like that around their eyes, though, just naturally.
Was this?
Yeah, but not Naruto. It looks different from the average Naruto eye.
It can be
Yeah.
a sign of good health.
No, it can't.
That's
what?
what it usually means.
What are
Code
you
is not the
talking about?
epitome of health to me.
I'm just saying.
So-
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna go into that. Never mind. Just kidding.
Did Ko's eyes
But yeah.
always have 2 rings after he got it unlimited? His limiters off?
After his limiters came off, yes.
Always? Like
But I
immediately
think it's
after?
inconsistent sometimes, but
Okay,
yeah,
that's probably
it's
why.
been in there.
Alright.
See,
Yeah, that's
it's
probably why
a
I
sign
didn't
of
think
good
about it
health.
then.
But it's been there since the beginning. Like,
Yeah, loser. Did great.
Okay, is there more
but Ood,
Uzuhiko?
Ood, you gotta get the cropped crew neck, please.
Send
I will give you. I will send you money to buy one.
Deal.
Do you only have one monitor?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I don't know
I
how to,
will-
I
I-
have more than one, but I don't know how to set it up. So I just don't. It's not worth it.
You just plug it in.
Literally. just put it in.
Like literally, Microsoft.
It makes it twice
Yeah,
as
you use
complex.
Microsoft.
You can come here and plug it
Windows
in yourself.
automatically detects it. Windows automatically detects it. and
Mr.
if you
Mayhem,
really want
shut
to,
up,
like,
leave me
adjust
alone.
it, just go to display settings. It's not that hard.
I mean, Mr. Mayhem, if you want to wear a cropped crew neck, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you
when
should.
I'm bad at technology and computers, unlike quantum mechanics superpositions, when I'm bad at technology, and when I
the
electrocute
only-
myself to death with all the electrons of the physiology of the photons. Since
Literally,
you know
the
so much
most
about it, you
difficult
know it would kill
thing
me.
you have to-
I'm just instant.
Literally, the most difficult aspect there is to it is knowing which cables are available for you to use in your either
Mr.
motherboard
Mayhem,
or GPU.
come on.
What a mess.
You men are letting me down today.
Whether it's a VGA cable or an HDMI or a display port.
Okay, you know what? Freaking face cam. I'm gonna show you. How am I supposed to? Where am I supposed? Oh my god, I'm falling. Oh god. Okay, I'm good. So where?
are you
how am I-
falling? You can't get up?
So where am I
I
supposed to
think
put
I
my
can.
second monitor exactly? Yeah. Oh my god, what happened?
Well,
What?
just
He
put,
doesn't. See, this is why he's
Put another
having
fucking
an
table
issue,
down.
you know.
Oh my god, I broke it. What? I
Uh-oh.
guess. Do you see anything?
yeah,
No,
I see
babe.
bars.
Okay, let me
you
try.
can just move shit
video-
around.
video.
Like,
this
like
work?
make room for it.
There is no way to make room for it. You just saw it. Can
That's,
it work? Hello?
that's cope. That's massive cope.
You
You can
literally
always
saw
move
it.
shit
Where am
around
I
to
supposed
get
to
rid
fit
of
it?
You don't need.
You know, apparently it's just not working. Whatever. I give up.
What I'm saying is you could slap another fucking like table down or move your singular monitor.
What?
over
And I'm
to
just
a
gonna
different part
have
of the
like
room where
another
there is
monitor
room.
way to the left. What? Move it where? There's a wall here.
Nobody can see, babe.
Exactly.
There
Doesn't mean
is
it's not there. It's a superposition.
there is certainly unless
hate
you unless you live in a literal water closet, there is certainly room to be able to put a second monitor down.
Well, how do you know if I live in a water closet or not?
I mean, you're right, I don't, but the only way you do is if you fucking live in like New York City.
Okay, you
Which
judgy.
Sour does.
No, I don't live in New York City.
Oh, yeah, never mind. You live upstate. That's right.
Yeah, I live in the state of New York, not New York City.
Is
Yeah,
that
upstate.
all of
All the same.
the chapter?
All the same in Texas.
Does this face cam work? No.
Uh,
Whatever, fix it later.
Yeah. I think Swifty's like 17, so I will not bother him about the crop top crew neck. So
Good.
yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
so
you
it's
don't wanna be
okay.
horny
So it's
for
like
children?
it's a different
No.
kind of thing. Different reason you want me to get it. Okay.
I am not like that fucking weirdo. God, I had to call him out in the Cloud Ninja podcast server too.
What the fuck was the name of that show, by the way? That was the pedophilia show.
What pedophilia show?
That's airing this season.
Kamui, is that all we had to talk about? Or
Like
It was like a girl and her
girl
guard
and
dog
her
or something
guard
like
dog. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that panel that I sent you, Ood, that was like, I am your mother, your
Yeah.
father, your sister, and your boyfriend.
yeah.
And
That's
she's like,
being
yeah,
adapted into
it's
an
that
anime
one.
this season.
I fucking hate it. I want to kill myself.
Dude, it was the most pedophilia shit.
Yeah, and then who was it reborn was like, was like, you better shut the fuck up,
And
dude.
do predictions
Yeah,
for next
yeah.
chapter,
He was trying to give a benefit of the doubt. It was like,
I was like, no.
fucking look at
Kamui?
this. Do you not see
Kamui.
the problem here?
And I think she was like, at the most she's 15. She's not even 16. She's like 14 or 15 in the manga. They might age her up in the anime.
It looked like she was somewhere around there, and she was like very clearly being groomed for her throughout her childhood. It was very gross.
It's very
Did
weird.
Kamui
And
fall
then there's like a
asleep?
time skip.
I guess he did.
Kamui, darling, sunshine.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome
he's
back.
awake. See?
Oh
he's
yeah,
awake.
sorry. I'm honestly just right now editing part of my video that I haven't finished.
He was like, "Who the fuck is calling me
Did
sunshine?"
you before we end? Did you
I
want to
did
do
admit-
chapter predictions or save it for next time?
We can do both.
For next chapter.
I did admittedly find it.
We could do it both today and
Gotten to this point.
in the future.
Okay, well, I kind of already gave mine. I think Kashin Koji's in the village. He's going to do something. We're going to see that potentially next chapter. But more importantly, we're going to see Boruto teleport to the Ten Tails realm. And he's going to do something there with Code. And we're going to find out whatever the Ten Tails cataclysm is. We're going to find out whatever
we're gonna
happened
find
to
out
Bug.
that the Ten Tails is tiny.
And it's going to end with going into the flashback. And then
And
the
the
chapter after
Ten Tails is
that's going to
tiny.
be flashback. It's big.
Yes, the Tentacles is very
With the big-
extra,
the
very
big
tiny.
Ten Tails. Yes. He's gonna be like,
Lots
wow,
of
I can't
tininess
believe
from the
you
Ten
split
Tails.
up the Ten Tails into thousands, and it's bigger than before. That's crazy that it grew. I can't believe it, Code. It's gonna be like 35 pages of just gawing at the size of it.
That will not happen.
That's my prediction. So what's
Definitely
yours?
predicting that to happen.
By the way, Cam,
Yes,
I'm in love with the villainess right now.
I told
My main prediction, I guess, would be
10 out of 10.
like
10 out of 10.
Boruto trying to follow code. I do think Kawaki may potentially get in the way of that, though, of letting Code enact the next step of his plan. Boruto can see it with the Toad telling him what's happening, but Code might advance with his plan because Kawaki gets in the way. I feel like they kind of are setting up like Kawaki to mess shit up right now, so
Obviously, we are
I do
getting
think that makes
Walky in like the fate of like the destiny of the red string of the Boruto series in the current time. We need more with Sarada. We need the Ino Shikacho confrontation. We need the Mitsuki confrontation. It's all been set up. It just depends when they're gonna execute it. It feels like they're gonna execute it now because they're meeting.
that's the thing. Like Mitsuki needs to happen, so that's why I don't think Boruto should just immediately actually catch up to Code. Like also for the sake of letting code progress for conflict. I don't think that should happen. So I think it's best if Kawaki and or Mitsuki delay this so Boruto isn't able to catch up to code, lets code progress, and instead he has to deal with Kawaki and or Mitsuki.
It seems like
I think that would be the best
to deal with the Ten Tails arc seemingly first, and then they'll go on to the actual story. But it feels weird that they're setting up the actual story like in this quote-unquote arc or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they're setting up the threat of the Ten Tails, but Boruto will not stop code. Like, he's not going to stop code. Code will continue. He's going to fail to stop code before it's too late. So he's going to have to deal with the threat head on instead of trying to beat it, like get ahead of the game, if that makes sense.
What I'm saying is that it feels like he's so adamant about the Ten Tails and all this that he's not worried about, like, proving his innocence right now or anything. So, like, it seems like
he's not going to fight Kawaki or Mitsuki to prove his innocence. He's going to fight them because Boruto tries to make a portal and Kawaki's like, no, you don't, and he just doesn't let him leave, essentially.
Okay.
Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Okay, so you think we will get that, but, like, after this. Okay. Because it feels like
what do you mean? We'll get what after what?
Sorry, I guess I should. We'll get the like Ten Tails thing after the Ino Shikacho confrontation in Kawaki, and maybe Mitsuki.
Well, Boruto may not necessarily like. Depends on what you mean by the Ten Tails thing.
It feels like they're not trying to pay off that in this arc. Like, everyone's still gonna hate Boruto.
What, the
at the
Ten
end of this
Tails?
arc, and like it seems like it's gonna be like the same thing at the end of this arc in terms of Boruto's character and how he's perceived by other people. Everyone, really.
I don't think Boruto was going to win everyone over in this arc, no matter what.
No, I agree, but it seems like he's not going to win anyone over this arc. Like, that's not even like a theme of.
I don't think he's going to win anyone over. And maybe he gets like one person, but like for the most part, it would be like seeds are planted. So maybe Shikadai starts to have doubts because of what Himawari said and what he's witnessing, but he's not won over yet, or something like that. Maybe
he gets Sarada. He gets Himawari.
I think he has Sarada. I think one group at the max. So realistically, it's either going to be Team Shikacho or Mitsuki. If he gets anyone, it's going to be one or the other. I think. I don't think he'll get both.
So do you think he like knows for sure that Sarada is immune to omnipotence?
Well, I mean, Momoshiki did say, incidentally, that Uchiha girl somehow seems to be unaffected too, so...
Okay, that's fair enough. Alright, yeah, you got me there.
So are Daigo videos bad?
Like, if he wasn't paying attention, then no. But if he was paying close attention, he should think she's immune. Especially since Sasuke said the reason he came is because Sarada believes Boruto's innocent, so... As long as he puts two and two together.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. To answer your question, Sour, everyone has an opinion on Daigo's videos. There you go.
I'm not allowed to
answer anything.
So...
I have a fucking opinion on everything I watch.
Well, there you go. Exactly what I said is true.
My keeper has told me that I can only be nice. So.
My keeper.
When it comes to Daigo, so.
Your keeper.
Dude, I love Daigo's videos.
Nice.
That I mean.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Daigo's video, dude. Daigo gets hate for nothing, bro. His videos are hilarious.
Shut the fuck up over there.
Dude, especially his no offense, dude. Honestly, his Boruto hate videos, I love them.
You know what? Boruto is my least and most favorite Boruto YouTuber at the same time. It's Quantum Entangled.
Is it like my love for Redo of Healer, where it's like so bad?
Did you just said Boruto is your favorite and least favorite YouTuber? Boruto's a YouTuber.
That's what I heard.
I mean, he could be.
Well.
I mean, technically he is, actually. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll show you. Okay, this is great. This is great. You're gonna love this. Here we go.
Boruto is a YouTuber. Don't get it twisted. He is a YouTuber.
Texts. Okay, so this isn't necessarily a YouTuber, but it's like the closest you're gonna get. And why is this not? This isn't working. Boruto texts his friends. This is like a whole subgenre of YouTube. There's this weird culture to where there's like thousands of channels making like hundreds of thousands of these videos. It's like a weird roleplay thing. Like, this is the whole video. And there's so many of these videos.
There's this guy who did this for like Discord generally, like
I've seen like this type of thing.
Yeah, I forget the name.
I also love the bad English. Didn't we on a date? Maybe we play game.
Yeah, so a lot of these are not only bad English, but also weird, I'll say, in that regard. Really weird. So.
Toxic,
Codependence, the girl gatekeep gas boss lighting.
Gaslighting, gatekeeping girl boss, which is you.
You are just like so isolated from society as a whole.
Me?
I feel like Ood will ask me all
the
kind of
internet
questions,
isn't
and I'm like,
society. No, I'm not.
And I'm like, okay, let me
it's
sit,
not just an
down
internet
and
thing. It's not just internet things you were.
No, I do like NC Hammer's like older videos, and I do like that he has a Sasuke, a decapitated Sasuke tattoo, and
sorry,
I also like
did you say
that
MC
he has,
Hammer?
yeah,
as in like
the worst.
the YouTuber.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
The other brothers can't deny.
YouTuber?
The girl walks in with.
Is that his name? I was just reading what Mr. Mayhem
girl
said.
walks in with an itty bitty wasting around thing in your face, you get sprung.
Yeah, that one. He's a Naruto YouTuber as well. And he has a decapitated Sasuke tattoo.
Also, actually, I was thinking that song is Sir Mix-a-Lot, not MC Hammer. MC Hammer is Stop Hammer Time. Duh. I feel like a dumbass.
My bad.
Find what I was looking for. So sad.
NC Hammer, not MC Hammer. Oh.
I thought I said that, but maybe I didn't.
You did.
I mean, it sounded like MC Hammer.
I just said it super fast then. Oops.
Stop.
Oh, and he also has a pit bull, and his pit bull is super cute. I love a man with a dog. I can't help it.
Dude, no.
See, if Daigo had a dog, then maybe I would like him, but like...
Maybe he does.
I have a cat.
He doesn't show.
My cat.
His cat is Sour's cat is so cute.
My cat likes to sit on my keyboard every once in a while.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but I know both Daigo's name and Thunder God's name, and I don't think they know that. Because I don't think they mean for their name to be out there. Like, I think they, like, accidentally have it public. So, yeah.
Awkward.
I'll also say their names are unique. Both of them. Thunder God's is especially surprising.
Face.
Oh, I also know Hot Boy Spicy's name. Do you know his name? I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I don't think he really cares that much.
Basic white boy name, but
because someone said it in one of his streams. I guess one of his real life friends joined. He's like, "Dude, don't say my name."
No, they're like, "Oops." Yeah.
So funny.
That's cute. That's cute.
I guess I officially give up on finding what I was looking for.
But I just like people with animals. I don't trust people who don't have like pets. Kamui, do you have a pet?
Yeah, I still have a cat.
Oh, okay, then we trust you. Ood used to have a cat, so we trust him. I did.
When he lost that cat, we stopped trusting him.
Yeah. You know what? You don't get a pet, and I don't fucking like you.
Frickin'
But Sour, I sent him a picture of Blue, and he was like, "I don't like animals," and I'm like, "You know what? Fuck you."
Like, I don't trust you.
It's
so
true.
rude.
So much here.
I'm not an animal guy.
Shout out.
So rude. I was like, you could at least pretend.
No, I cannot lie. Well, I can lie. I just refuse to.
Love this guy.
No, I'm very good at lying. Like, I will lie on some things.
I'm not interested in presenting myself as a different person than I am.
Yeah, I describe myself as a pretty honest person, but like I will lie sometimes to keep the peace. But very, very rarely will I do that.
I mean, in my case,
ooh, I gotta be watching out for you, I guess.
Only when it comes to work.
My visage, my person.
So they say.
Oh my god.
I mean, so they say.
Yeah, you could be lying right now.
I could be a lying ass hoe. You never know.
Yeah. Like, yeah, what if everything you've said just was a lie and I didn't know?
I mean, maybe
Like-
it could be possible.
I'm not that good at role playing, for example, because I'm too straightforward in my personality.
Yeah, you're a little too neurodivergent for that.
Okay, no. If anything, it's not neurodivergent enough.
I was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess.
Kitty cat.
Alright, so I guess to end off stream, Boruto versus Madara.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight? Sour, what do you
I
think?
don't care.
I swear to God, if
All right,
you
Cam,
sit on my
what do you
keyboard
think?
again,
I don't care.
Boruto versus Madara. Who wins, Sour?
thanks, Ignatius.
Okay, Cam, who wins?
I don't care.
Okay, Kamui, who do you got? Teen Boruto 2
Well-
Vortex versus, I guess, strongest form of Madara, Judy
Monkey
Madara.
D. Luffy.
I mean, Boruto is definitely like. Well, I mean, tactically speaking, if Boruto can't sense limbo or kill Madara or seal him, that might be problematic. But
I mean, he
if you
might
just
be.
sends him to another dimension of leaves, he could win.
I think he probably could through the Jogan, which should activate automatically.
Yeah, or just karma.
So, like, we don't
but-
know enough. It's always my thing. We don't know enough.
What do you
So,
mean?
like,
We
I
know
can't
that it
predict-
activates during Otsutsuki related events, the Jogan, and the Jogan can see Otsutsuki related things like a precog. What is it?
See,
The
I can't think that far ahead.
Yamataka Nakadaka? What is it, Kamui?
Yamatsu Hirasaka?
Yeah, that the
Yamatsu Hirasaka.
Saka. That's what I said.
Yamatsu Hirasaka.
That one. The beats.
See,
yeah.
like, I can't think like 5 steps ahead. So I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't have all the information.
Yeah, the super frolicologicalistic expialidocious no jutsu.
This is why I'm more like. This is why I never remember fights. Like when we talk One Piece, I'm like, I don't fucking remember the fights. Who was that villain again?
Fucking
How
Juju's
come
here
I know?
still. Come on the podcast, Juju. We love you. Okay.
Who was Juju in the comments? Wait,
Yeah, it's from the. Yeah, you know Juju.
is that like Juju, like the one who used to be from the
I'm
cloud?
pretty sure, yeah.
If it's Leo, if it is him, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Ever since he left the Cloud Podcast Discord, really.
He's public invite. Come on, there you go. But not now. We're
I
in there.
mean the Cloud Ninja podcast service has been kind of dead recently.
I mean, so is ours, but like it's always.
Whose fault is that?
Hey, go
I mean,
liven
yeah.
it up.
Well, look, the only reason.
Have you put in any effort to do this, Cam?
Oh, okay, look. To be fair, I did show up just to call that one weirdo out and be like, "Oh, really?
That you joined
fucking
just
weirdo."
to make fun of a person in the
Yes.
Cloud Discord? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty
I did.
hurtful, isn't it?
I did, and I'm not sorry.
Are you vindictive?
Acts of evil.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit.
A little bit. You shut up over there.
Okay.
You don't get to have an opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, especially after what fucking bullshit you were spouting earlier.
Exactly. I can't believe Sour was trying to disagree with me. That's crazy.
But yes, I am a little vindictive, and I do like to rub salt in the wound a lot of times. So yes, I have a very toxic personality. I can't help it. I don't know.
Speaking of rubbing salt in the wound, hey, that's the end of stream. Thanks for watching.
That was a great segue.
Walky
I know, right?
Talky
I'm the best.
podcast. See if face cam works. Nope. Well, that was a nice try. You know what? Might as well end the glitchy podcast on the glitchy face cam. It wasn't even glitchy, but hey, whatever works.
I mean, there's bars in it. What did you do?
Oh yeah, I
What happened?
you know what? That's a great transition. You know what? I dropped fat bars this stream, so we're ending on the glitch bars. There you
Guys,
go.
Hey,
Perfect
I'm
way
in
to
love
bring
with the
it in.
villainous.
Hey, what's up,
Dude.
Swifty?
Maybe
That's so
Juju
good.
can be the next guest on the pod.
Agreed. You know what, Swifty? Do our
I'm-
outro.
No.
He says.
And over and out.
Over
I'm
and out.
Swifty, just do the outro. Come on, it's not hard.
Over and out. Over and out. There.